Hey, this is Redban, and you're listening to the Death Squad Podcast Network. This episode of the Ice House Chronicles is recorded here at the Pasadena Ice House Comedy Club. If you would like to check out a live comedy show, we do a couple of these a week, go to icehousecomedy.com and search for Death Squad. This podcast and all the podcasts of Death Squad can be found at deathsquad.tv. There you can click on the subscribe link on the right side, and that would open up iTunes. Please subscribe to us and rate and review the show. You can also help us out financially by clicking on the donation link for more information. And if you're doing any holiday shopping, click on Shop at deathsquad.tv. That will open up Amazon.com, but anytime you purchase anything using that link, that will give us a few pennies every time you spend $1. And now, here's the Ice House Chronicles, coming to you live from the Ice House Comedy Club in Pasadena, California.
Well, I don't know if it's pills you need to take, pills you're taking. Don't know if it's love we really made. Unless I'm mistaken, there's nothing that you need to share. I'm not that patient, no effort pretending to care. You can pay your own rent. This can last as long as you want it to, as long as you don't fall. And I appreciate you for what you are. My last call. They really made it.
Hey, this is Redban coming to you live from the Ice House Comedy Club in Pasadena, California. That was a band called Whiskey Logic Texas. They sent us. They bought something off the studio wish list, which you can find at deathsquad.tv. And anytime you buy something off the wish list, we talk about your whatever you want us to talk about. And so please check them out. It's Whiskey Logic Texas, and that is the song. I believe it's called My Last Call, and you can find them on YouTube. And they also have an album. So if you're a big fan of like Leonard Skinner or something
Turn it
like
up
that,
a little bit. Let's
Southern
hear it.
rock, it's really good. Actually, I've been checking it out all day.
You'll always choose to stay just to feel alive.
So yeah, very good. Thank you very much, guys.
That makes me want to ride horses.
It makes me want to suck a horse's dick. Is that weird?
Yeah.
So you really
That's
have,
what I was going for.
I saw a video of a lady doing that.
you have
yeah.
to really talk about whatever they want you to talk about?
I will.
If they do that?
I will.
Like
I think it's a
how
great idea.
great pedophilia is?
Yeah.
Stuff like
Hey,
that?
come on.
Come on.
No.
You guys are starting to become the black flag of the Death Squad.
Oh, yeah? Because we're punk as fuck?
Yeah, that's right.
So that should be on a t-shirt. Punk as fuck.
Punk as fuck. I Frenched a bunch of ladies and punk as fuck.
That's our two
T-shirts.
Bone Zone t-shirts.
Start putting them out there. Cranking them out.
We are here with another Death Squad comedy show live, and we have a bunch of fucking people here, so let's introduce everybody. Why don't you guys just take it around the counterclockwise?
Hi, I am Sam Tripoli.
Right next to Sam Tripoli is me, Brendan Walsh.
Hi, this is Randy Liedtke.
And Davey Johnson, going to the guy that everybody knows.
Everybody knows me. I don't even have to say my name.
Yeah, it's done.
Listen to it.
I'm just going to
The Barry White of podcasting with that
people wonder.
sexy voice of yours.
If you don't recognize this voice, and fuck you. You don't need to know who I am.
I want you to know who I am.
Yeah.
My name's Doug Benson.
Yeah.
I had to say it. I had to spill it.
Doug, thank you very much. Last time you were here.
Pleasure to be back.
Yeah, it was a great time. We were here late, till 2, and I heard you didn't believe me.
Till 2?
Yeah, 2 a.m.
You
And-
crazy kids.
and I heard you
But we
didn't-
had to quit at 2 because you have to move your car in Pasadena at 2. You can't be
that's right.
parked on the street
yeah.
at 2.
Everyone said you didn't believe me, though. Like, you thought I was lying.
Because there's no signs that say you got to move by 2. How can they have
I
a
thought it was
rule
a-
where
I
there's
was-
no signs?
I was proud of Redban when we left, and you called out, because I was here too, and Benson said, he lied. He just wanted to kick us out. And I was like, oh, that was clever. That was good
Yeah,
thinking.
I thought maybe you were just trying to, throw your sleep or your sex down at that
Snipe
point.
hunting.
No, there's actually, I see, I got a ticket here the first week I was here, and there's one sign right when you get off the exit that handles the whole city of Pasadena.
Yeah, Beverly Hills has got some shit like that too. That's nonsense.
How's that legal?
Like you're supposed to read signs blocks away from where you're parking.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
You should talk to a
uncool.
travel agent. I
That's
think,
how they get
before
your
you go to an area.
money.
Yeah.
I bet you Pasadena's
That and
flush.
prostitution.
How much did they charge you for that?
It was like $56 or something like that.
Oh, like a regular.
Well, you should have told me that too, because I could afford that. Let's stay till after 2 tonight.
Parking tickets for everybody.
Let's
On
stay
me.
till after 2.
What happened in Hollywood today? Somebody said there was a shooter.
Yeah,
A
man.
dude running around at Sunset and Vine, randomly shooting at cars.
By the ArcLight Cinemas.
Like falling down
Oh,
style.
that's what that was. I just thought, because Hollywood Boulevard's been closed a lot lately for
Yeah.
filming at night, so I just assumed that's what it was, but it was a bitch.
It was this morning.
It was a bitch getting over here today. They had like streets
worst
blocked
traffic
off
ever.
Yeah.
because something happened this morning.
Yeah.
Well, they
They're
shot-
investigating.
The guy
it.
shot like 12.
They had a lot of cars to interview.
He just saw the sitter.
Well, and then the
And
cops shot
he
the guy
was
to death in
upset.
the middle of the road.
Oh,
So I don't. That probably.
You can see it on YouTube
Gnarly.
if you put in Hollywood and Vine shooter. They got some guy from some
That's
super
not
high.
a super good
Yeah.
video. There's another one on the LA Times that has a good shot of it. There's a truck driving by and the guy just fucking shoots right.
Yeah,
at it.
there's
After
a-
that, can we see some decapitations?
Yeah, but good news,
Can we see some-
ArcLight and Tinder Green's still open.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
ArcLight wanted to tell the news that you can access them from Ivar.
Still watch a movie.
If you say drive by, you get $10 off your ticket.
That's the code. Yeah.
It'll be $25 with the discount.
Let's check out this.
Let's check it out, guys. LA
yeah,
Times.
that was a.
That's a short,
Oh,
it's
shit.
short, but
Legitimate.
yeah.
Wow.
Could
like
you
a-
imagine? You're just
That's
driving
an area
and
that I
fucking
go
boom,
to.
boom.
Boom, right at a
wow.
car.
Jeez.
Right at a car.
And then the other one on the LAist, it's from a real high view, but it's where the cops kill him.
Jeez.
So nobody has any idea what the guy's deal was.
And did he hurt somebody?
He shot a guy in the face.
We supposedly
What?
said, I want to
A
die.
guy at the Bank of America got shot in the jaw. They
Okay,
said he's
so
not gonna
so
die,
it's not
though.
all bad.
But he's really.
I
fucked
go
up.
to that bank.
Yeah.
What was the other video you said there was?
On
There's
the
one-
LAist.com or well, Sam's.
Yeah, it's not really that. That's way better.
There's a food blog that got it.
Well, if you're pulling up
gotta-
videos, I have a really hilarious sketch that I shot.
As long as we're promoting.
If you're pulling
Is
up
the
videos.
but the face shot guy, is he okay?
No,
It's just his
I mean,
jaw,
dead.
right?
no, he's not dead.
But he's
They-
shot in the face.
Yeah.
like
Jaw.
a
He's
bullet
gonna
went
have-
through his.
Well, isn't that the
Through
guy in the
his jaw.
red
He's
truck?
gonna have
Is
that
that what
Jack
happened? That
Nicholson.
guy looks like he got
No,
shot.
They said the guy who got shot in the head was at the Bank of America, like in the parking lot or the drive-through or something, and he got shot in the face. On that LAist blog, they keep having updates about it, and they had one about not knowing if anybody got killed, and they said, well, they don't know how many people got shot. They know that one guy got shot in the head, and it looks like he's not going to die, but he's fucked up. He's shot in
That
the face.
sucks.
Could you imagine? I mean, that's just so
That's such a
random.
scary
You're just
That's
driving
so
home.
It's like the Serengeti, where like you're just this water buffalo trying to get through the water, and who knows, alligator comes and grabs you. It's the same thing. You were just lucky you weren't there.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
But
It's
a
just,
water buffalo probably lives in fear of the alligator,
alligators.
as opposed to we don't live in fear of going to the bank on a Friday
but we
morning.
live in fear that there's psycho fucks everywhere that can
well,
randomly
thanks
pop
to
up.
thanks to videos like that, and if I just assumed the traffic was bad because it's Hollywood and it's Friday,
And it was
night.
the worst I've ever seen it in all the time I've been here. I mean, you could not move.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. It took me about 45 minutes to get 2 miles.
Jeez.
It was horrible. I actually went way around just to get home.
I thought I was going around it when I went down to Fountain, but Fountain was a bitch.
I went all the way around just to get to the 101 to get by my house.
Yeah,
What are all your secret roads?
Random cars.
Oh, secret roads.
What do you take?
So you see,
Look at that.
Shoot
Is that
him,
the
yeah.
guy?
Yeah, that's a really high
this
up
is
one.
you hear the cops shoot him though.
He goes,
Oh, wait, so this is his death?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh shit. That's it.
Who's got him?
Yeah, it's him.
Good.
Well, the guy...
He was just shooting random cars
shooting
just
cars?
driving by.
And he was shooting a lot. I heard him get on about 8 or 9 rounds.
I don't know if it was an attempted bank robbery or what.
Shot that car right. That person's dead in that car right there.
Yeah. The red car right there.
Oh yeah, they're the one that's parked right. Oh my god.
Well,
That's
I
probably.
thought that was us talking.
That's
Some
what
of
I'm
us.
saying.
That's not us.
That was the people videotaping, and we're just chatting while they videotaped it.
Yeah.
casually.
That's why I call
Wow.
Hollywood weird Hollywood.
Yeah, that's the term for it.
Good term.
Weird
I
Hollywood.
like that. I like that a lot. I like that.
I've heard that before.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that's
T-shirt.
original.
But I love how the one truck couldn't even wait. He had to get through to get to
Well,
where
that's
it's
like the guy
going.
who's like,
so
"What's
it
the
just
holdup?"
jammed on it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like when the ambulance is coming, you're like, I gotta get through this intersection before the ambulance comes. He
Yeah.
just had to shoot through there. He couldn't even wait for the shooter to fucking unload his round.
Did they like find out like did he have like a suicide note or did they find anything out about
He
the guy?
just, apparently, according to the thing that I read, he just started shouting, "I want to die." Someone
Was that
killed me," or something like that.
PresHilton.com?
Yeah, it was PressHilton.com. He had a big dick drawn on his face. Right where the hole was where they shot him. There was a dick going right through.
He probably accidentally shot that guy in the face. Like it seems like he was more like just kind of shooting his gun, hoping that just doing it publicly will get him shot.
Yeah.
Well,
I assume he was
What
suicidal.
I read,
but
they
didn't wanna go.
that he shot that guy at point blank range. They said he stuck his hand in his window.
No, he said he
I'm only
shot
going
a
by,
VHS
like,
copy of Gross Point
Shit,
Blank.
I was reading online this afternoon. So
Does Telemundo have any coverage of it? I'd like to hear the
it's going to
Hispanic
be on
take on it.
Sabado Gigante tomorrow.
I want to hear what the hot weather girl has, what her opinion of the shooting is.
Alright, we'll find out.
There's two homeless guys that hang out at that corner always. I bet we can get the real
Oh
story.
man, yeah, you could get the.
Can we get them on the
Those
podcast?
two guys, I'm sure.
Probably.
They don't have much going.
They don't have it.
Telemundo did nothing on it.
No.
Yeah, there's always a lot of people at that bus stop right there. I wonder why.
And the movie
guy didn't
theater was
shoot
right
any of
there
them.
too, right? The Cinerama.
It's about the ArcLight's about half a block away or whatever.
that's right.
He was sort of
bookstore used to be.
He was near more like the parking garage for the ArcLight
Yeah.
than the theater itself.
Maybe he was pissed they closed Barnes and Nobles there. That he was just
Borders,
pissed.
yeah.
Borders, yeah.
Nobody's pissed about that.
But now, if you just park a few blocks away, you could probably get practically a private screening at the ArcLight because
Okay,
it's so hard to
clearly.
get to right now.
He clearly has no borders.
I always try to see the bright side, the silver lining. Guy got shot in the face, but hey, somebody could get a really good seat for Hugo.
Yeah. No one's at Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy this morning.
Yeah, it really spoiled the 10 a.m.
Yeah.
screening.
Hey, Yellow Band, can you come over here and help out for a second?
Yellow Band?
No way.
Highly
That is
awesome.
ridiculous.
What? You're fucking with the
Yellow
Hmong
Band.
now?
What? No. He
Yellow
likes that.
Band.
He likes that name.
What are you guys,
He
a cop
does.
duo? You guys high-fiving each other?
Yeah, but you're not called Redban because you're red.
You're not American Indian.
Yeah. So you're gonna go kick off the show now, or what are you doing?
I'm fixing all the cameras.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a
we are.
sexy
Hey,
shot.
get the chicks in, because chicks get views.
Wait,
Yeah.
There we go.
Check out this
need
webcam where we've got
lesbianism, ladies.
girls sitting in the background.
Oh, you're ruining our views. The views
sorry.
are going down.
Sorry. Wait, yeah.
God, look at my face. It's melting.
No, it's not.
Yeah, look at it. It's fucked up.
That was a terrible shot.
Do a podcast.
Oh, podcast.
Oh.
Podcasting.
Podcasting.
We're mesmerized by the laser show.
So what else is
Yeah,
in
there's
the
an
news?
awful lot going on here. I'm not sure what the listener or viewer is. What parts of this is for them?
Yeah, what is this?
What is
What's
happening?
the newest things that you've gotten off the Death Squad wish list? Apparently, you know.
you talk to somebody that's on a mic?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just.
Hey,
keep
Doug, what
asking.
is Redban gotten off the Death Squad wish list?
He got that thing on the wall, I think.
We got
And,
microphone arms. We got 3 chairs. We got some microphone stuff.
Some of these chairs we're sitting in were donated.
Or they're on their way.
Wow.
Those 2.
Uh-oh.
And that one.
Oh, wow.
You got a
Those are nice.
vaporizer.
When are we going to get a sound booth so we can get head while we make a fucking single? Like
Oh, man.
Jim Morrison.
Like Jim Morrison and Meg Ryan did.
Yeah.
Marvin
where we
Gaye.
just like sing and get blowjobs. The Hmong wants a blowjob.
Yeah. Somebody gave you a vaporizer, like a 50s sci-fi vaporizer the other day.
What?
Can I put some shit on that
Got like
list?
this amazing, like weird. It
There's
looks
some
like
groceries on that list.
Yeah.
looks like from a 50s sci-fi film.
What's that? Oh shit! Shit just got real.
Yeah.
Gotta comb your hair, Sam.
Shit just
took
got
a
real.
I just took a real shit.
Yeah.
Is the benefit tomorrow night sold out in Tucson, Brendan?
I don't know. But if anybody wants, there's a benefit at the Rialto Theater in Tucson, Arizona, featuring myself, Doug Stanhope, Neil Hamburger, Brody Stevens, Henry Phillips.
And what's it for again?
for the SPCA.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe just the SPCA in Tucson.
And name one really famous person that's not there.
Yeah.
There.
But say he'll be there.
Oh, okay. There'll also be
James Cameron.
James Cameron.
So the listeners are only hearing parts of this. They will miss that part where you told them to say that.
Yeah.
Actually, my mic's
On this
not
live podcast.
It's going to be a great show anyway, and there's going to be other people. I don't. There's going to be like a couple of surprises. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's
People just
hosting
pop
it?
into Tucson.
Maybe Lynn Shawcroft might show up.
Oh, nice.
Shit just got real. Brody Stevens, big animal lover.
Brody Stevens, big animal lover. Neil Hamburger, also a big animal lover. I'm a big animal lover.
I don't think there's any comedians who are animal haters.
Yeah, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
that's
there's
true.
some that probably don't give
Redban.
animals the respect they deserve.
Like
Redban.
You're big on.
Well, he's
loving
not on
animals.
mic to defend himself. That's why you said that.
love like big animals. Is that what that means?
Some people are allergic to like cats. And,
But that doesn't. I am, but that doesn't make me want to.
yeah.
Strangle a cat.
Yeah, I'm not going to hurt
not
any
their fault,
cats.
Well, you can dislike
I mean,
something
you
without
can't-
hurting it.
He's got 9 lives.
Well,
so
I
if you had
guess
to do it to
so.
one-
Yeah, you're right. I haven't hurt Ryan Seacrest.
A friend of mine is Ryan Seacrest's assistant.
Really?
She works.
That's
constantly.
got to be an amazing gig.
Any dish?
It's very time consuming.
Yeah, like there's.
She does his radio
he's always
show
on
in the
move.
morning.
Yeah,
and
so
then-
she's up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, she works like 15
She's
hour
up
days.
always.
And then they tape his when American Idol's going. They tape that at night.
Yep.
What a shitty job. What does she want to do with her life?
I have something with filmmaking, I think.
Oh, okay. So she'll do it for a while and then probably move on.
She's been doing it for about a year. She seems kind of like, I guess it's kind of exciting. She's pretty young, so, and it's her first job out here, so it's probably pretty exciting.
She's his main assistant, though?
He's got it. Yeah,
She
she's
has,
his
like,
main
a lot.
assistant.
Is she cute?
How many people does he
She's
have?
cute.
Who's this?
Ryan Seacrest's assistant, a friend of mine.
Like, what else would you say? No, she's a real dog.
A real pig.
My friend, the pig that works for Ryan Seacrest. But I just assume she's
Very
cute
cute.
because I don't think he's gay. I think that he just seems gay, and that most dudes in his position, they tend to hire cute assistants.
Have
you know?
you ever seen a like ugly assistant?
Yeah, who
like,
wants
real
that?
ugly? Like, I mean, I've never even seen like
needs that in their
a
life?
plain, even like the plain looking assistant is still pretty cute.
And
People who
People
aren't so
need to-
famous.
Ugly
Yeah.
chicks,
assistants.
they're
I
not
have really
assistants.
ugly assistants.
They're execs at Comedy Central. Okay.
Oh, snappage.
hey,
Now you're talking about Brendan's other friend. Brendan's got 2 friends in the biz.
Seth
No, but,
Cohen's very easy on
No,
the eyes.
I like Seth
Yeah.
Cohen, though.
Assistants are like cars to celebrities. You have to have the best looking one. You have to give an impression with the thing that's
Yeah.
around you.
And you have to have a real old, strong one.
Yeah. You have to have a really
like
old,
cars.
strong assistant.
You gotta have that muscle
Strong
car.
So you can lift things in an emergency, like if there's a car on me.
Do you employ any assistants or anything?
I got nobody.
You never had an intern?
I
or anything?
have a publicist and a lawyer, but I don't have any
But you don't have like a
anybody
young.
that really works for me.
Yeah.
So you do all your podcast stuff yourself also, or do you have somebody for that? Or
There's 2 guys that produce my podcast, and they basically produce the technical aspects of it. I do everything else as far as booking the talent and that's the only other thing there is really.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, you're busy. You're on the road like 40 weeks a year.
You're making
maybe?
love all the time.
Most weekends, sometimes midweek. I like to go out and do shows, just at the most unusual times possible. My least favorite time to perform is at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, because that's when every asshole is out trying to be entertained, and it's not the more discerning people that I've come to enjoy. What? How dare you? I can't do this on camera. I've never smoked on camera.
Sam, you had an awesome naughty show since last time we were here. Or wait, we had one show before that. Do you have another naughty show planned, or do you have any ideas for the next shot? Are you going to do it back at the Comedy Store? Or?
Yeah, that's the next one, the Comedy Store. I might go to do the AVN again in a nicer environment. AVN, I've been trying to do naughty shows every year at AVN, so I want to do another one this year.
Is that in Vegas?
Yeah. So they're doing it at the Hard Rock. It should be interesting, but I'd like to do one out there in early January. Then I got one at the Comedy Store on January 26th, and then I'm going to be out in Phoenix, Arizona, doing stand-up live. Like, it's going to be their Valentine's show. So it's going to be February 16th, so we'll be out there.
And it's you and porno
that's
chicks?
fun.
It's me and Penthouse Pets, porno chicks, burlesque dancers, strippers, comics, videos.
I got in touch with the
Debauchery.
new Penthouse Pet today, of 2000. What is it? 12.
The new one?
The new one, and I invited her on podcast, but she wrote me back, private message.
Oh, snaps.
And she said that she's in Hawaii now, and then she's
Yeah,
in
that's
New
where they
York.
are.
And then she's gonna get a hold of me when she gets to LA.
I'm working on. I got some stuff on happening right now with that, so I'm very excited about that.
Cool, yeah.
We'll get them all on. I just love the Naughty. The best part of the Naughty Show at the Comedy Store was not even the show was phenomenal, but the after party was fucking great. That was everyone's just getting drunk. Everyone's
There was an after party?
Oh, dude. You just went Batman and fucking did your crime and then disappeared into the night.
I was the last act. Show was over.
You were like, no, dude. There was two things after you, and then there was this huge. Everybody just went to the patio at the Comedy Store and just got shit faced all night. There were so many Penthouse Pets there. Everybody's making out with each other. It was phenomenal.
I always miss the best part of those things.
Esther sucked on fucking tits.
Oh yeah, Nicole was getting just finger blast raped on the patio. It was great.
It's inappropriate.
Well, that patio's known for that.
Yeah, it's finger blast rape.
The greatest rape I've ever
There's nothing
witnessed.
better than getting finger blasted while a comedian commits suicide off of the Hyatt.
Yeah, so it was great, man. So we're
Just-
gonna do it again.
Just for the record, I'd pay $70 to see you end your act by throwing down a smoke pellet and just disappearing into the night.
$70? That'll cover my next ticket that I get here for staying after 2 a.m.
The Lord works in
won't cover
strange
the
and
smoke
mysterious
pellets,
ways.
Did you bring all those cookies back with you from Vegas this last weekend?
Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, they're in my bag. I didn't get them out because whenever I get home, I've got plenty of stuff at home. So, yeah, I got to be careful about that. I mean, it's cookies. It's cookies, so you don't get in trouble.
Do they get moldy ever? Because I have a bunch of cookies that I just, they're all vacuum sealed and stuff like that. But I never think like they are food.
If it's vacuum sealed, I think it's okay.
You can last for about 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, my fridge is full of stuff that people have given me in and around, L.A. And I just, that's one thing I want to say to people. If you're a fan and you're listening and you're going to come see me, you don't have to bring me anything. I mean, if you want to, if you want to step out back and maybe share a joint or something, I'm into that. But, people like to bring me stuff now, and it's just like, and it's not always pot stuff. Sometimes it's just, whatever kind of gift they think I might enjoy, and I've gotten from a few different people gift certificates to restaurants and stuff, like an Applebee's card.
That's awesome.
It is awesome, but it's also like, I appreciate you're paying to come see me. You don't have to also bring me.
Do you eat at
bring me
places
things.
like that? Applebee's?
I do not care for Applebee's.
So
to be
like
honest with
TGI
you.
Fridays, like that whole ilk. Like, do you eat at those? Like,
There's chain restaurants I love, and then there's Applebee's.
Which ones do you
And I don't like Olive Garden. I'm gonna go through all the ones I don't like. You like Olive Garden, Redban?
Who hates the Olive Garden? It's so delicious.
Yellow Band hates it for one because it's not authentic Chinese.
Well, no, I mean, but do you enjoy the salad and breadsticks, unlimited?
Well, I would love unlimited breadsticks, but I try to stay away from the breadsticks because
Who's holding
soup
back
and
on
salad's
breadsticks,
all right.
by the way?
I learned from Scott Pilgrim that bread makes you fat.
Well, so do you like the salad? I just enjoy the salad. And
I don't. I
breadsticks.
really haven't been. I've
The
been.
salad is ice cold.
Olive Garden's one of those ones where when I cut them off just based on reputation.
That's
Like
exact-
I
yeah.
never lived near
iceberg
one, but then
lettuce,
once I started
icebergs.
seeing them around, I just thought, Olive
Yeah.
Garden. Everyone says that's stupid.
Olive
So I'm
Garden's
not
one
gonna
of
go
the
there.
few chains that if I'm on the road and it's one of those situations where I'm at a hotel and there's just nothing around, I'll eat at an Olive Garden just for the soup and salad because that's at least semi.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you want to feel
Any of those
like
places.
Your family.
I like
Well,
Denny's.
even like
Even like
but
a Sizzler
TGI
is okay.
Sizzler, I love Sizzler.
Because they have
yeah.
I'm saying any place that has a soup and salad bar.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Ruby
Shizzler.
Tuesdays has a soup and salad bar.
Ruby
That's fine.
Tuesdays has kind of a weak salad bar though.
Oh, it's not good.
The one I work Go Bananas every year. And
Yeah,
where they
there's
put
one
you up,
right next to
there's
the
one
hotel.
Right there, and
I
it's-
just eat it at Chipotle in the McDonald's.
Oh, you see, I don't do McDonald's.
Yeah. I have McDonald's for breakfast and Chipotle for lunch and dinner, and or I have dinner over at the club, which consists of like a bag of a basket of
bites.
pretzels and
Cheese.
no pretzels and a little cup of cheese that you dunk them in. Like pretzels that don't have cheese with them can fuck off.
Yeah, mustard's good with them sometimes.
But let me say this about chain restaurants, because there's a few that I love, and they go in this order. If these three are around, I'm eating there.
Okay.
P.F. Chang's is number one.
That's great.
And it's bastard daughter too. Whatever that other, they have
Panda
like
Express?
Payway's awesome
Oh,
too.
Payway's
Payway,
good.
but
That's
here's the
actually
thing: I have
healthy.
to eat somewhere that has alcohol because I want to have a drink with my dinner. So, because I'm not smoking pot while I have my dinner, and then number two is always TGI Fridays. I love
like
TGI
TGI
Fridays.
Fridays.
It's disgusting, but I love it.
Yeah, you see.
And then three is Chili's. I love Chili's.
Chili's kind
I
of
haven't
weird.
been in. I'll go. And
They
I don't
put
know,
bacon on everything at Chili's, which I like.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just so.
It's as a
I ate at a
preservative.
Cheesecake Factory recently.
We ate there for the first time last week.
We made an event.
Yeah, that place is good, but that place to
Well,
me,
but they have a
it
book.
feels like you got to have cheesecake, and I'm not a dessert person. I mean, I
Their
love
menu-
dessert, but I
yeah.
don't eat dessert.
Their menu is a magazine, though.
it's
Oh,
huge.
it's huge, but they have the nutritional value of everything in there.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
depressing.
nothing's remotely good for you.
Right.
Like
They
the
all
sauteed
have to have that
spinach
now.
is bad. Yeah.
By law, they all have to let you know how shitty the food is.
They're all
you're
bad.
eating.
I'll defer to, and I know it's maybe not the
Their
healthiest
salads
choice.
are made out of the fatty part of the lettuce.
Well, but they do. They'll soak it in fucking like some weird.
Do you want the bacon grease salad today, sir?
Yeah, they
was
love to
watered
put
with
bacon on that
lamb
salad.
blood.
It's like, what is the point of this?
Is this my private bong, or is it going in a particular direction?
You could just pass it on. Here's some weed right here.
Where's the lighter?
You can pass it.
I'll go
past-
to
past me.
Here's a
because
lighter.
I'll go to Asian buffets a lot.
And there's an ashtray.
Yeah.
Asian buffets.
Just like a random Chinese buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Those scare me.
Oh fuck that! I will never.
They,
go to that
well,
shit
I mean,
anymore.
it depends what you get. Like some of them, they have just a million things, and like, yeah, you're not going to go for the fucking seafood or
No, you
whatever.
go for
but
the plate
You
of weird meat.
ever play the Sacramento Punchline?
yeah.
Across the street from the hotel, Great Wall of Barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
That
know
place is
what?
good.
I only played there
Well,
once.
barbecue at the
Yes,
name.
it's amazing. They're only open.
Do they have like a little like picture of the wall made out of barbecue?
I don't think so, but
That'd be amazing.
I'm going to double check because I'm playing there January 15th through the 17th or something like that. But that place is a buffet where you go along and you pick up you pick out uncooked meats and uncooked it's
like a
and
Mongolian
vegetables and but you go along the line and you just get one bowl
Right.
and you whatever you can get in that bowl is going to be
Yeah, yeah,
yours
yeah.
to eat, and then you just and there's people professionals at it in
Oh,
line
yeah.
with you where they're
So
just
funny.
like organizing it perfectly
Yeah.
and then pushing it down
Yeah.
and just getting as much meat and stuff in
man.
there as they can, and then when you get to the end there's this big disgusting circular
Grill.
Yeah.
grill
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
like
these guys
Mongolian.
with these sticks
With
like
the- with
like they're
baton.
Yeah.
they're crap croupiers.
You know they have those places here in Los Angeles. They have one in Burbank also.
Don't tell me
It sounds
that.
like
I like to
Korean
think there's only
barbecue.
one.
They're all over. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
Korean
just.
I like to think
barbecues.
that when I play the Punchline in Sacramento is the only
That's the
chance I
only
have.
I didn't stay at the same hotel. I think when I was there with Michael Ian Black.
Oh, you
once,
guys
and
probably
we
stayed
stayed-
somewhere.
Name
Stayed at
dropper.
Hyatt. Did you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
drive to the
Yeah, but
from
that
the
name
hotel?
We got
doesn't
picked up,
that name
yeah.
doesn't make a big sound when you drop it.
Uh-oh.
It's more like a quarter. just-
But it wasn't like it might have been a nicer hotel, but it was in the middle of nowhere.
The thing where they put you
I had
up
to eat at the
there,
fucking
I don't want to
hotel.
say too much about it
Yeah.
because people get like I've had a few people showing up at hotels lately.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's like it's so nice that they wanted to smoke with me that badly,
Mm-hmm.
but a complete stranger cruising up to my hotel room is never gonna.
That's-
I'm never gonna be
yeah.
like, oh, he's probably just coming to smoke me out. I don't have that much of an ego about it.
Has this happened since the documentary? Since the
Well,
sobriety thing?
it's happened since everything. Like as soon as because first of all, I had to start smoking pot. I was a comic for like 6 years before I even started. It was
Okay.
stand-up comedy that kind of drove me to smoking pot because I was hanging around with a bunch of potheads all the
How
time.
old were you
Yeah.
when you started?
28.
Wow.
I started when I was like
stand-up or pot?
pot.
Pot, 28.
I started smoking. I didn't start stand up till I was 29, but I started smoking pot when I was 26, and that was from living in Austin. It's just
Yeah,
everybody
it's
has
just too
weed.
prevalent there,
Yeah.
and that crowd. Yeah, in my case, I was working the now it's no longer there. There was a what's that suburb outside of San Francisco? Walnut
Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek. Yeah.
Yeah, Walnut Creek is where there used to be another Punchline. It was a really nice club, but it's
Isn't
just
there like a Tommy T's?
there's
some
stuff out
place
there.
that-
Yeah, it's
A
San
Rooster Teeth
Leandro
Feathers.
and Rooster Teeth Feathers. But there used to be when I was first starting out, when I was like an opener in stand-up, I would go up to San Francisco. I would work in San Francisco like 6 or 8 weeks, maybe 12 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Because there were 3 or 4 clubs in the city, and then clubs that were out in the burbs. And I'd work all those places all the time because I just quickly became friends with everybody in San Francisco. Like I had friends in LA that were stand-ups, but I never really had that kind of group of people that you have to have when you're first starting.
Yeah.
You know, and I had that in San Francisco, so I'd go up there all the time.
Yeah.
And the Walnut Creek Punchline, I was working with Posehn was the opener, Brian Posehn. I was the feature act, and Greg Proops was the headliner.
Oh.
And they just got me high all week. And then it's boom, I was a stoner.
That was it.
Yeah, I specifically blame those 2 guys. Because to make it to 28, and through 6 years of stand-up comedy,
You had never tried
2.5
it before?
years of junior college.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, I smoked once when I was like 17, didn't think much of it, and never did it again.
I've never smoked
Always
pot.
a fan of Cheech and Chong growing up.
Me too.
Had their albums.
Yeah.
And never thought of smoking pot as an option.
Yeah.
Because it was just such a...
Well,
I
did
live
it-
in San Diego, and it's illegal.
I started drinking in high school, and that's when the first time I was around pot was when I was at a party and I had drank a bunch and I smoked pot and I would just throw up and pass out. So I did that a couple times in high school and was like, you know what? I prefer to just have beers and hang out because when I smoke pot, I just puke and pass out.
It's not the beers that are making me throw up. It's this.
Well, I mean, it was a combination of the two, but I
hookers.
could never mix them, and I just thought like, well, I'd rather be at a party drinking with people than, smoking pot.
Yeah, and you weren't smoking enough to build up any kind of tolerance. That's
Right.
why you throw up because, I think I've only thrown up once in my life because I had, a mix of alcohol and weed. Like adding weed to something usually isn't what makes somebody sick.
It could
weed
still,
is good for nausea.
Yeah, but if you're already
If you're super
halfway
hammered,
in the bag, if you're really
really in
hammered,
the bag and then
it
you
can,
smoke,
like,
I can
start
see
giving
where
you
it
the spins. And,
ratchets it up. Yeah, I could see that.
But
Wow.
I can see that. It usually mellows me out. But you've never tried it at all?
He's never
No,
tried
I never
it at all.
have. I'm 28.
Let's do it.
This is
That's
the Doug
that's
Benson
when you have to
story.
start.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
And then I did this show at the Ice House with Doug Benson.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. I just been waiting for someone to
That
offer
could be
it
your
to me.
story.
I started when I was 30. I don't smoke a lot at all because it makes me very quiet and makes my car feel like I'm driving on all flat tires. So I have
Well,
to
you
make
shouldn't
sure
be
I'm
driving.
I know, but I have to make sure I'm at a place for like
This
4
first
hours.
time was on the
and when you're at a
i5.
place
Do you
for
ever
4
want to
hours,
do it?
I'm okay.
Somebody paid.
I don't want
Do you
want
wanna
to
tell
do
the
it.
story?
I don't want
Wait,
to be
what?
the one.
Someone gave him a free nugget of weed.
Oh, someone gave me a big free piece of weed.
And he put googly eyes on it and said it was like his pet weed.
It was
and he
cute.
It was really cute. He put it in a little glass.
you still
jar.
have it, or did somebody?
No,
smoke
I mean,
it?
I didn't start
Jar.
drinking until I went to
He
college.
sold it.
Did you
He's a
cry
drug
when it
dealer.
died?
What's that?
Did you cry when it died?
I actually sold it. Now I'm a dealer. What's up? Yeah.
I don't do the drugs. I just sell the drugs.
Did you need money or what? Why did you?
No, my friend came over and he was like, "That's a cool, good." I don't know the terms. He said,
Nug.
"That's a cool,
That's a
piece
good
of
nug.
weed."
Cool, sweet piece
That's
of
good
weed
nug,
you
bro.
have
Weed,
there.
bro. And I was like,
Good nug, bro.
Yeah, give me the money, bitch. And then
How much did he give you for it?
Give me
For
10
one
bucks.
nug?
It's 10 bucks.
it was like
For a
good-
nugget? That's not bad.
It's
Yeah.
It's okay.
I talked him into it. I sold him. I was like,
just-
"You're gonna really enjoy this." And
I would have been like, "You're not even going to smoke it, so why not just give
wait?
it
I
to
Why
put
do
me?"
you have it
in.
there?
I put it in a canning jar. It was adorable.
It was a mason jar, a little mason jar. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty easy to get weed.
This
You're
guy,
like
well,
the-
this guy came in.
He's
and
like
was
the world's cutest criminal of all time.
That's right.
I bought a bunch of weed.
I sell weed on Etsy.
When did we do our podcast? Tuesday? Whatever day. I got really drunk during the day.
don't
Wine
remember the day.
drunk.
Wine drunk. And then went to... I'm like still kind of retracing steps. I drank way too much that day. I was shooting a thing with Henry Phillips and a bunch of people at 10 in the morning at a bar and just... It's like, oh, I'll have a glass of wine. And then me and Mark Cohen went to a weed store and I bought a shitload of fucking weed and edibles and stuff.
I still haven't
Which is a
seen
nice
Punching
surprise.
the Clown.
Oh, you should watch it. It's
I
great.
know. I just thought as long as Henry Phillips' name came up. So long, gentlemen.
We didn't get to say
Oh,
Yeah,
gonna
say
miss
goodbye.
Oh my God, you
Everybody.
guys got kicked
Bye,
out.
everybody.
Punching the Clown. You can
Rotate.
stream it on anybody listening. There's a really funny movie called Punching the Clown
Is
starring
anybody
Henry
listening?
Phillips that you can stream on Netflix now.
you.
Or you can, order it on Amazon. And it's truly it's truly good. It's funny. I mean,
I heard it's good.
You do it with,
I hear
it's one of
nothing
your
but good
friends
things about
and you
it.
have to be
and
like...
I plug it now whenever I can because
You should
know,
watch it. It's
he's a good
genuinely
guy
like,
and-
even if I didn't know, I've watched it. I've seen it 4 times probably, and
lot of
it's
pot.
It's,
How are you?
Oh,
It's really
I
good.
thought you might want some.
No,
I'll
I
get
can't,
that.
I can't take pot before I
haven't
perform.
talked yet.
I can't either. I do weed before I just it's
Oh,
my
it's a blur.
timing's off.
Let's have some introductions.
Ladies, just
Yes.
enter the party. Girls,
Hi,
whenever the girls show up,
guys.
it's party time.
This is Christina Pazsitzky, and I'm here with the famous
Sarah Tiana.
T-Bone.
Who's
And
very
I-
quiet tonight, Sarah? What's going on?
No, I know. I'm just easing my way in, you know.
She's got high heels
Little
on like
foreplay.
a lady.
Oh yeah, look who's all dressed up.
This is so much weed,
Yeah.
man. I'm holding Doug Benson's
heels.
weed.
Why?
That's not my weed. It's
Oh, sorry.
It's
It's
Brian
somebody's
Redban's
weed.
weed. But
That
yeah,
is-
you can hold it.
What
That
kind
is
do you
huge.
It's
prefer?
Afghani Bull Rider.
Is that a sativa or an indica?
Oh, good
Afghani.
question. It's
I
an
like-
indica, dummy. Why'd you give me an indica, dummy? Didn't I tell you about me and indicas?
Are you? I
dummy?
hate indicas.
They just they knock me out
That's
too much.
sleepy
Yeah.
times, yeah.
Shit, I didn't even
don't
think
even
to
know
ask
the
before I
difference.
smoked it.
What's the difference?
Do you have a
Oh,
sativa
girl.
sitting
Sativa's
around
more of
so
a
we can
like
counteract
peppy,
it, that
creative
shit, as quickly as possible?
weed, and indica's kind of like I'm gonna sit here on the
watch
What
CSI
couch.
happened to
and go to
Tripoli
bed.
and what
For
happened to
14
not
hours.
talking when
Yeah.
you're not on a
Yes,
microphone?
That
I,
sounds like a
um,
great time.
It is actually because I smoke Afghani Kush to sleep. Like if I
Yeah.
have dog
Who
thoughts,
else?
my brain can't
And is
stop.
that because we went to Afghanistan together? You
Absolutely.
Like the Afghani Kush now?
I liked it there so much that I went out and I bought their brand of weed or black tar heroin.
Who wants a hit of indica? Anybody over there? Not you. You're joking around.
They're taking pictures.
Do you girls smoke? Are you smokers?
I have to go up.
Can I tell you, Doug
Go-
Benson?
You're going up first?
I'm after Tripoli, and I'm gonna bring Doug
Yeah,
up.
should be some
Okay.
indica left there. Then we're going to switch to sativa.
Can I tell you how reckless Doug Benson is? That he has an iPhone 4 without
a case.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's-
And I've had this. I've had
living
this
on
for
the
quite a
edge,
while.
yeah.
And look at how pristine it is.
Wow, I'm
I don't
really
have a,
impressed.
It's
It's
my
really good.
baby. I don't drop it.
I don't have a cover on mine either. I don't like how they
Yo.
bulk them up.
Yeah, it
Well-
makes it too much in my pocket. I like the way
So
this slides in
funny.
and
But-
out.
I think I've actually dropped more babies than phones, probably.
But if you drop that, it's like instant shatter
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what
Dude,
the
'cause
difference
I-
is.
I
I
man.
have
dropped
a BlackBerry
mine.
still. I'm rocking it. I
I
like
don't
the
like the
keys,
BlackBerry.
man.
BlackBerry people were pretty into their Blackberries.
Well, I'm gonna
but-
switch next year, but because I have the iPad, and I was like, I'm just gonna check out this, see if I want to switch to the iPhone. And they
My
got
dad asked me
man.
what
They
I
got
wanted for
me.
Christmas, and I told him an iPad, and I think he's getting it for me.
No way! Look
Yeah, I
how
know.
excited you are!
I was
Santa.
blown away. I was like, no, you're not real. Well, first he texted me, and he's like, do you want a Kindle for Christmas? And I was like, no.
You have a
I
good-
want an iPad, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy.
And
That's
then he's
expensive.
like, yeah, he's gonna get me an iPad.
I'm older now. I say
good.
what I want.
Can I tell you that?
Amazing. Well, I was fucking with him. Like, I mean, I honestly, I'm not gonna use a Kindle.
Yeah, no.
No.
And I was just sending him weird texts. Like, I was just in a funny mood. I told him I was dating a dude, and
No.
I was gonna bring a dude back
So he's
for
getting you an
Christmas.
iPad to bring you back to.
And then I told him that I was
heterosexuality.
69ing with the dude, and I'd have to text him later.
Wow, my dad and I have the same text. No,
Really?
I'm just joking. That'd be
Wait,
weird.
Brennan. All right, so I turned 35, and my dad was like, "You're not a child anymore. Like, he
Yeah.
won't even buy me a present."
I don't. I
Really?
mean, we're
Yeah.
not big present. I mean, no. That was actually. I was being completely. I thought he was to text me back like, "Yeah, you can stick an iPad up your ass." Or something. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe he found out he's sick or something.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Trying
Is
to be
there
nice.
sativa in that one?
We still make Christmas lists at my house.
What?
What's that?
Yeah, we have to make Christmas lists
But
and
it
send them
might
to
be,
everybody.
right?
Not in Hungarian.
Blackberry.
Not in Eastern Bloc families. We don't give a shit.
don't make
we
Christmas
don't
lists?
celebrate anything. No.
Do you guys still dress up like Santa and stuff? No? What do you have?
My daddy fools
What do
me
you have?
every year.
Klaus Claus? What's the name of
No,
that?
no, no. Here's what happens in
Hungarian
Hungary.
Santa.
Yeah, we do actually. December 6th, what happens is you put your shoes outside, and if you're good, St. Nicholas puts candy in your shoes.
Ugh.
I thought only
I don't wanna
Asian
eat
people
any
left
shoe
their shoes
candy.
outside.
No, but listen, if you're bad, in Hungary,
They
the-
put unwrapped candy in your shoes.
no, the devil shows up. A guy in the village dresses up as the devil, and he comes with a branch, and he beats the shit out of you as a kid. I swear to God, they still. My father,
I think my parents are Hungarian.
my uncle got beat up a few years in a row. If you're a bad kid,
Wow.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. So who's this too? Smoking.
That's Pete C.
Hi.
Some stoner guy.
Petey Cornea.
What's in this other container over here? Oh, is it a sativa?
There's a lot of.
Oh, a hybrid. I'll settle for a hybrid. Thanks, dude.
Economically
I don't
friendly.
need all of this. Just a little. But
Gonna
welcome
get
to the table.
Cozy over here.
There we go. What? This is from here.
That's
or what?
Pete C, by the way. He's been on a few Death Squad podcasts in the past. First time in the studio.
First time in studio. Let's hear it.
All right,
Yeah, in the
Pizza.
studio. Here I am. I don't think the mic's on though.
First time.
Welcome.
Tripoli, you going on right now?
Oh.
This is exciting. Do you think anybody's like watching this on their phone in the audience of the comedy show? No way.
Maybe.
That would be nuts. They get to watch him backstage doing this, and then he comes
We asked
out.
them to turn their phones
I'm watching
off.
it on my phone.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, they got to turn their phones off.
Oh my God, I had a guy at
a good point.
Flappers over Thanksgiving weekend. I was doing Flappers, and this fucking kid right in the front row, his phone rings, and he picks it up, and he starts talking on his phone. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm in the fucking."
Flappers is a comedy club, by the
Oh,
way,
yeah,
for
in
people.
Burbank.
When you're saying I was doing Flappers.
She was doing
over-
a burlesque show when this guy.
Yeah. So this fucking kid starts yakking on his phone, and I just started my act, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you talking on your phone?
Yeah.
Are you fucking really doing that?" And I grabbed the phone, and I tried to be all cool and make a
Right.
spectacle of him, and embarrass him, and I tried to call the person back, but I couldn't figure out his phone because it was
Wow.
some janky ass non-iPhone, non-BlackBerry.
Right.
So the bad part is, eventually, I hand the phone back to him, and I notice that he's not making eye contact with me the entire time. And I figure it's shame, but it's not. The guy was like, I think legally blind or something the
Right.
whole time. You know what I mean? Like, when you fuck with somebody in the audience, and it turns out like they
So he didn't
are
know there was a
retarded.
comedian on stage?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he may have been blind made me feel so bad for
Well,
fucking
blind
with
people
him
have to have
that
manners too.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
There's a blind guy in
felt
the
bad.
front row of a show I did in Indianapolis.
Crackers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there next week, by the way.
Yeah,
to
but there were some black
some-
people there too.
Yeah, downtown.
It's mostly crackers, but yeah, there was some
Yeah.
black. No, but I played there, and there was a guy in the front row who apparently goes to that club a lot. Super
I know
nice
you're
guy,
talking
loves
about.
comedy.
I know you're
He
talking
sits in the
about.
front row, and he doesn't wear
Yep.
sunglasses, and he kind of
Got the
kind
crazy
of,
eyes.
He kind of looks like he can see.
Yep.
But he kind of does stare off in a weird direction, and I gave him a hard time for that.
Yep. Oh,
Like
no.
I laid into him for like, hey, look at me, I'm right up here.
Uh-oh.
And then it slowly came around that he was blind, and then the rest of my act, in between jokes, I'd like pantomime stuff, and the audience would go crazy.
that's a
like,
good idea.
Hilarious.
and now that I know there's a blind guy, I'm going to torture him and make him wonder what they're
You were
laughing
just
at.
mean to him.
So-
Yeah, I just made it. I was even meaner to
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Like instead of being nice, I took it up a notch and was like, "Well, I'm just gonna be a bigger asshole about this." Because he, I hope he loved it. Like
He did.
he hung out afterwards and got my autograph a few
Did he give you an
times.
Applebee's
Did you
gift
sign your
card?
right name?
That's what I mean. A few times he'd go show somebody and they go, "No, he gave you another fake one."
No, really?
I made that part up. But now that whole story, that's a good. I've been trying to think of stories that could actually become more of a
Like a
an
bit?
actual bit.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Because too many of those stories are just like when you were saying about how it was the wrong kind of phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you had that great twist at the end that it turns out he might have been blind.
Yeah.
But if you hadn't had that, that's what happens to us too often in those situations when you're trying to make somebody look dumb for doing something
Yeah.
like that. Because most of the audience sympathizes with that person. Like, oh, maybe it was an important call, or, you know what I mean? Like, people aren't that. Like, I read recently that they did a study and that people don't mind that the whole movie gets ruined in movie trailers.
What?
They don't mind. Like, they
mind.
polled people, and people don't care that plot points are revealed in trailers.
People are a lot different.
And
than
I think
me.
that they're just all a lot more forgiving
Yeah.
from the other
Wait.
side of the performance.
But
Can
do
I
they get
tell you-
mad if someone's using their phone during the movie?
But they sided with me at the show. You know what I'm saying?
they
You
did.
see,
But
I
then-
feel the opposite, that people are waiting for, they want to see you attack somebody
They
in the
did
crowd.
that
Because
time.
people will go like, ooh, when I just still say like, hey man, can you shut up? I'm talking. Like, when I'm not even trying to go after someone and the crowd's like, ooh, here we go. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
love
not,
it.
no, that's not.
But then I had the thought, like, what if he's calling his ride? And he's like, I'm fucking blind, but I'm going to be drunk later, and I don't know how to get home, and you got it. Like, what if it
He
was his
still could have made
mom
that
or
call
some
later.
shit?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
there's
I don't think
pre-planned
blind is a
happening.
reason to answer your phone. I don't.
No.
I don't think.
No.
I just feel
Because
bad. I feel bad.
what emergency's happening somewhere that
We
he
just
can
found the
help?
cure to blindness. Hurry to the hospital. It's only available for 10 minutes.
How the fuck can he use his phone anyway?
I know. His dog
That's
should be
right.
answering.
Yeah.
It might be braille things, like braille bumps.
Listen,
on the,
take your
touch
made-up
screen.
story, take it back to the
That's so
lab, and work
funny.
on it a little bit more. Flappers. That was the part
comedy
that
lab.
gave it away right there.
Yeah.
There isn't a place called
You've
Flappers.
done Flappers.
I'll be there on December 29th at 10 p.m. recording
Yeah.
an episode
Yeah.
of Doug Loves Movies.
Well, just I'm at Crackers next week too. So
Nice.
Crackers Broad
Nice
Ripple?
Crackers.
no, Crackers downtown.
Oh,
this time.
I was in Broad Rip.
I was
so you
in
might
Broad
not
Rip
run
too.
into Blindy.
But I used to do Broad Rip, and now they just put me in downtown. So I don't know what the difference will be. But
Oh, really? Yeah,
we'll
you've
see.
never been. Okay.
I've not done it. Have you?
I want to do Broad Rip again. I like going back to places where it
Downtown's
was nice
rough.
and it went
Broad
well.
Rip.
Yeah, right? That's a good choice. Very good choice.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while I'll go back to a club that I didn't love just because I liked the town or the people
yeah.
were cool.
The
but
hotel.
the hotel is huge.
Yeah.
If they've got a great setup.
Well,
Like, have you ever played... I think it came up earlier today. Rooster T. Feathers.
Oh, yeah.
In Sunnyvale?
I hear that hotel's amazing, right?
It's in Sunnyvale, and it's now they moved to a different one. So I'm speaking out of school at this point. But the hotel they used to have was like my absolute favorite comedy club
Really?
hotel.
What
now
about
they
it?
put people up at the other one. And I said, well, when I play there, you're going to put me up at the one I like, right? And the first time they were like, no. And then the next time I put my foot down, I was like, you're going to put me up at the one I like this time, right? And that time they said, okay.
Well, which one do you like and why?
It's
do
called
you
the
like
Grand.
Well, now everybody knows where to bother
They
you.
pick you.
Well, no,
I know.
I didn't want you to say the name, but like
I think it's pretty obvious though, because it's in the
Right.
menu and stuff in the club.
Oh, right.
okay.
You know, I think they even say.
I don't like. Sometimes they'll say.
They'll say,
and now
"We'd like
it's
to
like
thank
our
for-"
sponsor is the fucking DoubleTree, and it's like you just told everybody where I'm staying, asshole.
Yeah,
I
that's an
know.
unfortunate trade-off of
If they want to rape or kill me.
when they have a good deal with a hotel. That's what they'll do to you.
Yeah.
But can I tell you what really, really gets me going? If in my hotel there is a kitchenette and I can go to the store and buy groceries and veggies and I can make an omelet for myself, I'm happier than shit. I mean, don't put me in like a fancy pants hotel that I can't cook in.
Yeah. Well,
I get
know?
excited when
I
there's
don't know. I
a
like
separate
both.
shower from the bathtub.
Oh,
I get really
that's
stoked
so
about that.
Oh, that's nice.
I get
time.
really stoked about that.
I don't see that very often.
The Fairmont in San Jose has that.
That's a goodie.
Oh yeah. I like that hotel.
That
That's
hotel's
fancy,
pretty
yeah.
rad.
Now everybody knows where
I
the
like that place.
comedians who are playing in San Jose stay.
I have a story about that place.
The Fairmont?
Yeah. I was No.
What room?
Oh well. Speaking of masturbating,
Probably the same.
I
Don't
stayed
say
there. I stayed there for 2 nights the same night that it was completely booked up with a furry convention.
No.
It was one of the most fun weekends I ever had.
Wow.
Because the furries.
Did you talk about this?
They
on
had like a disco, they had a nightclub and a bar in the bottom of the hotel, and so both nights when I came back from doing my show, there was just a room full of people in cute costumes dancing to the hits of today, like a regular DJ, and they're just all like just jumping around to like Lady Gaga or whatever,
Right.
and they're fucking. You know, sometimes they take their heads off because they get hot or whatever, but
Right.
for the most part, it's just like a room full of mascots.
That's a really good
That's
idea. Like, if you're
crazy.
embarrassed about the way you dance, if you just put on a costume, nobody can tell who you are.
And they smoke pot, of course, and invited me up to their room. So I went up to a room full of furries and got to know them a little bit. And it turns out 10% of the furry thing is sexual.
Really?
Like
Everybody
the
else
other
just thinks
90s,
it's
just
funny.
like wearing a cool costume and
But it's
disappearing into a character, and you know, because they're often like not superheroes, but you know, like cartoon character kind of costumes,
okay.
and they create their own. Sometimes they make their own costume.
So
and
they're
it's
like Star Trek
like they're creating
convention
their own
people.
mascot in a way. Yeah, you know, like you
In
don't
a
think of
sense.
Star Trek as being
Because
sexual.
I thought that's what, furry.
Speak for
I
yourself.
associate with just sex.
I
Like
just
I
wanna
thought they
fuck
just
in
want to
those
fuck in those
outfits.
costumes.
Well, no, that it's a
Yeah.
kink rather. That's what turns are crank. The kink is I'm a Smurf or I'm a fucking mystical
Right.
unicorn.
Yeah, but it's
badger,
not
and
about
then-
I'm that thing fucking. It's about I'm that thing, and that is enabling me to socialize. Like it's just a way to reach out to other. It's just they're shy. They're not like sexually like I got to put this. You know, some of
I
them
see,
are
I see.
a small
Yeah.
percentage, which like they could clean up if they go to one of those.
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like I'm thinking about getting a costume.
It's like what, like a Saved by the Bell guy.
What's your furry costume?
Because they're also
Doug?
not
That's the
ugly
best.
people. They're not ugly people in there.
interesting.
They're perfectly normal.
Probably
Really?
fairly young too. There's probably nobody over 50. Well, no, there's always going to be a 50-year-old dude.
But I think I don't think
lurking
any.
around.
Now that you mention it, it was kind of a young scene.
Do they have sex with the costumes on?
That's
Some do.
Some do, but that's not
confusing.
the whole
not the
game.
main.
That's what
Really
I'm trying
confusing.
to. I'm trying to.
I used to dress up. That's how I paid my way through college. I worked at Six Flags as a character like that. I'm not kidding.
yeah.
What was
Yeah.
your character?
I was Daffy for a while, and I played Taz. We were in a band called What's Up Rock.
But did you ever have to walk around amongst people?
Yeah. Well, we
But
had to do a
isn't
meet
it-
and greet after.
But could you see where if you didn't do it as a living and it wasn't a hot day and you're in a
Yeah.
stupid costume, but couldn't you see how the love and affection everybody has for you
Yeah.
while you have it on is nice?
You know what was weird is always when you're leaving the park and you're walking back to your car in your regular clothes, and I'm still like waving at children.
Oh, that's funny.
And they're like, "We don't know who the
yeah.
fuck you are. Now you're just some creepy lady
Stop
waving
waving
at
at my
kids."
kid, lady.
Yeah. And so that's when you're like, "Oh yeah." You
Wait,
forget.
so what are the Taz fans like? Like, are the
They
fans
get
different?
they get violent because Taz is like such a crazy,
right? Like he's like the animal.
Yeah,
of the
and I remember
Muppets.
like the drumsticks.
in a
Taz played the
tornado.
drums in the band, and the regular drumsticks were too small, so we had
You
to
didn't
use
have to really
broom
play
handles.
anything, though. You're just faking,
You're
right?
just faking, but you
Yeah.
still had to be with the beat,
Right.
and you had to memorize autograph signatures. So that if a kid goes to another park and gets an autograph, they all
Taz
look
looks
the
the
same.
same.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so.
What's something like that
so
pay?
absurd.
Probably some horror, $8 an hour or something.
It was like we got paid on salary, which is why it was so great for college because
Oh.
I would just work Friday night, Saturday, Sunday during the school year, and then in the summer we would work like I don't know. It was like at the time it was like $1,000 or $1,200 a month or something,
That's not
which was
bad.
really good in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah, it's not bad. $400
Yeah.
a week.
What's the worst?
Yeah, and you got
job?
health insurance and
Wow.
everything. You know,
Okay. I always thought they were like
That's
maybe it's
great.
Disney who's horrible. I always heard it's
At
like
the time, it
the
was Time
worst thing
Warner
to be
that owned the
involved in.
park. So Warner Brothers owned the park, and it was really great
Can
setup.
I tell you what always freaked me out about those Six Flags commercials is that they
That bald guy?
yeah, like why didn't they
Dancing bald.
utilize they got nothing but characters to utilize, and then they create this weird
Some-
old guy
yeah.
to like
Yeah,
do
that
the
was
Roger
after
Rabbit or
I left,
whatever.
okay?
I don't know
That was after I
what
left.
that was a bizarre campaign that went on for way too long. And then they
Oh,
still
they
had
brought
for
it back.
a long time,
They just brought
longer
it
than
back.
it
Oh, I'm
should have
so
been.
glad.
Also,
I think
they
I
had
saw it
that
last
Asian
year.
guy going Six Flags.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just an Asian guy going Six Flags.
Yeah, the
Like,
Asians do
what
love
the
Six
fuck was
Flags,
that?
though.
But that was such
And
a weird ad.
cholos.
Yeah.
Gangbangers.
I think people like
love
roller
Six
coasters.
Flags.
People
I
like
think
to get
people like-
pregnant at theme parks.
Oh God!
And goths. When I was goth, we used to go
Yeah.
like every week.
baby Goliath because it was conceived while we were waiting in line.
It is interesting how people try to be so original in life, and then you go to Six Flags, which is like a family, like
That's where you
kitschy, like
You find your family.
fun zone.
I don't go to those
Wow.
places.
Have you ever gone to Disneyland on Goth Day?
They have
No,
Goth
but I've
Day?
seen the website for it. I so want to go.
No,
I
they
read
don't.
about it
there's a
in a
Goth Day.
Chuck Klosterman book, and I've wanted to go.
I've never been to
ever
Disneyland.
since. Well, you should go on Goth Day. Kill
I go,
two birds.
I go
What's-
at Halloween
when does it
and
happen?
Christmas. I
Around
always
It used
Halloween?
to be for years and years. It was in August, which is hilarious.
That's
They
hilarious.
kept-
I heard
They're
it.
sweating it off.
Yeah. So they moved it, I think, to like October or something. Which October is perfect, but
Yeah.
they moved it to somewhere colder. I think maybe even September. But I gotta remember to look that up because I really want to go because I think. I think it would
crowded.
do the same thing for me that being at that furry
What do
thing
they-
was.
they
You know,
call
I
it?
really like the idea of immersing myself in a group of people that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a day for it. I forget what they call it, like vampire,
Especially if I'm high.
Disney.
It's called Bats Day.
Yes, that's
Bats
what it
Day.
is. And there's a website, and you can, if you just Google it, and you can see the goths. They all come out, and it is the one day. It's so funny.
Huh.
It's so great. Were you ever
But
goth,
that's a good
Doug
idea because
Benson?
then you can meet your people.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't get goths. I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't get it. You know, like
yeah.
I don't. I'm not. So I think it would be. And I also just they pick 3 times during the day, and they have 3 different spots, like in front of the castle and in front of 2 other things, where they do a group photo.
No.
Yes.
So, but this is sanctioned by Disneyland? or-
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's a day.
A group vote. You're supposed to be
I
individuals.
want to be there for that.
Everybody
and I'm
needs
not
a
gonna.
tribe.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna disrespect them.
Can
or
you
laugh
get
at
in the
them.
picture?
Yeah.
It'd be great, a bunch of
Try to
goths
get
and then
in there.
Doug Benson.
They might let me in. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
they
even
might
know
let
how
you in.
much marijuana plays a part of the whole goth
Oh,
scene.
goths! I was goth for like a long time in high school. And I will speak on behalf
With
of
that
my
hair,
tribe.
you were goth?
No, I had black hair. I had an orange mohawk. I had red hair and everything. I was very much into Susie Sue. And no, you know what's ironic is that the drug of choice in the 90s being goth was crystal meth.
Ooh.
So you had a
Where
lot
did you
of
grow up?
here in LA.
Oh.
So I would go to a club called Helter Skelter on Highland, and that was on Wednesday nights. And I would lie to my folks and sneak out like in 10th grade and just shadow dance my ass off all night. And then Stigmata was on Friday nights. House of Usher, that was in Northern California.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And you just wear these tight PVC vinyl pants and just sweat your balls off. I mean, your ovaries off, getting high.
I never
It was fun.
It seems like being goth or rockabilly or one of those Betty Page chicks. It's just like it's so much. You can't just fucking throw on because you see those people out at the grocery store. It's like, can't you just put on shorts and a t-shirt ever?
But
I don't
you know,
think so.
women
You're
that just wear regular outfits probably spend an equal amount of time obsessing about it and deciding what to wear.
No, true, but you're wearing
It's not
essentially
it's
a
not
costume.
that much more
like
work.
every day is hot.
Right.
Like it's like I'm kind of being the Fonz or fucking.
But it eases up
Jimmy
your
Dean.
you don't have to pick from a variety of things. It's almost easier to get dressed.
Yeah,
if
you know what I
You're going
did?
to wear Western gear.
I have the same 3 shirts. I found a shirt that I liked, and I just bought 3 of them.
I know.
And now
That's
what I wear now. I'm not wearing it tonight.
Einstein, you're like, I have a uniform.
Well, it's
I have a uniform.
just wearing a
You
t-shirt.
still change it up, you know.
No, but goths do that. Like you have a uniform too. Like either it's your Bauhaus shirt, your Joy Division shirt, or your Cure shirt, your tights, and then your skirt.
I can picture all
and
3 of those
that's it.
shirts that
But
you
that
just
music-
like Joy
I
Division
still
with
have
that.
'em.
That music isn't so. It's not that foreign to me. Like it's perfectly acceptable pop music, you know. And so it's weird to me that they're so fixated on, just those bands, you know.
Well, now it's evolved into I don't know what it is.
Well,
now,
there's a
'cause I'm
girl I
older, but-
dated who was kind of like that. Not super. Guys
Does
that do it are almost
is
weird.
Morrissey and goth and being Hispanic, is that all linked together, sort of?
That's a weird thing that Morrissey picked up a Hispanic following because traditionally the Smiths, I believe, are goth, but Morrissey solo, maybe Bona Drag, is considered goth, and then after that, he's out. He's just not hard enough. He's not sad enough, I think, in my opinion.
He was
my
just on
professional
Not sad
gothic
enough.
opinion. Yeah.
Thank you,
You
for
guys
your
weren't
professional gothic.
You guys
opinion.
weren't like Hessians in high school, or like what was your thing? Butt rock.
I
or
was
metal,
kind of just
or
like
country.
I like
for
sound
some
never
Soundgarden
really.
and
I don't.
music.
I don't know. I don't think I really. I mean, I was into like the Replacements, like indie
that's
rock
good.
stuff. I also liked hair metal when I was
give me some
younger.
bands. I gotta know.
Motley Crue I got into when I was like 12, probably. Like Shot at the Devil, I was like, ooh, man. When I was like 12, I got exposed to a lot of fucking shit. There was this used record store basically around the corner from where I grew up in Philadelphia. And I started going in there and just looking at albums, and the Dead Kennedys. I remember I found them.
Love them.
Yeah,
I
oh
still
God, I
listen
met
to
Jello
them.
Biafra a few months
What?
ago. Yeah, he's friends with
And?
Neil Hamburger. I got my picture taken
Is
with
he
him.
cool?
He
Is
was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. But when I found it was like the compilation, Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death. And I was reading the songs because I was like, Dead Kennedys? That's a crazy name. Why would you
great
call
name.
yourself that? And then the album looked cool. And then I read the songs on the back, and Too Drunk to Fuck was on there. And I was like, why? You can't. They're not going to play that on the radio. What are you talking? Why would you make a song called Too Drunk to Fuck? And I had to get it. And them and the Dead Milkmen, actually, because they were like in the same thing. And the Dead Milkmen were from Philly, too. So then I got really into those guys. I mean, not really. But
They were
I mean,
lighter. They were sillier.
They're
Punk
silly,
rock
yeah, the
girl.
silly stuff. And then like Ween, I was a little older when I was a little older when I got into Ween. Like when I discovered like, oh, silly good music. Like it's still good music, but it's silly songs and like the lyrics are funny. And the Replacements are like that to a certain extent. I mean, he's an amazing songwriter.
Yeah.
But they had a whole goofy, I don't give a shit attitude where they'd like be just drunk and fucking up and never finish a song. And
That is admirable.
yeah.
I like Sonic Youth a lot.
Sonic Youth,
They're
the
getting
Pixies.
divorced. Oh, the
I know.
Pixies. Say no
I
more
know.
about the
She has
Pixies.
shoes
It's
made
my
of the
favorite.
Pixies.
I have shoes and I have a handbag custom made of the Pixies. How
Wow.
embarrassing is that? Molly
That's not-
Schminky
well-
made one for me. The Booker.
you
Oh
guys-
yeah, Molly made you a bag. Huh?
Yeah,
I always
the
thought that
Pixies.
bag stuff was nonsense.
No, can I tell you why it's
I
not
didn't. I
nonsense?
thought she was. No, I don't mean I'm judging her bags, but when she's like, I can't hang out tonight. I'm going to work on my
Oh,
bags. I was like, you
it's-
just don't want to hang out.
And can I tell you what happened to me while I was wearing my Pixies bag? I was walking down my street in Silver Lake, and I was walking past Say Cheese.
You guys live right around the corner from me.
Get the fuck
you know
out
that?
of here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, don't say where. But.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
Jeff Tate told me,
Oh,
and then
I
I
love
saw
Jeff
Tom on a
Tate.
flight, and I don't
that's
know, but
crazy.
we're like literally right around the corner.
we have
from
to
each
go.
other.
We have to go hang out.
Let's go to the coffee table.
Yeah. But so, anyways, I was walking past.
That was
Say
a test.
Cheese.
Coffee table closed down.
It did close down. I'm sorry, I knew that, but I was too excited.
There's one in Eagle Rock.
We just went to Speranza. Do you
Yeah,
know
we
that
went there
place?
last night.
No.
It's great.
Hyperion. Okay. Well,
now
someone's not
people
really
can
from
like
Silver
really.
Lake.
Yeah.
Speranza, what is that?
You're gonna Google Map
Hyperion.
us.
It's. I go to that
Italian.
sushi place all the time. Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you go to MJ's, the gay bar? It's really
I go there, but like I don't go hang out at the bar. I just hang out at closing time on the corner
sure.
and act like I'm in
Smart.
distress.
Wait, can I tell my fucking
About
story,
3.
please?
Yeah,
please.
sorry.
So listen, I was walking past Say Cheese with my husband, Tom Segura, and who did I see in front of
Horrible
Say Cheese?
comedian Tom Segura.
He's terrible. He's a real piece of shit.
Terrible.
Kim Deal. Kim fucking Deal of the Pixies eating a goddamn sandwich. And I had my bag on me, and Tommy was like, you got to go talk to her. She's your hero. And I was like, I can't
Yeah.
nerd out. Like, I'm not a celebrity-oriented person, but she's one of my big things. And I went up to her, and
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, do you want to see my bag?
Really? That was your opening line?
Such a loser. I was like, I got a bag of the Pixies.
so
If you're
funny.
interested, she's like, oh, I have a bag too. And then she had like a Pixies bag that they sell at concerts, but it's like just the sucky logo. It's not as cool as mine.
Right.
And
Wow, so you
yeah,
got a
she
cooler bag than
flossed
her.
in front of me. Yeah, it was very weird. It was a great time. But I don't
She does
nerd
have
out.
nice chompers.
She does. Do you have any idols? Who would
So
you nerd
guys
out
don't-
if you
so
met?
You guys don't like Brooks and Dunn. That's what you're saying right now.
No.
All right.
Who would you nerd
Is
out?
Brooks and Dunn? That's
I
not
don't know
Garth
who the
Brooks,
fuck that
right?
is.
No.
Yeah.
That's country
Different.
music. Oh.
But I thought Garth Brooks was involved in Brooks and
It's
Dunn.
Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn.
Oh yeah.
They're country band.
That's their names.
Yeah, that's
Kicks?
Their, yeah, Kicks.
Kicks.
It's about
I'm sure it's good.
They should have
Kicks
called
and
themselves
Ronnie.
Kicks and Ronnie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
There's
Kicks
about
and Ronnie.
1,000 people I would freak out if I met
Yeah,
them.
who's your
1,000?
who's
1,000
your
of
freak
them.
Jello
out?
Biafra was a big one for
Oh,
me.
I loved
was
him.
I was weird around him.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just.
Who's your
I
ultimate
can't.
freak?
I just can't stop myself from saying whatever I want to say to them in that moment. And like, if I run into somebody when I'm high, the shit that I say to people. Oh my god! I wish I.
Do you think?
I wish I'd write it down right away. Like, I said two different things to Tom Cruise that I know he just smiled and pretended like, it's cool that you're saying these terrible things to me. Because I know you're just joking around, or you're drunk or high or whatever. Like he
Was
just
this
sort
in a
of-
situation like where, like what kind of setting is this in?
It was a party after the MTV Movie Awards at the
And he's just hanging out at the party.
Soho House, that private
Oh,
place
yeah,
that
yeah.
I only get into when somebody I know has a membership there has a party. And MTV had their party there. And I had helped out a little bit on, attempting to write jokes for the show. And everything gets shot down that you come up with for whatever reason.
But so he was just at the.
So he
So it
was
was like
there.
a place where it's like his comfort level. He knows that most of the people here, nobody's like that. Going to be that crazy of a fan.
but are you a big Tom Cruise
Yeah,
fan?
no,
Like I'm saying,
it
he's-
was a pretty public party nonetheless.
Oh, okay.
Like it was, like they came into the part of the party that there was a closed off area that I couldn't get to,
Right.
where Tom Cruise and Aziz were hanging out.
Aziz?
Yeah, he hosted it that year.
Oh, right.
And Tom Cruise did that thing where he showed up and
didn't see it.
danced as the character from.
Oh yeah. The Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that guy, the mogul
Ben
guy,
Stiller's partner.
movie studio guy, or
Or the
whatever.
movie. Yeah.
And he dressed up in the costume, and it was a surprise where he suddenly appeared with Jennifer Lopez, and he kept up with her with fucking choreography. I mean, the man's a beast. I think
Oh,
he
yeah.
could do anything.
He can do anything.
He wants to. So that's why all that's left is I've got to become God. I've got to become the most powerful person ever.
Yeah.
And is that what attracts you to him as a celebrity? Like what?
I
Like,
think
are you a fan?
Yeah, I am kind of a fan. I think most of his movies are not very good.
Oh my God, Top Gun is my favorite movie
it's
of
the
all
best.
time. I can
Yeah,
watch,
it's not.
I know every
it's
word.
not a
I
great
can watch
movie.
it every day.
It's not a great movie, but it's super entertaining.
When I was in film
It's
school,
so-
all my film professors hated me because I always wrote that down as my favorite movie, and everyone's writing Clockwork Orange and shit. And I'm like, Top Gun is the best.
It's a solid,
Very popular
entertaining.
movie.
Yeah, everybody knows about, like, if you make a reference to Goose, everybody knows exactly what you're talking about, and everyone's a little sad about it. You know, like, it's a little,
that's a powerful
Goose,
movie.
God
You know,
damn
like,
it.
that's like an
Well,
80s
they really build him
movie.
up in a way
Yeah.
that, like, just fucks with you.
It's really
like
Anthony
fucking
Edwards'
old
best
Yeller.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, he's
His only
ready to
film.
die from the get-go because
Right.
he's so goddamn lovable, and they're having so much fun being buddies and being flying planes. That's a lesson.
Goose.
Don't enjoy yourself
And
too much.
that's
there are
where
two
the
O's in Goose, fellas.
and that movie also gave us the term wingman.
Yeah,
there wouldn't be
totally.
fucking idiots talking about their
Yeah.
wingman when they're trying to get laid.
Yeah.
if
Right.
it wasn't for that
Well, it
movie.
must have already been an expression because they didn't think of it.
That movie also
Well, I
made
mean, it's about
volleyball gay.
airplanes.
Yeah,
no, but it was
That
Your
movie
literal
made-
wingman.
They popularized
They
it.
call it. Yeah, exactly. They
That
made
movie-
it. They took it into the bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made
With
that
Kelly
movie
McGillis.
made volleyball gay though. Volleyball was cool. And then
The
that
singing,
movie-
the singing in the bar
They
makes me
made volleyball
cringe
gay?
every time.
Oh,
I
it's
hate
terrible.
public singing like that.
Yeah.
I hate being sang to.
Oh my god!
When someone looks
that's
in
what
your
I'm saying.
eyes
When I
and
see it in a
sings,
movie,
oh.
it drives me crazy.
Never close. It.
Oh, I hate it. It's
No.
uncomfortable.
It is weird. I can't imagine.
I
that
don't like it
happening
either.
anymore.
Unless your goal is to freak the person out.
Yeah,
Like in
it's-
some Broadway shows, you can use it to your advantage. You know, like you want people to be.
Next time
You
someone's-
want people to be scared sometimes.
Next time someone's staring off in the distance or texting in the front row of your show, just start singing to them.
You never close your eyes.
There was a lady texting. I was in Bloomington at the Comedy Attic, and she had her. And I was almost done. I was done, basically. I had done my whole fucking. I was up there for 45, 50 minutes. And then she's right in the front. And she's like looking down under the table. And I was like, "Are you reading a book?" And she's like,
Her Kindle.
"No." And I was like, "No, she was texting."
Yeah.
And it became very apparent she didn't like me. You know, I was like, "Oh, you're not having fun. You didn't like the show." And she was like, "Not really." But it was like, okay, you know, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not going to attack you. And I was like, well, what's your problem? You know, she's like, well, it was kind of vulgar. And it's like, okay, you know, it is. So
Did you ask her? Wait, so you were like, what was your problem?
I
with
shut
my
down
act?
when I hear the word fart.
yeah.
I text all of my friends that I am offended.
She was just, I noticed her throughout
Right.
the
You can tell the
time. And it's like,
discontentment,
she's
yeah.
not that into me. The guy she's with is.
Yeah.
And she's just here out of
Arms
obligation.
folded,
Yeah, she wasn't
just
having fun.
leg
She was an ex-Miss
jerking.
Indiana.
Like she was watching a Transformers movie.
Yeah. She was ex-Miss Indiana, I found out. Because then I asked her, like, who are your favorite comics? And she mentioned Todd Barry as being one of her favorite comics. I said, well, are you on Twitter? And she said, yes. I said, well, tweet right now at Todd Barry. I'm watching Brendon Walsh on stage right now. Not a fan, all caps, right?
Yeah.
And I said, do that, and I'll retweet you. And then she does it. And I made sure, I was like, make sure you tag me with my at Brendon Walsh.
Yeah.
And she does it. I go, now I have your information. I'm going to fucking destroy you, lady.
Nice.
But I did it. I just.
No, you can't.
And then Todd texted me all confused. He's like, what the fuck is all that?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. I didn't get it.
Yeah, he thought I was joking around. And but it wasn't. He thought I was.
So Sam
I was
Tripoli
really
just
pissed
went on
off at the end.
stage.
Like I ruined. It ruined my night
T-bone?
because she wasn't being like super cunty about anything. She was just kind of like all the things that I don't like about myself. Where I'm like, yeah, it is kind of vulgar. I think I'm better than my act, and
Oh, I
you know,
hate
I get it.
everything I
No,
do.
I'm not even a big fan of some of the stuff you didn't like. So it just
Wait.
made me fucking angry.
Well, it's always unnerving when someone.
The crowd really
there's
liked
multiple
whatever
layers
interaction
to
we
it.
had.
Like, why aren't you into me? And I don't know what your childhood was like, but then there's that thing of like, you blame yourself. Am I
Yeah.
deficient somehow?
Well,
But
I
then-
was. She wasn't a fan.
No, but it just means she's
Everyone
not.
else
You're
was.
not her cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know. That's
Also,
all that
you like
means.
some of your material better than other material,
Yeah.
like often things that are kind of newer and
Oh, yeah.
striking the audience in a better way or not making you feel like you're just reciting something.
Yeah.
You know, so I think I like to think I want to do and enjoy telling every joke I tell. It's just sometimes their shelf life it varies wildly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like how long you feel like doing it. And when you're kind of trying to build up to an album or a special or something, it's kind of, it almost does become like you're doing a play and you kind of have to do the same thing every night
I
for a
don't.
long
I
time.
never. I can't. I have a hard time doing that. Like I have bits that aren't. The wording isn't. It's just I don't want to figure out exactly how to say it. Like I like keeping it.
Yeah, it's
like
just
the
telling a story or
conversational
something,
thing.
yeah.
But there are some times when I'll do it, and I'll be like, that's perfect. That's the way I should say it every night. But then it's like, well, but I still kind of like telling it as a story because I don't know, I feel like keeping it loose like that.
Well, you can always change it if you want to.
Yeah.
You're not locked into anything.
I think I get locked into once I get a wording down for
Yeah,
something.
I
I
do.
kind of do it the same. Like then
Wait,
I don't.
But can I ask you guys a personal question? Because I recorded my first album, and I remember like when you're recording, I always felt stuck. Like I have to do all this material, and it felt rote, and it felt like.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel natural, like a natural set.
Right. Like, do you feel that way too when you're
It's
recording?
a weird process. I have mixed feelings about it, but I'm doing it because I just like. I like having a reason to have to generate more material. I like deadlines and that kind of thing. And then I also just want to have a record of stuff I'm doing, If for some reason anybody ever, like, after I'm gone, hears about me and wants to, and likes what I do, I like having a lot of stuff out there.
No, but I mean, like, while in the process of it, like, do you
I haven't
feel like,
recorded a
it's
CD
so
yet.
fucking lame? Like,
Well, that's why I do like
hate
2 shows,
feeling-
because I'll loosen up more for the second show,
Yeah.
and it's probably end up being a better show. But this last time I was lucky. The first show was great because the second show I threw out a heckler in the middle of the show,
Oh,
and it
Lord.
just it made for such a weird energy. And
Do you just use one?
I
show?
almost wanted to just put that out, like just
Yeah.
have the balls to put out a record where you throw a heckler out.
Yeah.
But it's not that really that much fun to listen to.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for you too because the moment. I don't know. You're gonna.
It's just
not
kind of a
pleasant for you
bummer.
to
It's just
hear.
kind of like
It
you
might be
know-
entertaining for other people because, like I was saying, when something slightly confrontational happens
Yeah, it's
between you and an
exciting.
audience member, I feel like people are like, "All right, this is what we're." Because it's like when people come in
Yeah.
and they're gonna sit, or you just see somebody in the lobby and they're like, "You're not gonna pick on me,
Yeah,
are
they
you?" And
want
it's
you
like,
to,
what?
yeah.
Who fucking picks on anybody? I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
Don
there
Rickles.
is kind of a gladiator kind of sense to it, and the people want to see you take down somebody. But I find that podcasting's kind of changed the audience expectations in a
Oh,
tremendous
thank
way.
God.
Because the people are not only, in my case, the people are there pretty much to see me, and they're mostly podcast listeners. So they're just kind of on board with being with me
Yeah.
and doing the sort of things that I think are fun to do.
That was great.
Like
That's the dream.
yeah, Brendan's did a show with me in Vegas, and
They were so fun. I
I'd
had
managed
so
to
much
get.
fun.
I'd say that's probably the best set you've ever had in Vegas, probably, right?
I don't work Vegas very. I think I've only worked.
But you know what I
Vegas
mean.
once.
When you go there, it's not a great place for
No.
smart,
gambling
vulgar
towns in general.
comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
Vegas is really
I never
hard.
worked there.
I've had great sets
done it
in
with
Vegas, but
Stanhope
it's a weird.
It's because it's all demographics in one.
Oh, right,
You
yeah, yeah.
can't. There's no gauge
No,
on
I
a
hate
room.
that. That's like
It's
Christmas
like-
parties and shit. Like I can't
Oh,
do.
I had
Lord.
10
wanna
minutes
book
on
me for
Vegas my first few years as a professional comic because I played there so much and just wrote jokes about it. Like that's why
Oh, yeah.
one of my biggest early bits was the whole thing about the Hoover Dam tour. I took that tour just because I was working in Vegas and had the day to kill, and then I tried that bit out that night on stage, and it just was possibly the only bit I've ever come up with that's sort of like just a thing unto itself that people ask me about sometimes.
I don't know. I don't think I know the bit. But
Yeah, it's
look into it.
it's back there. It's like I put it on one of my.
when did you put your
albums.
first CD out? Recently, right?
4 years ago.
Okay.
I'm doing one a year.
Oh, it's so
Right.
great.
I've
I
done
wanna
one a
do
year
that.
for 4 years.
That's good, but you
Right.
were doing
And this'll
comedy
be the
for
fifth-
20
this'll be the
years
fifth
before you
one
put out a
this next
CD,
year.
right? More or less.
I've been doing comedy quite a while before
Yeah.
putting out the first one. Yeah, so it was.
It's like Paul F. Tompkins is because I have people kind of pressuring me to put out a CD now, and I've been doing comedy for about 9 years, and I still don't feel. I don't know. I feel like it's
my
I'm
first
still figuring
album.
it out.
My first album's the one that has. If you want to just hear like the most polished I could probably ever
Right.
get with some material, and just like stuff that I've been doing for a long time. That first album, and then a little bit of the next album, that was all that stuff. And then ever since then, it's just I just got to come up with stuff. But I feel like podcasting is, it's not making people think you don't. It's not making me think I don't have to try as hard. It's just making me more comfortable with just presenting what I think is funny and then not bombing.
I
like not bombing. Like I like being known enough that you can go out there and not bomb.
Yeah.
Well, too, the podcast allows people to know you as a person,
and they're there to
it's more
see you.
Relaxed.
It's hard to bomb in front of the converted. You know, it's in front of people that.
I mean, it's hard to bomb in general.
You could say things that don't get a laugh. That's super easy to do.
It's hard to bomb in general.
That sounds good, but I don't know. I think you can reach
Is
a certain level.
racism also
It's
over?
hard to make a bomb.
Wait,
in
what's
general.
that? Racism?
Right up there with.
No, I mean, yeah, there'll be a
hard
shitty-
to bomb is also racism is over.
But it happens.
It's hard to make a bomb in general.
Less and less frequently, like the longer I've been doing it. I mean, you're generally
Yeah.
in good enough places.
You
and it's
get
like,
more
sometimes it's like
confident.
not-
The place is nicer, and the
Yeah.
audience is more respectful.
You don't kill
because of a
every
combination
night,
of your confidence, and they may have seen you
Right.
on television or something, or heard of you.
Oh, that brings me back to when you were talking about approaching how you want to approach celebrities and stuff. Do you think your level of celebrity that you've achieved in the last, however many years, like you've gotten a lot more popular in the last 5 years?
Oh, I love
7 years.
exactly where I am right now.
No, I know you're very happy.
I tweeted the other day the only reason I'd want to get more famous is so I could be on Celebrity Hoarders.
That'd be great.
Very good.
And now people are like, they should really do Celebrity Hoarders. And I'm like, yeah, sadly they should.
Yeah. They should.
You know who's a hoarder? Lindsay Lohan's a huge,
I'm more of a
huge
slob
hoarder.
than I'm a hoarder, but I definitely have.
What
a
does she
lot of
hoard? Like my
receipts
hoarding
piled
problem is I just can't throw away anything that's given to me or that I got for free.
She is a huge
free.
shopaholic.
Yeah, I
like
can do
she nonstop like just buys. Like I guess she has closets full. Like I forget where I read this where she had a friend that had to come through and like just grab shit out of these rooms and start boxing them up and pack because it was just like a crazy person lived there. Did you guys see her Playboy spread? That
Wait,
guy,
where
who
Lindsay
are you talking
Lohan
about?
lived is like where a crazy person lived there? That's what they were saying?
You talking about
Yeah,
Lindsay Lohan?
that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Well,
But
crazy
what
as
about
in
the
hoarding
Playboy is
crazy.
out now, right?
Yeah, the Playboy's out, and it's really weird looking at it. I don't know if it's out, but it's out on the internet.
Which part of her are you referring to as
Freckles.
Well, she's dressed up like as Marilyn Monroe the whole time, and it's weird.
Oh, so it's not really Lindsay
Old
Lohan.
freckle puss.
I'm going to have to delete your mics.
Yeah, those guys are
Oh my
talking
God.
over you.
I can't
know.
hear myself. That's why I'm talking.
Well, you got to follow your little cord to the little box and turn up your little volume there.
Nobody told me the rules of the podcast.
Why is everything
no one
gotta be
said there were
little?
rules.
Anyways,
Look at all these cords, guys. Am I right?
here, I'll just turn that in. Everyone's nice. Yeah, everyone's muted.
I just love too many. There's just too many figures in the media that I love, either because their work inspires me, or I just want to meet somebody that I've seen on TV. Like I don't know.
just go-
Like I didn't say
wait,
anything to
unmuted?
Donald Trump when I had the chance. He was standing near a pool. In retrospect, I should have shoved him into it, but.
Yeah, but so the Marilyn Monroe photos that she did were really awkward to look at because it's like she's kind of following the same thing as Marilyn Monroe. Like it's weird seeing her like
Right.
posing as Marilyn
Yeah,
Monroe
yeah,
and
yeah.
looking
And
like
she's
Marilyn
probably
Monroe,
gonna
and
be
then she's
dead
probably going to die like Marilyn Monroe.
It's like the celebrity that died young. There's always a picture of them pretending to be dead that was taken, so many months
really?
before.
Yeah.
Tends to be, like
Who
laying
did-
in a coffin or something.
James
Just
Dean do
it's
that?
a lot of times it's coincidence.
Yeah, but
but
something
it's-
different recently. That
But
just
are
did
there
that.
examples of people?
Yeah, there's somebody recently that just died. That who was it?
Yeah, I don't know any
I think
examples.
Lindsay
It's a
Lohan,
totally
though-
made up fact.
It was
I-
James Franco.
It's Billy Blake.
James Franco.
Tybo guy.
I think it's. I do think the Lindsay Lohan thing. I don't really see anything entertaining about any of that. Like even as
it's-
her as a punchline, like she is gonna die. Like I mean, it's going. I don't know. It's a really morbid thing. I think. Like it's like her.
We're all
her.
gonna die, Brendon.
You're killing with that
mom
over
and-
there.
I don't know. Oh, maybe one of those
This isn't
guys
our
are
target
friends.
market.
Maybe it is. Maybe
She
it's all
is
blown
gonna
out of.
die.
Maybe it's all blown out of proportion in the media. But it sounds like, oh, this girl's just fucked up, and her mom's nuts, and nobody's really looking out for her, and people are making money off of her somehow. Maybe I don't know.
She's this lost soul. Did anybody talk about? Didn't you mention one time is Sarah Silverman living in her old apartment?
Oh, I don't know. I
What?
never said that.
Didn't Lindsay Lohan?
Oh
is
my
this
God, that'd be
misinformation?
awesome.
Hey, everybody.
Sarah's
out there
been in the
listening
same
to
place
us right
forever, hasn't she?
She might be haunted by Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
Because she is going to die. She is on death's door.
A pre-haunt.
You know, I'm guilty of
Her
like
issues
every
seem
other.
like they seem to stretch out far enough that actually
She's just a
killing herself.
24-year-old doing.
I don't
coke.
think she's overdoing anything that would kill her.
Yeah. I've had a little too much wine, and
Unless
now
it
I'm
was
turning into one of my mom's
unless it
friends who
was
just
a
read
wine
People
night.
magazine.
Unless it was a drunk driving thing.
Something
I
like
could
that.
see that maybe.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, just that, because I think about if I was that, like, if I was in her shoes at her age, I wouldn't be alive right now, probably.
You'd
But
hire
I'm
a
not-
car. You'd hire a car.
Yeah. Well, I would now. Maybe when I was 24, maybe not.
Yeah, you would. The money she was making.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
I
just
don't
there's
know.
something about young people want to fucking drive a car. They sit there when they're little. They sit there wanting to be in that game. Like
Yeah.
you always want to ride the stupid cars at the amusement park.
Yeah, yeah.
Autopia was really popular when I was 15 at Disneyland, just because you could drive a car even though it was on a track. It was
And even the one- yeah,
you wait in
this-
line for hours to fucking
Yeah,
drive
yeah.
a car for a couple
Yeah,
of minutes.
yeah.
And
It's your
so,
car.
so as soon as you're old enough to drive, but you're still young, you just it really is a big
Are you
toy.
guys still talking about Lindsay Lohan?
Yes.
Do you think she made
I have
twice
no
as
idea.
much money on Parent Trap? Be honest.
Twice as much money on Brendon.
She's in it twice. I'm being for real.
Like, why would Paris Hilton even need to learn to drive a car? Like, why would she? I would forbid her to drive a car if I were her parents.
Yeah.
She's rich. Get in the back of a car driven by a professional.
I like
They don't-
driving, though.
I
Go
saw
get
her.
drunk.
They don't
I
like
saw
the
her
thrill of
driving.
driving.
She was driving a
well, I
fucking
like. Well, it's a
Bentley.
freedom thing too. You don't want to have. Well, but
It's
I mean,
a
I guess you
ride.
can
At
go
first, it's a
anywhere.
fun ride. It's an amusement park attraction. But then when you're sitting in the fucking traffic tonight in Hollywood, taking 45 minutes to get 2 miles,
You're right. But
I live on the east side.
It's not fun anymore.
But if you're rich, you're old enough to pay someone to drive you to the amusement park to have the amusement park ride that you want to do.
Better cars.
Like you can go to
So you
Autopia.
could have- you could
Someone
take a
will-
car to
Someone
go
drive
drive
me
a
to
fake car.
Autopia, and I'll drive the cars there.
I think you're
the
missing
same.
my point.
I get your point.
Oh no,
I'm
yes,
adding
we are.
on to your point.
I got your point. These guys are just acting stupid.
What? Why is everyone attacking us?
This is a comedy podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're all sensitive here.
And we're
So
not.
stop being serious,
We're
you
not
guys.
comedians.
Lindsay Lohan's going to die. You guys, we're all going to die.
No.
Hate to break the news to
Oh
everyone.
man.
That's okay.
Hey, let's all talk about the most recent death that's affected us.
Oh.
Anybody? Anybody?
I had a friend who died
Oh, no,
very
it
recently, but I watched that Ryan Dunn tribute, the Jackass guy that died.
Oh,
I
that's
watched that
probably
on
pretty
TV.
sad to watch.
Yeah, it was.
It was you know it was actually it was okay. It was
but the
sad.
tribute was all about like, dude, that's the guy that stuck a car up his butt. Like that's what they talked
I mean, it was
about.
it was funny.
They were like, that's how I remember him. He stuck a car up his butt.
But that kind of that happened less than a month after my friend died in a car accident as well.
Yeah.
So that I think I'm both
that
mashed
affected
up.
you?
But also it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Whenever anybody dies, I get kind of affected.
Well, he was,
even
like,
if I-
the
oh,
most
Patrice
likable.
O'Neill too. I didn't know him, but
Yeah.
anytime a comedian
That's probably
dies,
the most
it-
recent
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, when a comedian dies, even if you
I
don't
didn't know him that well, but it is a weird
It's weird.
fraternity.
It is.
Yeah.
It's my dad was a fireman growing up, and like you know when other firemen died, and people he didn't know. It's like, oh right, that's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
hazard of the business. Where unfortunately, guys dying in their
There
40s
is
seems
you're-
to be a hazard
You're right.
in
There is
comedy
like a
too.
fraternity and like a camaraderie there.
I look at their
Yeah,
calendars.
I'd only been around him maybe like a dozen times.
I've only met him once.
I'd see him at the Comedy Cellar in New York, and he'd sort of sit at a table and just sort of hold court and just joke around and make fun of everybody. And whenever it was wintertime, and Arch Barker had this puffy jacket, but it was like small and tight, like he didn't want to look.
Puffy.
You know how stupid people look at
Right.
those things that make you look fatter than you are. So yeah, he had that tiny jacket, and I don't remember a word of what Patrice said, but he just went off
Like
on that
tore him right
tiny
down.
jacket. There's all these jokes about a guy wearing a tiny jacket,
Yeah.
and he just was just. It was so funny, but I don't remember a word of it. I just remember loving it happening, and then Tiny Jacket was sort of a thing that would come up again every once in a while.
Oh, that's funny.
About Arch.
So that's been like he's affected your life in a way, even though you didn't know him very well. But it's like he gave you a recurring
I liked him
ball-busting
from
joke.
that. I thought sometimes he felt like to me. I liked his show where he'd show the kind of Tosh .0, but before him.
He had a show like that?
He'd show like the top 10 clips on the internet, and he'd make jokes in between each one.
I never saw it.
It was on VH1, and
Okay.
it was like a stand-up, like he'd just stand there on a green screen.
Oh,
They did
yeah.
like 2 seasons with him, and then he quit. He did stop for some reason, and then Jim Brewer took it over, and then they stopped.
I
doing
don't remember that at all.
Brewer and the Brew
What
Crew.
year was that about?
This was like a while. It must have been
96-ish or something.
because it was or it was kind of around the same time as the first couple of years of Best Week Ever, I think. So
Oh, yeah, so a
2004,
while ago.
2005.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
I don't remember
crazy.
it.
Look at that.
Thanks.
That's one of those things
Damn.
too. Like we're just like starting out, and like I haven't met a lot of like there were opportunities to like even just go see George Carlin perform, or something like that, and you're like, oh, we'll get it next year, and then he passes away. Like Patricia Neal, never like meeting him. It's like that weird like missed opportunity to see somebody who's like at the top of their game and like really great. You just want to
Well,
see
I'm in
him.
like the class of comics who didn't grow up listening to Bill Cosby, and like the comics that I look up to listen to those comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
down with the cause.
I grew up.
Yeah, but it is weird. Like at all levels, like when someone passes on, you're just like, oh man, that's one of us. Even though you don't want to maybe
It's one of
claim
us
that you're as
open
good.
micers, yeah.
It's one of what we're aspiring to be.
I was really bummed when Greg Giraldo died because I was like such a huge fan of his, and I never knew him, but I was such a nerd. When I was on Last Comic Standing, I only made it to like the first round, and I got to meet him, because he was a judge, and I nerded out so hard. And I was like, please let them edit this out. Like I repeated back his jokes. I'm like, oh, I know that part where the Jamaican fell asleep in the audience, and you did this, and
That was how you auditioned? You just said that on stage?
yeah, I didn't give a fuck because I knew that. Well, I knew I wasn't gonna make it. Like I just felt like, I just felt like a dick. It's just a weird process.
Yeah.
But I just got so excited to see him there. I just completely forgot what I was doing there. What's up, Doug Benson?
Greg Giraldo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just I went off on one of those, thinking about my own feelings about that because he was I didn't work with him much, or we didn't work together much, but we ran into each other a few times, and then we both did a couple of shows at Bonnaroo together. And at Bonnaroo, we had a really, I had a great time with him and thought, this is a great guy, and I was going to try to get him on my podcast. But he's like a New York guy, and I do the podcast in L.A., so, it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was great.
I didn't know him at all, but he was one of those guys that was like funny to everybody. I thought, you know what I mean? Like if he wasn't part of a clique.
I liked
part of
him
a
on.
certain group.
I liked him on Last Comic Standing. I thought he was.
He was hilarious.
I thought he was funny, but also,
he was like
reasonable.
Yeah, he was very reasonable. It's like he understood that people were struggling and like because it's really hard to find your own voice, and it's hard to be funny. And when someone gets up there and Last Comic Standing, and a lot of those shows are built to make you just look like an idiot. You know what I mean? Like they'll put idiots on. And it looked like he was like, I don't want people who don't know what they're doing to feel bad about themselves. I don't want what I say to them for them to feel bad about themselves.
Yeah,
And he gave them like
honest,
practical
dude.
advice, and like wasn't mean to them. It was like one of
But
those
he got
things,
his
if you
chances to get his digs in because some
Yeah.
of them would decide to pick a fight themselves.
Yeah. If someone was obviously just some sort of ignorant asshole or something like that, he would go after him. But
Doug Benson's next, right?
I'm next.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, Sarah's on
Are
right
you
now.
pumped up?
So what do I have to do?
You have to go
Are
in
you
the
pumped up?
showroom.
Got to go in there now.
Yeah, you probably should.
And
How
then,
long Sarah's
and then
been
do
on?
what? Tell
That's
them
what we talked
jokes?
about.
What do I got to do? Tell them
Death.
jokes?
I don't know because
What do they
Talk
want?
about
What do they want?
all those
What do they want? The
deaths.
weather?
Talk about Greg Giraldo.
They want sports. They want news. There was
They
a
want-
guy this morning
They
on
want
Vine and
deaths. You should
Sunset.
talk about
I don't know
deaths.
because Sam did a nice 20-minute set, which was nice
about
of him
what?
to do.
I'll do 5 minutes.
on Sunset and Vine, right?
I'll do 5. Oh, my headset.
Ooh, watch out.
Still on.
It's like when you
Take it on stage.
when
so
you
we can
drive
hear it.
off with
So
the
you can hear
gas
us
tank in
talking.
your car.
Yeah.
I've never done that one.
I never have either.
We should send some someone on.
doesn't smoke weed, he's done it twice.
He
Just
does it
send
every
someone
time
on
he
with
puts
the
gas in his
headset
car.
so that their jokes are just responding to what people are talking about in this room.
Who's done it twice?
Uh-oh, everyone's walking away. We have to... Topic.
Don't force it. There's so much
hear me
weed
in
in
this?
this.
Davey,
thing,
this is
man.
just me and you now, bro.
It's just us? Nah, Christina.
This is crazy.
I think Christina was the first thing I ever did in this town.
What?
Did you ever do
first thing?
that Vita thing that Susan Burke ran? Did you ever do it?
I'm
It was
sure
like
I did back in the day.
8 years ago or something.
Oh my god, yeah.
Look at how far I've come.
8 years ago?
Can you believe that?
8 years
Yeah.
ago, I was in college.
I think you were at a party or something when I moved out to town.
Yeah, that's right.
When I moved out to town, I was engaged to someone. I was constantly on the phone with them
Oh my
because
god.
I was like worried or something. I don't know. We ended up breaking up, but
You were you just come here. I remember that.
I just come
You had
here.
the stink
Christina
of
was
like
there.
new LA.
I
you
did.
were nice
I did.
and polite,
I'm
and I was
still-
like, oh, this kid's not from here.
I think I'm still nice. Am I still nice and polite, Randy? I don't know what
You
I am.
are.
He's nice
I'm
and
introvert.
polite,
I'm much
and
more introvert than everyone I know.
You're a worrier. He's definitely a worrier.
a
You
worrier.
have anxiety?
Especially
I have
recently.
tons of anxiety.
Yeah, me too.
What is up with? I've noticed that, and I think it's getting on your nerves because Randy and I do comedy a lot together.
It doesn't get on my nerves, but I won't play into it. I'll call it out. I'll be like,
You'll be like, no.
He'll be like, oh, was that okay? Everyone hates me, and I'll be like, just shut the fuck up.
I don't say everyone
No,
hates
but
me.
but you know what I mean. It's a generalization. I said, like, you'll be like, was that all right? I just feel like I'm annoying, and no one likes that thing, and it's like everything was fine.
I do feel like the Tom
Move.
Arnold of everything.
Move on.
What?
And
I
he
feel
said
like-
that before.
Why?
Yeah.
And you know what? Tom Arnold's a good personal friend.
He's
of
a
mine,
great
and-
guy. He's a great guy.
And
Nothing
I take
wrong
that
with Tom
personally.
Arnold.
I watched True Lies last night. He did a good job in
He
it.
did great.
Yeah.
Tom Arnold's in True Lies.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, he's got a large
All-
role in a James Cameron film.
Yeah, that was a great thing for him.
Literally, all I remember about True Lies is
Get to the chopper. That was in True Lies.
Jamie Lee Curtis
Jamie
is
Lee
naked,
Curtis dancing
yeah.
in a
On the
dress.
bed, yeah.
Phenomenal.
That's literally all I remember is her dancing in a dress and a
Very good.
helicopter crashing or something.
I saw Jamie Lee Curtis like in the middle of the summer this summer, and she was looking very sad.
Yeah.
Well, it's they're
Activia.
hermaphrodite.
Yeah, obviously.
Do you think she's a hermaphrodite, like everybody says?
I don't know.
Says.
What's
I
their
don't
Wikipedia
know.
say?
I
Because
used
I'm
to
sure that's
have-
accurate.
It doesn't even address it. I
does
did
it?
it last night because I was watching True
Really?
Lies, and I'm like, wow, really? Well, because now her body is just banging. Like, she really is just
In
a
True
really
Lies or, like, in real
good-looking-
life right now?
No, in True Lies. Now, I
Yeah.
don't know what she looks like now, but
Her body
She
was
still is
banging
in
and
shape.
trading
She's-
places.
She's not. Her body's not banging, but she's still in like shape for how old of a lady she is.
Wait, what do you
regular.
think body banging means? Do you mean
her body was just
her
I
body
just
is
meant, like,
constantly banging
like
my...
clanging against like
Thank you.
metallic.
Okay.
Notes.
Making clanging sounds.
My pussy
Like a
be
bell.
yanked.
No, I used to have a bit where I would. It was a whole bit, not to like go into how hilarious my comedy is, but it was a bit about celebrity lookalike generators.
Yeah.
Where you put your picture in and it tells you who you look like.
Yeah.
And it was a whole bit like, well, how effective is it? Well, we'll put a picture of a celebrity and see if that same celebrity comes up.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, well, we'll put police sketch artist sketches to solve crimes to see if celebrities committed these crimes. And one of the jokes was like this real weird looking drawing of a guy, and Jamie Lee Curtis was the picture that came up. So she definitely looks like a dude.
Was this realistic or was this just part of comedy?
I tried to do it realistic, but Pierce Brosnan came up for all of them.
Really?
Yeah. So
Well, he
so
looks
I
like everyone.
I moved on to make a
Pierce
joke.
Brosnan is
Sam
perfection.
Tripoli returning to the table.
How was the crowd,
How'd it go,
dude?
Trips?
Well, here's what happens. I'm going out there, crowd's high-fiving me. People are handing drugs, babies to me. It's
Drug
Yeah.
babies?
it's
Drug babies.
crack babies.
Yeah.
I smuggled this baby up my ass through Mexico.
It's a drug baby.
And then I'm just talking about, I forget what I said, and this guy goes, "'Cause you're fucking ugly."
Wait, you said I forgot
Don't
what
laugh.
I
Guys,
said
don't laugh.
something. He goes, "You're fucking ugly," and I just
Oh,
went,
it's the
"Shroom."
best.
And like,
Did you see red or did you? Because
saw
sometimes,
red.
yeah, because sometimes people they piss me off, and it just depends on what they say. Certain things trigger rage.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's
that-
just like there's no point in that.
It's
Yeah.
not ugly.
You get
for
funnel
me.
vision.
If people
You
call
get
me
that tunnel
ugly,
vision, is that it?
And the worst part is he's like, "I listen to your podcast." I go, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then tell me I'm ugly then.
You and 14 million other people.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
So,
Pete,
Trips,
do you
I
got
wanna-
any weed left?
Look, there's a whole.
Oh yeah.
fucking-
That's
Get
a
them
huge
high.
thing of weed.
Emily, your tits look great tonight, by the way.
Are you talking to?
They really do, right?
Those are big titties.
But there's
Emily's
something about
got
them that's
big,
super
juicy
funky.
titties.
Inappropriate. Inappropriate.
Juicy
really
titties,
nice.
bro.
Inappropriate.
Look at those.
Wait, did you just do that on your own? Do it again.
Inappropriate.
Oh my God!
No, just stop doing that. I know I keep looking, but inappropriate. Stop.
I'm
doing
trying
that.
to do.
so how
I'm
did
trying
you
to do
handle
push-ups
it?
so I can do that.
I just crushed him for like,
My girlfriend is at work right
5
now,
minutes.
paying my rent. So guys,
and he
stop
just
it.
beat him into a pulp.
Good.
Then he moved on. They're a good crowd.
They're a good
Okay.
crowd.
That's good.
Yeah, they are a good crowd.
That
You
was
guys
a-
are very
yeah.
funny.
That was a fun
I got
video.
4
Okay.
people introducing me.
Such a stupid bit.
5
right?
people were on stage before he went on stage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The lady who has to give the rules introduced Randy, and Randy introduced me. He said this guy's gonna introduce Redban, and I came out and introduced Redban.
Yeah, he said, "Give
You
it,
should've
keep
done
it
it the whole
going,
night.
and give it up." It
Wait,
was-
can I
yeah,
tell you
exactly.
the one time
An hour
I
and a
saw
half.
Red? The one time I melted down on stage, like severely.
Like
was-
falling in love.
Oh,
Is that what you mean
Yeah.
by melted
She
down?
saw red.
No,
and
I'm
melted
saying
into a
like,
puddle.
And
I've-
why is red such a bad
What's
color?
going on? Oh,
I
you
have
want
red
this?
hair.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to her.
Yeah, I'm trying
I'm sorry.
to get people high. Because I don't do it anymore, so I like to see other people get high.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway.
I love to watch people just do rails of coconut, just sit there and watch.
I was at a pizza parlor in the Valley, and some fucking Armenian kid. No offense to your tribe, Sam Tripoli.
For 2 seconds, I almost saw red.
Are you
Pulled it back.
Armenian, Trip?
I'm half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why
Wow.
red? Why red? I mean, guys, come on.
By the way,
Hummus yellow. I almost saw hummus yellow.
not to diverge it, but I used to work
You are
at Video
diverging
Hut.
it, though.
And,
I
and
miss
like,
Video Hut.
Do you miss Video Hut?
There's 2 locations, Los Feliz and Silver Lake.
Yeah, I worked
miss
at the
there's
one on
one in my
Vermont.
neighborhood
I worked at the one on
still.
Vermont, and for some reason, I started getting that that tension in my back that I used to get whenever my dad would be angry. Whenever an Armenian would walk in, and I realized at the time that I'm prejudiced towards Armenians.
Who isn't?
Well, and then
Everybody is.
once you
Only
realize
the
that, you can
Armenians
start to
love
get
the
over it,
Armenians.
and I took all the steps.
Nachos.
I'm over
I gotta
it.
go,
Oh my
guys.
God,
My
you got nachos?
You want some?
There you
I
go.
might have. I might
I
rock
have to
some
get off
nachos.
mic to eat them, though. See you later, suckers.
There you go.
I
Eat
mean,
'em
my
into the mic.
nachos.
Emily,
What was your? You never got your story. I interrupted.
So,
you
okay,
interrupted.
so here's a fucking story. Thanks. This fucking Armo kid at some pizza parlor.
Here's the story.
I get up.
Hard times? Is it hard times?
No, it's
Okay.
somewhere stupider, deeper in the valley. Some fucking kid goes, show me your tits, which is like the hacky fucking line to disqualify a female comedian. And for some reason, because he was so young, I was like, I'll fucking kill you. You get up here, you fucking Armenian piece of shit. I will spank you in front of your mother, you fucking cocksucker. And I went bonkers on him, and I shouldn't have. I lost my cool.
Wow.
But for whatever reason, that day at that time, that guy hit a button on me. And that's all it is. It takes the right
Did
time.
you yell with the intent to get a laugh? Because I've
No,
done that and
rage.
it didn't happen. You just were actually
Rage.
angry.
I just
Total
wanted to
rage.
kill him. I wanted to kill him. I wanted him to die and suffer.
Okay.
I have this
Yeah.
theory, and it's probably wrong, because a lot of Armenians came over after the genocide, right? And that's several generations after
We all remember.
after people came over, and like when people were settling. Like if you ever watch Gangs of New York, right? It's all different tribes of different ethnicities,
Right.
And they're all like, you have to stay at your home, you have to stay with your parents, you have to be associated with that tribe with your ethnicity. But then we kind of like became the melting pot, and everybody started to get along a little better. And people are just like, "Oh, we'll assimilate into this culture, and it'll be just this mush of American culture." Armenians come over after the genocide in massive amounts of people, and they're still kind of in that zone of like, we're at home, we got to identify with our
every
people.
immigrant
You watch
does that,
Keeping Up with the Kardashians? We're banging black people left and right.
I know.
I don't know if you keep up with that show.
No,
It's
I
popular.
I actually worked at the video store when her sex tape came out, and we had it in the porn section, and all the Armenian boys were so
that
pissed off that she was banging somebody that wasn't Armenian.
Yeah.
They were
I
so
mean,
pissed
fresh
off.
out the boat do that because they don't know anybody else. So
Yeah.
that's how they do it. But you know, when you leave like certain pockets of America, there's not all this like interracial gathering together. Like you
Yeah.
go around the world, it's like homogenized pockets. That's
Very
why I
much
love
so,
like
yeah.
Southern California, because it's like so diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as an
But I'm-
immigrant group, you do business with your own kind. Like my father has a business. He mostly deals with Hungarians or Romanians or whatever.
Yeah. But-
because that's your tribe.
But
You
he's
do
not
whatever you like.
insisting that you stay at home until you're married and
My
stuff like
father-
that,
He
or
would like
that,
that,
you don't go
actually.
to college because you need to work at the family business. It's like
Not
it's like
yet.
this kind of like like I think
she's
in
right.
1 or 2 generations there's going to be this because I think in Los Angeles the one group that maybe is most stereotyped is maybe the Armenians. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're taxi drivers and we're assholes and people hate us because we're like, well, you
is
pay
a
me
bummer.
now before I drive. They get
No.
so fucking angry.
Armenians and redheads are like the only thing that is okay.
Oh, you're just saying this because you feel as
No,
a
no, no.
redhead.
Asians.
It's okay for redheads to shit talk redheads and like everyone, and it's like it's a joke, and it is.
Yeah.
But it's still, and I understand it's not as serious, but still, it's
Yeah.
like everyone can be like, "Aha, you suck, you're redheaded," and I'd be like, "You're right."
But
You
I
know
think-
why you
I
haven't
think-
had a champion?
Yeah.
You haven't had a champion
Yeah.
your cause.
You need someone to come out as the big redhead.
Oh, I'll name
As soon as
20.
Christina Hendricks, is that from
Oh,
from Mad
she's
Men?
a legend.
Yeah, as soon as she comes out on top, wins that Oscar for her fine performance in Drive, then you guys are going to have a champion.
Christina, real quick, Doug Benson is going on stage right now, but he didn't want to bring you up because he can't pronounce your last name. So I'm ready to go up before you. So.
Doug Benson's too high to pronounce
How
your
about
name.
Christina P?
All I'm saying with my whole discussion about that is, wow, there's Brendon. I think in 2 generations, there's going to be an assimilation within. Like I think Armenians aren't going to be as I think there's not going to be as much racism towards Armenians
Well, I
in
think
Los
it's
Angeles.
an LA thing, definitely.
It is very much so.
Because before I
It's
moved
not
here,
just
I
the
wasn't
Armenians.
really sure what Armenian really was. I lived in a small town in Oregon, so like it's definitely not everywhere. It's in
No,
Los Angeles.
but there is a high concentration here. There was a
Yeah.
big move here during the genocide.
Yeah, everyone moved here because of Zankou chicken, right?
Oh, that was the best. Did you get a story about that, by the way?
What about the
The guy
genocide?
murdered
Yeah.
his family.
He's
the
murderous.
owner of Zankou Chicken
killed
came home
his
one day and
mother.
murdered everybody. Yeah.
Like in the 20s? When was this?
Sam.
No. This was in like
the owner of
90s or
Zankou
the
Chicken
80s
murdered
or
his
something.
family. True or false?
batshit crazy.
Was this before the Beck song came out?
No, it was before the Beck song.
Zankou Chicken.
Yeah.
No, it was about he killed his mother and it was like all caught on tape. Yeah.
Jeez. Wait, he filmed it?
No, he killed some
I know.
people in his store. So.
Oh.
Or I don't know. I could be making this up, but I remember.
What'd he
reading-
do?
I don't
He, like-
remember.
He
You like
just came home and I
shawarma
think
them to death?
He shot
No.
everybody.
Oh.
He was very stressed out. I don't know. There's a really
sad.
awesome series of newspaper articles written about it and like posted over like a month. Big giant like pieces written in the newspaper about it. You can find them
Jeez.
online still.
You ever read, this is totally off topic, you ever read the newspaper article,
Wait. Welcome to the Bone Zone.
Bone Zone with Brendon
Brendan,
Walsh.
Davey, and Randy.
Randy.
First topic of discussion.
You guys ever see that movie, The Hitchhiker, or The Hitcher?
With Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer, yeah. The guy who wrote that, Eric Red, was obsessed with vehicular manslaughter. And, like, he had some movies in the works. I think it was in the late 90s. He ran into a bar with his truck, and it killed a few people. And people are still debating whether he did it for the purposes of murdering them. You ever read that article?
No.
There's an LA Weekly article about Eric Red running over a bunch of people, killing them.
Was it at night?
By the way, Eric Red, I know you're still writing films. If you
Was it
need to
at
see
night?
me to audition, I'm available.
Eric Red?
Eric Red.
It's
As in
his name
blood
is
red.
literally Eric Red, like Eric the Red.
I don't know.
There's no
Maybe,
in the-
you know,
Oh, yeah.
it could be. Who knows what his real name
Well, I
is?
know, but that's
Eric
like that's a
Horowitz.
Viking's name. Eric the Red.
Eric the Red.
Viking-ish.
I know everything about the color red.
Eric the
Go
Viking.
ahead, shoot.
Yeah, go shoot. What's your favorite type of apple?
Red.
Really?
Wait,
I would have said.
I thought that you were setting me up for a perfect
When
red.
you're playing roulette.
Red.
Wow.
Go ahead, one more.
There you go. There you
Last
go.
one.
Christina Pazsitzky.
Keep going.
What? I've always.
No, I need one more. No, don't move on to something else. I need one more.
Pazsitzky?
I think she really needs to like seriously change her last name because
I've known-
I've been doing a podcast for like what 50 how many episodes we doing 33 episodes 32 episodes
I have a
and I
weird last
still
name.
can't fucking spell like I have to Google search Christina
Pazsitzky.
Pazsitzky.
Because you're a
And-
cracker ass.
No,
How long did it
it's,
take you to learn Galifianakis?
it's always the last
Thank
three
you, or
numbers.
Pazsitzky. Yeah, if she wasn't a woman, you'd know it.
Or Randy Liedtke.
Thank you.
Randy Liedtke is super famous. Everyone knows how to.
Don't
Oh, you took it. I didn't mean that.
You can't spell Liedtke without the word lie.
Yeah.
No, I could do Liedtke because
I've known Christina more than like 99%
spell
of
it.
anybody I known in Los Angeles. I still didn't know it was Pazsitzky. I thought it was Pazzitzky.
That's what it's Pazsitzky.
I owe you that respect.
Let's think of a better last name for me right now.
Jones,
Not
Segura,
Smith.
Because that's fucking Latin. Look at me. I'm not.
So what? You're married. You're
Pazsitzky
supposed to do
Segura.
it. What do
Just go
people
by
in your
Christina.
country do? You're not even from that country, are
Chrissy.
you?
I am. My family's from there.
Your family? So what? My
Chrissy Poo.
family
Yeah,
is
but I
fucking
moved
used to
LA
own
when I was,
slaves,
like,
probably.
4.
But
I'm not really like. I don't know. Maybe just
Hey,
by
how many
pee.
people are going up?
Like 10.
15.
I don't know, but I think like everyone needs to do like 10, but everyone's do like 15 to 20 minutes, which
I
is
don't
like
have to go
I'll
out.
do
I don't
10.
give a shit.
Those people paid like $35, right, to get in? How much is the show?
$75.
$75 show. Well, because
Total, that's
Bill
the total
Cosby,
income.
Bill Cosby is the opening act.
Davey and I will do 10 each.
And you get an
20.
iPod. You get an
Oh
iPod.
yeah, with the two of
We're
us.
2 people. We're not willing to split the
You get an
rules.
iPod from 1998.
By the way, I do this series. I'm going to plug it. I do this thing on YouTube called What's Wet. But
Exactly, Davey. Plug it.
This-
Your mouth,
this,
bro.
This
bleh.
microphone smells
Boom.
But this brand of
Microphone?
electronics,
Oh.
Kobe, which is
Doug
like kind of like the
Benson's
Sony
It's
knockoff,
Kobe-
has
it's
started
Kobe
kind of
Bryant.
sponsoring.
Yeah.
So I've
smells like what?
So I've been having to give away Kobe products on this.
Oh, yeah?
fake review
You're not going to
show.
get anything free if you trash it on this podcast.
I'm not. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they're probably listening.
He told me
I'm
this is
sure.
what he told me. I'll help him trash it.
No. Don't
I
tell
won't,
him
I
things.
won't,
Don't
I
tell him
won't.
anything. I didn't say. Nah, because there may be some things that they're helping me get.
So
Yeah.
Doug Benson's microphone
It
smells?
smells like shit right
What's
now.
What's
smell
funny is I just bought this yellow
I'm
foam
smelling it.
thing.
It just smells like assholes.
Here's a
Oh, that could be the one I farted into.
No,
JK,
it's brand new. That's
JK,
brand new.
JK,
Wow.
He
JK.
really funked
J.K. Simmons.
this up.
Really?
J.K.
This is
Rollins.
new?
Yeah.
JK
Well, he was
Abrams.
smoking a lot of pot into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's
is
what
that it's
it is.
pot?
He thought it was.
Do you
a
smoke
thing
pot,
that you
Christina?
Is it your upper
I
lip?
do, but only. Brian, how dare you?
Sometimes my mustache
How
gets milk in it, and then it
dare you,
rots over the day.
12-year-old.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what
Does your
smells?
mustache have milk in it?
I got
Well,
tiny
I
bits
work
of
at
meat
a
in my
coffee shop. I
mustache.
drink a lot of
How
cappuccinos.
smelly is your beard?
Well,
Yours
I
smells-
dare you to try it out.
Smells like cigarettes.
It was my birthday yesterday, and Randy came out. We went to
happy
Taylor's
birthday.
I didn't
Steakhouse.
come
Oh, thank
out.
you.
I didn't come out.
No, he came out of the closet,
No,
and
I
we
didn't
went to
come out.
Taylor's
I couldn't
Steakhouse.
make it. I was invited.
I'll let you do that, but it's because I'm
Taylor's
wasted. I
Steakhouse.
didn't come
It's
out.
the first time I've had actual meat in like
Yeah,
a
I
year.
came out. I came out.
I
I came
had an
out.
actual long slab of meat in my mouth, but I had like all this meat juice in my mustache.
He ordered prime rib. That's what 80-year-old
the
men
primed
order.
rib.
But Brendan Walsh looks like you look like your beard would smell.
Yeah,
really
definitely.
Really bad? No, come over, take a whiff.
Yeah, dude.
It smells
I'm gonna
good.
smell your beard.
Smell
Take
it.
a
right
big
now.
whiff.
Hold
Oh,
on,
that's
let's
like
I bet you.
CK
That's how you
Bang.
kiss
I
this
just
guy.
smoked a cigarette, so
He's
there might
got
be
some
of
ciggy
that.
smell.
Here I come. You gotta smell your beard. Wait, I just
Wait, smell his and then smell mine and then
Yeah.
compare
That's
them.
fresh as a daisy.
Will you
Okay.
smell
Right?
my? Will you smell mine? Smell mine.
And smell his mustache and then smell my beard and then smell Brian's beard.
I don't know. That's a little gamey.
It's what gamey? Did you say gamey?
Smell my beard.
Drunky.
I took a shower today. When did I eat? I had a sandwich.
Smell red bands.
I had a pork banh mi.
Smell red
Does it
bands.
smell like fish sauce?
You didn't smell red bands.
No, I don't want to smell red.
Unsmellable.
Whoa! His GF just got really offended.
I don't know what Brian's.
His
are,
GF
ready?
insists that you smell it.
It just
GF.
smells like smoke and cologne.
What does mine smell like?
Cologne.
Yours smelled a little.
So
like
who wins?
pizza or-
Yeah.
Who
This
wins?
is like a taste
Can I
test.
be honest
Heads up,
with
Yeah.
I've
you?
never
Yeah.
eaten.
Go
I'll
ahead.
be honest with you.
ahead.
The beard of choice on this panel today, after I smelled all of your beards, first place is Brendan Walsh.
Yeah.
Good. There he goes.
Is it like
Wait,
ivory?
actually-
Is it like ivory?
Will you start over? Because you're supposed to announce first place last. So
Oh, yeah.
start over
Yeah.
and we'll act
Do you want
surprised.
me to rank them?
Forget that.
Yeah,
Forget
start-
everything.
start with
I'm
last
only
place.
gonna
Everything.
first and second, because I don't want,
Also,
Start
let's
with
let it
last
be known
place,
that I
and
don't
I'm not-
actually have a beard.
No,
No.
you have a stash.
I just
Start
have.
with
Well,
last
yeah,
place.
Your
but
mustache smelled fine.
Yeah,
It wasn't,
So
but it
I got
wasn't
last place.
fine
It was an
smelling
absence of
stash.
smell.
So I got last
Yeah.
place.
But Brendan,
No, it's fine. And
What did
I'll-
Brendan smell like?
his was a pungent cigarette.
Cigarette.
Well, I just had a cigarette.
That's
That's not
why.
fair. And I wiped
There you
beer
go.
on my
and
beard
I just
before you
had a
smelled it.
pizza.
he tried to cover up cigarette with beer smell.
I was going like this. I was like,
poured a beer
"Ah."
out his face. He's like, I don't
That's
want
what I
to
did right before you smelled it.
Yeah.
I did. You can rewind the tape.
So I look
gross.
like I would smell the worst.
You
Oh,
look.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So you end up average because you're like the worst and the
There you go.
best.
You wouldn't be able to see
People-
because
people
Davey's
are-
mic's in your way.
If anybody has to give me mouth to mouth,
There we go.
You know
Yeah,
what?
you're
There
gonna
we
smell
You
some
have to.
Pantene.
Well, you know what? Though,
I'm
I need to
giving
fix
you
this
mouth, man.
fucking
If Tommy
studio.
eats pizza, and it gets all in his beard. Then the rest of the night, he just smells like cheese pizza.
Who?
My husband.
Tom?
I haven't had
yeah.
pizza in forever, and you said I smelled like pizza?
Yeah, you smelled a little pizza.
You do look like
What
you
did
would
you have
smell
for
like
dinner?
pizza.
You look
What
like a
did you
pizza.
have for
roller
dinner?
roller skating rink.
Oh, you had that sandwich
No,
from
I had a
Pizza
bushel,
face.
I had a bushel of oregano.
What's up,
No, you
Pizza
had
face?
that. You had no. You had that
bushel of-
sandwich from Mendocino or
You
whatever.
haven't been to a bushel of oregano? It's
What was
the
it?
hottest place. I had a sandwich. I had a banh mi.
See?
Banh mi
I
sandwich,
smelled
pork
something
sandwich
without
from.
cheese on there.
Give him a
No
call out.
cheese.
Give him
Okay.
a call out.
Hey, this one's for Mendocino Farms. opening
Mendocino
up
Farms.
New locations all over the city. Great sandwiches.
West Hollywood, Gateway.
Really, really friendly staff. Give you free samples of the salads. Good sandwich. Pork banh mi. I'd check it out if I were you.
We were hanging out beforehand trying to figure out, trying to get some things done for a holiday show, and he had to go to
Shit.
Target.
Oh, here's the
He's
story.
a really good boyfriend.
I'm a very good boyfriend. Yet to find a girlfriend, JK. This is the story.
J.K.
This is-
Simmons,
this
y'all.
is the
J.K.
story
Rollins.
about- My girlfriend works for a chocolate company, like a fancy chocolate place, and it's Christmas, so a lot of people are ordering
She has
chocolate.
to stay there till like 2 in the morning.
So
How
she's
fucked
been
up is
working.
that?
She's been working like 12,
Like
to
KFC.
14-hour shifts, and it's not even like once it gets closer to Christmas, it'll be even longer. But she's out of clean clothes because she's been at work every time she's awake. So I had to go buy her new work shirts. I didn't have to. I'm a good boyfriend.
That's
not
a
gonna
fucking
say.
awesome boyfriend.
So I had to go buy new shirts, and while I was there, I saw Mendocino Farms, which opened up a new location. I almost slurred my words.
Yeah.
I'm drunk.
It's going to be a really good set that we did tonight, by the
Yeah,
way.
no, we're gonna kill it.
Come on out.
But really good sandwich, and I smell like a pork sandwich, probably.
A little.
You said pizza, but
But I
Pork.
smelled a food item on there.
So I wasn't the worst though.
No,
right?
no. All you were
my
was cigarettes,
glands.
and that's
I have
not
pizza
necessarily-
glands. That
Except
could
for
be-
OBW, who
pejorative.
smells like a fresh bed
Listen,
of
I
daisies.
dated a boy in 8th grade
You
just
did
because
or
he
dated?
smelled like cigarettes.
We
No,
should
I
just
dated
smell
him.
crotch. I think that's more
crotch.
That is more
Crotch is
indicative.
more
like the
offensive to
like
me
the
More
like
indicative.
the taint of the belly button from the crotch hair.
Oh, do you want to
Like the
smell
stomach, I guess that
Dave's?
would be.
You start with Dave's.
Yeah, you want to smell like my belly?
Who's Oh, Dave.
No, no one should smell my belly.
I like how you.
I took a shower.
No, I'm just saying because that really will
You want to
smell
smell?
like pizza.
You want to smell bellies?
I have a
Smell
pizza
my
belt.
navel.
Your GF was saying she wanted to smell bellies. GF is what I call girlfriends.
You want
'cause
to do
I-
belly smelling to see who smells like the best belly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Veronica Ricci.
I don't like
Veronica
this.
Ricci.
No, I have a very weird belly.
Veronica, just so you know, I jogged in Griffith Park like at 3.
There's something peculiar about
No,
Randy.
Is that okay?
I just have a classic
Is that
fucking
okay?
hairy belly. I don't. And also smelling bellies is a little bit weird. I'll be honest.
We're smelling bellies.
I'm just gonna. I took a shower like an hour before I came here.
Brendan is disqualifying himself because he actually took a shower.
Do you have to lift up your shirt? I don't want to lift.
Do
up.
it!
All right, so mine smells pretty good. All right.
So just smell.
Do it! Do it!
Just like.
No, you have to lift up the shirt.
Oh, it's really hairy. Okay.
I don't. So mine is too. Look at
Yeah,
that.
that
Oh,
looks like
jeez.
mine, but-
Trap the smell.
It's gonna trump the smell.
Just a heads up. This is
It's gonna
my-
smell like Donald Trump.
What does it smell like? Oh, earthy.
She just said earthy. What? So what? Like moss?
Don't be
Like
afraid
moss.
to use the term forest floor.
Moss,
Oh,
mud.
Brendan's nervous.
Here it goes.
Oh no.
Whoa! You should have seen how she looked at that.
I took a
Mine's
shower
gonna
like an
smell like-
hour before I
I
came
took
here.
a shower very early this morning before.
it out.
Oh my god.
Also smells earthy, but
Earthy.
earthier than his.
Earthier. Oh, there we go.
So what would be the best
What's
of all
best?
the bellies you smell?
But you're a hippie. You like earthy, right?
I do.
There we
I
go.
like earthy.
Am I the winner?
Something smells like nothing, because then it's like.
I wouldn't have showered.
Talking to the
I'm
mic.
usually like
Am I
a.
the winner?
Mike,
Am I the winner?
Winner / loser.
He's the winner.
Davey's the winner.
Earthy. What?
I,
You want me to
uh,
fucking put some mulch on my
Yeah.
stomach or something? What the?
Shower with
Gravel? Shower
once
gravel?
every 4 days.
branches.
Davey and I shower with
Twigs.
branches. Want me to put some twigs on me? Would that make you happy?
Talk down to me.
Would that make you put some fucking twigs on my belly?
Fight.
Fucking earthy.
No, I worked at 7:30
wanna
this
give her
morning,
earthy right
and
now.
that was so I took a shower at 6 in the morning.
He's
gonna bury her.
Bury that bitch. Broken headphones. Thank you for your sponsorship of your headphones. Please send us new ones.
Oh my god.
Thank you to Skull
Oh
Candy.
no,
providing
Redban
our-
slapping his girlfriend.
Oh,
Yeah, I know we're all laughing, but it's not a joke.
it's
not
not.
a joke,
We're laughing
but it's
because
funny.
we're embarrassed to be in the same room as an abuser.
Dude, trippy, bro.
Christina, you're next.
When are we?
If girls, you can jump on. It goes you two after me. We're bringing up.
Did you just call us girls?
I hope so. This is a really fun game.
It's two numbskulls.
I hope there's people listening still.
How many people are listening?
Yellow band.
300.
300?
This
That's
is more than the
our
Bone Zone.
podcast. Yeah, more than the Bone Zone.
Well, when
Well,
you were
that's good,
really
thank
drunk,
God.
it was 250.
It was 250 listening to you being really drunk.
Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
It.
Put
Introduce
those headphones
yourself.
on and
Introduce
introduce
yourself.
yourself.
Emily Parker. Emily Parker.
Emily Parker.
Emily Parker, ladies and gentlemen.
We haven't met. I'm Brendon.
Hola.
Have we met? I don't think
Well,
so.
we did now, so.
There we
Is
go.
that a drawing of you right there?
No.
She's got a lot of kick-ass
I don't know
tattoos.
what tattoos are. Why do you have drawings?
You have
on
the comedy and drama mask in a nifty little form there. Were you in theater in high school?
No.
You weren't?
No. I was acting as a good student, but I wasn't.
Oh, so you were an
Oh,
actor.
there we go.
Life actor.
I have drawings on me because I'm a nanny.
Ooh.
So.
And you let the kids
Tattoos.
draw
Okay,
on
so
you.
Brendan has
Anytime the kids
tattoos,
draw-
right?
I have some tattoos.
What do you have?
You have tattoos. She
I've never
says
seen your
She has
tattoos,
one
Brendan.
tattoo. Davey and I don't have any tattoos.
I've wanted to get a tattoo of my family crest somewhere on my body.
It's a tube of toothpaste.
I think, yeah. it's just a crest. Oh, we're after
Okay,
you?
so Brian's going to introduce you, and then are you going to introduce us? We're
Okay.
called the Door Knockers.
We're called the Door Knockers? Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Say, please welcome the Door
Do you mind?
Knockers.
Do you mind if we act as if we're trying to tell you how to do an act? Like it's part of our act.
We're not going to be rude.
We're not
in
going
any
to
way.
be rude. Yeah.
We'll
won't-
just be like,
we won't make fun of you.
You know, that was really good, but if you're gonna,
My friend from Japan's calling.
JK,
Put him on the phone.
He doesn't have friends from Japan. What's his name?
Monty Morris.
That's not a Japanese name. Liar.
No. His last name is spelled with two L's.
Okay, then that's Japanese. Door Knockers. We're
The
not
Door
a band.
Knockers.
We're a
Band.
world-renowned comedy
But could you
troupe.
say, please welcome this next band?
I shouldn't have laughed into the microphone. That was stupid.
Oh, jeez.
The Door Knockers. And it's, you know what? We didn't name ourselves, so just don't make fun of us.
Have we taken phone calls? Can we give out the number?
No,
Yeah,
let's not do that. Let's save that for the BZ.
Oh, yeah, for the BZ.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
After hours.
I'm putting my
Are you guys
feet
going to
by
be
you.
around for after hours
They probably
podcast?
smell.
Oh, yeah,
I'm totally
definitely.
okay.
We're going to be so fucking wasted.
Okay, so let's get
I'm
some.
so stoned right now, it's retarded.
Are you really? Did you
Yeah.
have some of Doug Benson's weed over there?
I had all of it.
All of it?
No, I'm lying. It was a lot, though.
He's got a lot. I've been thinking about getting a weed card. I don't smoke weed really often. I started drinking.
He
And
just wants the card.
Weed
Yeah.
cards are overrated.
He's never
because
driven a
cops
car,
don't
but he has
care
a
anyway.
license.
What's that?
I said weed cards are really for no purpose because
cops
don't care
any-
anyway.
Well, no, it's different for you because I'm an
but
ugly guy. If a cop pulled me over and I had weed, he'd be like,
cops
You're not
don't.
ugly.
Cops don't care
It doesn't
about
matter how you look,
anything.
it's just
come
about
in
how big your
handy,
titties
though,
are.
with just the
Oh,
my
we-
titties are pretty big.
And we have good titties.
I have pretty big titties. Do you want to show them off, Randy?
Do I
And they
want to
smell
show
earthy.
your titties?
Show off my titties. No, come over
It's
here.
not up to me to
No,
show-
show off my titties.
It's not up to
Come
me
on,
to show off
Randy,
your titties.
come on.
Are you asking for permission?
Please show them off.
No permission.
No permission?
Permission not granted.
Well, you girls just missed out on some really lovely
You
titties.
barely missed the boat.
Sorry. Come in. I had this big black thing in my face, and I was just like, I want it back here, and then
What are you talking about?
this mic.
Something
I want this
inappropriate.
back. Oh, it's mine.
Chicken strips.
You can put it.
Chicken strips
ordered
for
chicken
table
strips?
9?
Chicken strips. Can we have some of those nachos?
No, that's not
Well,
how you
you say
order
something
food.
right
You don't-
there.
You don't order food from a microphone, Davey.
Can we have some
You
of those
have to actually
nachos?
go into
Excuse
public.
me.
Okay, we need some like guidance, right?
Someone listening to us.
Well, my day's been good.
That was Christopher
It's not
Walken.
bad. I was working on a movie with Tom Hanks. He's good, but he's not as good as me.
Kevin Pollak, ladies and
Kevin
gentlemen.
Pollak doing a Christopher Walken.
Kevin Pollak doing his Jay Moore impression of Christopher Walken.
Hey, heads up! I wouldn't eat those chicken strips.
Oh, I'm going to.
No, he touched
man.
them, that guy.
Oh, man.
Did he say you like the Bone Zone?
No.
Who likes the Bone Zone?
I love the Bone Zone.
You like it a lot?
Yeah.
You called in the other day. That was really
Oh, right.
nice.
Oh wait,
Because one time,
let's introduce yourselves.
I'm Veronica.
Here's Veronica.
One time I had a very long drive, and so I listened to all of your guys' podcasts in a row.
In a row?
And I fell in love because I heard
Wow.
a bunch of the other podcasts.
Yeah.
And I was like, they have good moments and stuff, but I really liked your guys all the way
Really?
through.
Is there like an interesting progression that happens if you listen to them? Like, is
Yeah.
there like a Beatles
A
moment?
through line?
No,
where you
it
listen to them
actually
all?
it
Do you play
plateaus and then it
backwards?
goes back up again. So, I mean, it's like
So it goes up, plateaus,
Yeah.
goes up, plateaus.
Well, there
goes
was
up?
Yeah.
there was a totally sober one,
Yeah.
Which
Sober
kind-
Sunday. Did you hear Sober Sunday?
which was topped by the most drunk one.
Yeah, the next one was the most drunk episode ever.
I like when you guys talk about your theme song a lot, and
Oh.
you sound like you're really stressing about it. But you know what? You guys did a good job.
We stress about everything.
Thank
We're
you.
fucking comics, right?
You guys did a good job.
I wouldn't call myself a comic. I'm a fucking actor. I stress about everything.
Yeah, thank you, Davey. I asked him to never call himself.
No, because he's like legitimate. These guys are legitimate comics. I have no point of view whatsoever.
Davey, you're a comic.
What?
In the fact that you're like silly,
Neurotic and silly.
Yeah. You worry.
My heart is beating really fast right now, just being in the room with you guys.
You're
there
a
we go.
liar. She's
No, I'm really
trying
not.
to
Like,
flatter
feel my
us.
heart
and
right
get-
now.
Totally
Totally
take
take
ladies.
pictures
Feel
with
it.
you.
Check it out.
you're
The
just
two
ask-
ladies. One lady's
Wait, I
doing
can't
the.
feel it.
Yeah.
Wait, taking
No,
picture of the.
inappropriate. Don't
Hold
take a
on.
picture. Davey,
no,
why are you
no,
taking
it
a
takes a
picture?
long time for my picture to set, so you have to hold it.
Inappropriate.
Keep holding it.
It's a video. He's
Hold
lying.
on. No. Keep
he's
holding
lying.
it. No, now I have to put it to the side.
That's inappropriate.
Hold on. Here we go. And
These girls don't want to.
here we go. And that picture is taken.
All right, he got it.
No, it was fuzzy. You have to do it
one
again.
more time.
You have to
Do
do
you
it
guys have
one more
I feel
time.
bad. I'm missing Christina P on stage.
Another-
I feel
She's
like
peeing on stage. She's gonna.
Hey, how are we supposed to? We were just gonna kiss each other. How are we supposed
go.
to follow a girl peeing on stage?
We'll kiss each other right
Oh,
now.
that's right. Are you guys going to kiss each other?
She's
Why are
doing
you
a
right now?
golden
No.
shower.
I don't want
She's
you
doing
to.
a golden shower trick.
I'm not. This is This is only what we do on stage. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to kiss you if it's not on stage. I would never do that.
The old golden
That's rude.
shower.
What
I
if some of
love
us wanna
that.
see it?
I love the
We're doing
kissing
it
thing.
tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Wait, are we introducing someone after us? You?
Probably me.
Who's coming
right?
out after
Everybody
us?
already
else
done that?
is going up
Okay,
before
so
me.
that's good.
You
We
guys
go.
ever-
And probably nobody would else want to follow you after they saw the chaos on stage.
What should we do
you
tonight?
Think, do you think like Doug would be mad to follow us because we?
No,
we'd
I
be
think
so
Doug's
silly?
fine with it. He just wanted to go up early.
Yeah, we were.
He heard that we kiss and maybe show butt.
No.
No.
I actually anybody would be okay. I don't think people would be like, I don't. But if when you see something like that, and you
then
guys
you-
were like really funny last
and then
time,
you have a really like mellow.
It's the first time.
Well,
my
I've ever really
stand-up,
funny.
my
Not-
stand-up is very mellow and very like jokes.
you wouldn't want to follow the door knockers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I would understand that.
I don't
'Cause
mind
if
it.
someone was up there and being like silly, and then I went up on stage and disappointed everybody.
Yeah.
By the way, if anybody has a really
Don't
old
take your
person that
pants
wants
off.
to be in our holiday show, we need an old man to play our grandfather.
Los Angeles.
What if I dress up as an old man?
Done.
Would you do it?
I would do it.
Done
Absolutely.
and done. Done
I mean,
and
you get
done.
makeup.
I just need a
though.
beard and what have you, but it's Santa season.
I have
so
one. It's cool.
What have me?
we do need a grandpa.
I would like to be your
And you know what?
grandpa.
It could be.
Would you like
it
to be
could
our grandpa?
A guy, an
Veronica
old
wants
guy
to be
who
our
never
grandpa.
had grandchildren, but he has to be very old and he has to act like a grandpa.
Will you take
I'm
our
a
picture
redhead
and
too,
tweet?
so I
will
feel
you-
like it's kind
So your hair is.
Will you take
actually
our
red?
picture
of. It's
and
naturally very red, redder than that.
Is your is that
Is
I
that your
get
natural
shame
red?
once in a while, so I dye it.
That's
But no,
that's
this
a
is
different
not
color?
the natural.
Wow.
Did you? So you grew up with red hair?
Yes.
And
Wow.
did you deal with anything?
Were people shitty?
Like, well, I mean, I grew up as a redheaded kid, and I dealt with like people picking on me and stuff.
Really?
Absolutely.
I don't think I ever picked
I mean,
on redheads.
I still had friends and stuff,
But
but
never
it
with
was still a
Dom.
common
There-
thing
people
where
do
people
it.
would make fun of you. Yeah.
There was this girl, Joanna Vavracek, that people kind of picked on because
Joanna?
Joanna
Oh,
Vavracek.
okay. I
Did you
don't-
know her?
no, I don't.
From Grand Island, Nebraska.
no clue.
People kind of picked on her. I gave her full name. She's married now, so it's a different name.
So
'Cause
somebody,
she took a different
finally
name.
found someone who
She
put
did,
up
but
with
people
her.
picked on her, and I was always like, she's really hot.
Redhead
But
girls.
like I
can get away
I
with
didn't know
more.
how to express that because I'm not a man. I'm just like a guy who's like, oh, you guys are.
Maybe it's not a man.
No. Whenever
You heard it here.
whenever there's conflict, I turn my back and I'm like, you guys just have your conflict. I'm gonna go play, I don't know, a video game, study a book. That's what I was like in high school.
Oh,
I
you're
didn't,
studying
I didn't
abroad?
stand up for
I'm
people.
studying a book.
I'm studying a book. Yes, I was very stereotypical. I was the Conan O'Brien version of a nerd.
I've read, as far as books go, I've literally read like 2 books in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
2 or 3.
But you're a really smart
But
person.
one of them was like how to have sex.
One of them was like how to read a book.
Yeah.
And then I tried.
And the other
it, like,
one was
once.
the other one was fucking for the advanced learner.
No, I failed all of those tests that were like based on if you had to read a book in a class. I just literally failed. I got caught cheating on one of those tests in
Yeah.
high school for Huck Finn.
Of course.
Yeah.
I watched the movie and I answered them all incorrectly.
My-
It was like, who played Huck Finn?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to use the actor's name.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You used that?
Wait,
You're
but
like, I would
no,
use
you
Kurt
used the
Russell as
you
a child.
used the porn spoof version of it was fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Fuckleberry.
know.
No.
I came to having sex so late in my life that I literally was like learned maybe from porn And so it's just like, I'll go in this doing like porn technique, but that's not like the typical technique that you would use when you kind of work up
for your first time.
You're right.
You work up to the acrobats. You don't do it, but you're just like, I've got to like pile drive somebody, and it's like, I don't know how to pile drive anybody, but we'll try to pile drive.
No, I don't think that's real. I think you did it completely wrong.
I'll suplex somebody.
The reason that it
wait,
was inappropriate was
I'll
because it
suplex.
wasn't.
I'm suplexing.
Did you lose your virginity to Jimmy the Superfly?
It was Rowdy Roddy Piper.
And it's suplexing, not soupplexing.
Suplexing.
You had too much soup
That's when you
involved.
throw
like-
chicken noodle.
They're third degree burns everywhere.
All right, guys, let's just take a quick break.
Okay.
All right, breaks up. That was fun, right?
Pretty
That
good.
was we were talking way too much.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man.
Your turn.
What style
Your turn.
of jokes should I tell on stage?
Spanish.
Oh yeah. Go really broad.
Left-handed.
I have an idea about walking down the aisle of an airplane and punching everybody in the face.
My only airplane humor was about how everyone doesn't want to
Might
sit
try
by
that.
me.
Yeah.
Because I'm big. Right? No one wants to sit
Skip
by
up
me.
the aisles, punching people in the face on a domestic flight.
I haven't flown in a long time. That shows how good my career is
Fly all the
going.
time.
In comedy,
Yeah,
can
you
be
know
like,
how good your comedy career is
someone
by
wants
how
to be
many
friends
flights
with
you've
you.
had.
You can just be like, how recently did you fly in an airplane? And you're like, it's been a year. And you're like, you're shitty.
Is Christina on stage right now? By
We
the
should
way,
probably go,
Yeah,
right?
she is.
Is
Yeah.
she?
Yeah.
And we're right after her, and we don't know what we're doing.
Are you gonna kiss?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys should
kiss, like,
come watch.
7
but then
I'll
no
be
one,
disappointed
Maybe
as
we
fuck
literally
if there's
kissed
no
like
kissing.
100 times.
no one will be on the podcast.
Unless you
if
and
everyone
Brendon.
leaves.
Okay.
If you're listening
No,
right
we
now,
could
come down the
probably-
show.
Come
see
on.
us kiss.
Why don't we
All
just
right.
stop the
'Cause I really
podcast
wanna
for
see
now?
Let's stop the
Yeah.
podcast for now.
We'll pick
Is
it
that
back
cool?
up.
Oh my god.
Come watch our set.
Oh my god.
What?
He's tucking in his shirt.
Okay. I was like, is this a repeat of last time?
No, we're
my
not allowed
God.
to get in
Wait.
trouble tonight.
By the way, I'm wearing boxers that are maybe like my dick pops out too quickly in them.
and that's not a thing
Not a
about the
joke.
boxer.
I can't do that on stage right
All
now.
right, we
'cause
do
my
have to go.
Wiener will
That's
pop out.
So we're gonna end the podcast for now. We we'll come on later, right?
Yeah, we'll come on after the show, maybe.
Or he'll just keep broadcasting and no one will be here. And then the viewers will go up and you'll show your boobs on accident. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Are there any listeners right now?
We have 208.
208 people stuck around.
They're still here.
Yeah, so I did my set, and now Brian Redban is on, and he's introducing. I forget who he's not bringing you on, is he?
He's bringing
The
Christina.
the duo?
Christina.
Okay, Christina.
So Christina, and then Randy and Davey, and then me.
Yeah, so there's still more show left, so come on down. No, but it was a great crowd, and it was really fun. And then, I came by just to say goodbye, and everything got shut down for a little bit when Redban left the helm.
Yeah.
And but so that's awesome that over 200 people stuck around, and
Hey, 200 people.
was it 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think we were down for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. It was right before you came
So
back
how many
in.
people were lost? You think?
Probably 100.
Lost about 100 people.
Well,
But,
we'll,
what are they going to,
I guess we'll just keep it running.
I don't judge anybody for leaving as soon as they thought it was over, or for staring
Well,
at
we
a blank
said
screen for
we'll be
5
back.
minutes.
We said we'll be back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. We were like, well, let's shut it down.
Okay,
for
so
a
there's
little
100
bit.
assholes that are just like, fuck
Yeah.
this.
I got no time. I have
They're-
other things to not do.
Yeah, my flashlight just came in the mail, and I gotta go fuck that thing.
I think if you go to the Fleshlight website and you type in Joe Rogan, so any form of Joe Rogan's name, you probably get like $10 off of your
I
Fleshlight.
scraped the shit out of my penis because I messed up and jammed it into an actual flashlight.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
And there's a lot of metal edges and stuff,
Yeah.
and like it wasn't.
Were the batteries still inside?
No, I dumped
You take the batteries
I dumped the batteries out. So you'd think I would have noticed when I was dumping the batteries out
That it's all
it was
metal.
that it was a flashlight and not the flashlight. But it's dark in my bedroom. If I'd have been using the flashlight, I could have found the flashlight.
Have you banged a Fleshlight?
No, I have not. But I hear great things about it. And
Yeah.
they're,
It's a leap to take, though, right? To bang one of those.
It's a what?
It's like a leap once you.
I thought you said it's illegal.
No.
to bang.
Well, maybe in some states, but it's to decide to do it. I have one. Rogan gave me one. I haven't banged it yet.
Yeah, I think he offered to give me one, and I turned him down.
I turned him
I lucked
down.
out, and he didn't have any sitting around when I was there. Because I don't want one. I don't want to try one.
Because it could change your life in a different direction where
it just adds another level of shame that the process doesn't need. I don't need that. If I was bad at it,
you're bad at banging.
If I didn't know how to please myself, then I might think maybe a fleshlight will help me to fantasize more that it's an actual woman.
It probably feels great.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Putting your
skeptical.
dick in anything.
I'm
Well, I mean, it's a
skeptical.
thing designed to put your dick in.
It's got to feel good to some people because I've never heard anybody complain about it.
You don't hear anybody singing their praises about
I've
it
never
either.
heard anybody
Joe.
Well, because it's that extra level of shame.
Yeah.
It's on a higher shame shelf that you don't reach
No.
unless you're like blackout drunk or something.
I still have a bit about it, but I know Joe has a bit about a fleshlight. And my whole thing is about why I don't want to try it, and I already feel dumb enough when I jerk off like a regular guy as a grown man. But just knowing that Joe has a fleshlight bit, I feel like I can't do my fleshlight because it's so
What's
easy.
his bit?
It's kind of his is he's into it. His bit is about his wife not wanting him to take that as a sponsor, but then he talks about banging them and how great they are, but then he talks about the shame the same way I talk about thinking about the shame that you would have.
He's
and
just actually done it.
He's done it. And he has a bit about, because they have a back end that I guess you dump the jizz out of, and he calls it he's like, release the kraken of shame or something. And mine's just, I feel dumb enough after I rub one out like a regular person. Imagine after that you have to stand there at the kitchen sink rinsing out a rubber vagina flashlight under warm water or whatever the cleaning instructions are.
Yeah.
So it seems close enough. I'm very sensitive about that.
I want for everybody that stuck around, I want to welcome you back to this is a very special.
Two guys
This
talking
is a special. This is a special edition of paraphrasing Joe Rogan's act, and we hope you're enjoying the butchering of his material, and the possible spoiling of his material.
Well, I don't
Is it
think
on
it's
an
spoiling
album or
anything.
something?
I don't know.
He's probably said it on the podcast.
He talks about the
fleshlight for
and we
30
actually
minutes
talked
the last
about.
time I was on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then we're going to do it again right now. I am fine with talking about fleshlight.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating thing to me.
It's amazing
that it exists.
A guy
because everybody
makes a lot
keeps
of money.
talking about robot women, wax women, whatever, like really getting it real, but it seems like the real nut that needs to be cracked has always been, anything that really feels like a vagina.
Right.
So
A warm,
I'm
gushy
kind of
hole.
scared. I really am scared of liking the
It would be
fleshlight.
great. It could be great. Well,
It scares me.
Me and a roommate of mine that I had in Austin, we used to talk about, having sex with girls and how sometimes it's annoying because they'll be annoying. And it's like, if there was just a warm, gushy hole in the wall, I would just bang that.
Welcome back into the room, young lady. Yeah, no, but you're right. You're absolutely right about that.
You get the right consistency and the gushiness or whatever.
Yeah, but that's it should be for husbands on business trips.
Yeah.
Like if you're married, your wife should be cool with you just taking that out on the road with you and working it into that every time.
Going through. I actually do want to take mine through security. I mean, I'm not. I guess it would be funny to have that in your at the airport.
In my carry-on because
have it in your
what
carry-on.
if my bag got lost? I would be adrift without it. Wait, what? Oh, I meant to say I've never tried it. I've never done it. Because Rick Perry's going to turn out to be gay, right? Or at least
he's every
go that
kind
way.
of fucked up that you can think. He's dumb. He's got to be gay or
the
too
whole
dumb
thing
to even
about
know he's
going
gay.
after gays shouldn't be getting married or fighting in the military or all that stuff. It's like
I saw that thing. Do you know? Tim Heidecker had the Herman Cain campaign that he did.
What?
Do you know about that?
No.
Tim Heidecker made a whole album of Herman Cain songs where he's singing about how Herman Cain is his Lord and we worship you. And they had them all on YouTube. And he put out an EP of all these Herman Cain songs, and all the money goes to charity. He doesn't keep the money. But one of the Herman Cain videos that him and Doug Pound made on YouTube was taken down for hate speech. And because I don't know what that was the reason that they took it off because this contained hate speech, as they said about one of Tim's videos. And so Tim tweeted recently, and he had the new Rick Perry YouTube video about slamming gays in the military and stuff.
Yeah.
And so he's like, everybody, please complain about this because this actually does contain hate speech.
Yeah, he says in his latest commercial, he says that the children should be allowed to pray
in schools
and celebrate Christmas.
And celebrate, like nobody's allowed to do that anymore.
Really, that never happened. I don't remember ever having a problem.
Every school in the world,
Christmas.
Nobody's making those folded up paper snowflakes in schools right now as we speak.
And they also you get Christmas Day off. Everyone gets it.
Yeah. No matter how Jewish or weird you are.
Yeah, no matter what you do, you get the day off, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
You're not in school, so.
Why are you guys standing up?
I don't know.
Well, it's interesting. The show went down and then came back up.
We shut it off.
Yeah, why'd you guys shut it off for?
Because we thought Doug left,
thing.
and we thought Christina was about to get off stage. We didn't know you were going up between Doug.
Yeah, I was
Christina.
going up.
There's a lot of things they
and
didn't
Randy
know.
and
They took all the
Davey
things
were
they
like, we
didn't
were going to
know.
have to go up in 5 minutes. And I was like, well, I'm up after you.
Of course,
and
I wouldn't
these
let
guys
that
wanted to
happen.
watch Randy and Davey because they're going to
don't turn off the show ever. It's supposed to go 3 hours. So.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It was 2.5, and that one time when with Joe and Bill Burr, we turned it off when everybody was going. I don't know. I was just like, well,
I'm
if
not a
everybody's
I told
leaving-
you so kind of person, but in this case, I'm going to go for it. You really fucked up.
I fucked up, man.
Why'd you do that?
Were you doing Duncan's voice?
Hey, man.
Is that Charlie Day?
It's Duncan Trussell. Oh, yeah, Charlie Day. I love that show with Louis from Taxi and Bobcat Goldthwait. What's that? I think Charlie Day's kind of Bobcat Goldthwait-ish.
Oh, he really makes me laugh, though.
The show's hilarious.
I just enjoy the constant shrieking.
Yeah.
He's really funny. He's the funniest thing in Horrible Bosses, too.
I haven't seen it. Is it worth watching?
I think it is. He's
hilarious.
really funny in it. His predicament is the least believable, so he kind of saves it by being, because his predicament is Jennifer Aniston's hot and keeps coming on to him, and he doesn't want to give in to her. He doesn't even ever seem like, oh yeah, I really wish I could give in to this. He just treats her like, you're a psycho. Leave me alone. I'm in love with my wife or fiance or whatever. So it seems it's a little weird.
I almost rented it in a hotel, but I got that. I think I talked to you about it. The our idiot brother.
You spoke to me about it on Doug Loves Movies?
No, just in Vegas we were talking. I think I said.
Oh yeah, My Idiot Brothers.
I said I watched.
TJ Miller's very funny. In
TJ, yeah, right. I didn't know TJ had such a big role.
He was good on Community.
The League. I saw that last night.
The League last night.
Yeah, that was funny. Again, he just every time I turn anything on, I'm like, TJ's all over this.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He always adds an extra level of funny to every. The most throwaway parts that they give him, he makes them funny.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
My Idiot Brother, though, or Our Idiot Brother, whatever it's called.
It should be called My Three Bitch Sisters.
Yeah, I do think that movie was marketed
so mean to him, and he's such a
wrong.
sweet guy.
He's a sweet, dumb guy. But that movie was marketed
I guess that's
totally
another word
wrong.
for idiot.
I thought it was going to be way more broad and way more silly, but it's kind of one of those like mumblecore movies almost, where it's this like there's a lot more kind of drama to it and like this fucked up family. I mean, it's a good movie, but it's not what I was expecting.
Did you ever see Cyrus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is, it's got funny parts, but they really tried to sell it like they really went the comedy route instead of, because I guess it's hard to sell, like, come see these guys that are normally funny being in something a little
Right.
bit more nuanced and weird. But the same thing just happened with
Greenberg. That was another one.
Greenberg. They wackied it up, but also The Descendants.
How was The Descendants?
The
Oh, the
TV
George
commercials
Clooney?
for The Descendants focus on George Clooney running down the street
Right.
in, like, flip-flops.
Yeah.
And in the movie, that's not funny at all.
Right.
Like,
You
it's
see,
just
I
a
don't
man
see
who's
them as-
running in some fucking weird shoes. Like,
Did
it's
you
not,
like that movie?
Yeah, I did like it.
That was at the Vista.
It's heavy. It's like really.
Well, I don't like my comedies
kind
with
of a
heaviness
bummer.
in
It's a
them.
big
Like,
bummer.
That whole mumblecore kind of movement.
I
Like
love
it's fun.
Sideways though. Sideways is like
Yes.
one of my favorite
Sideways
movies
is fine,
ever.
but like you have like the puffy chair and then there's like Greenberg and Cyrus and Hesher.
Oh yeah, I'm
was
not
another
even
one.
saying Sideways is part of mumblecore. I'm just saying that.
Well, but like with a bigger underlying.
That I like
theme.
I like a movie that has big laughs, but is also serious.
I like big laughs. I think the big laughs get muted by the overlying undertone of the like heavy shit in the movie. Like Cyrus was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. It's a comedy that's like not funny, really, And not as a slam on it, but it's like, well, you have these hilarious people, and like this could be better, but you're not
it's
really
amusing,
committing.
but it's also it's very quirky. It's not necessarily
nuanced.
They
you
don't
said,
talk
which is
in
good.
punchlines.
Yeah.
It's more.
But any funny
more
thing
real.
that happens is very muted in a way too.
Yeah, well, I like that movie. I saw it one time. I saw it at South by Southwest, where I'll be hosting the film awards this year.
Really?
In March.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I just found that out recently.
that's awesome.
And just slipped it into the conversation. But I saw that there, and South by Southwest is an amazing festival because movies. I've never seen a movie bomb there.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times people maybe walked out of something, but only a few people. For the most part, everything's very warmly received. And so I saw Cyrus there, so the audience was like roaring.
Yeah.
They were laughing a lot.
I saw it at the Vista.
And I was
by
just kind of
myself.
like smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not.
Well, that's like a play, though. Like when you go see a play that's supposed to be funny and people roar at something, it's like, come on, the guy just walked through the door.
They sort of
weird.
get in a groove
Yeah.
of kind of like roaring at everything and just having a good time. They're enjoying themselves.
Right.
But it's almost like, that always drives me crazy when I see a play that's a comedy and every single line is landing like with a really big laugh. It's always like, it feels to me, it takes me out of it.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Well, it almost annoys me where I'm like, come on, it's not that funny.
How
everyone.
sincere
Like,
could it be if it's so
Right.
so consistent? If
Right.
it's so like at the end of every that's the problem with TV sitcoms.
It makes me want to write plays.
I have a hard time watching TV sitcoms because they don't. Too many of them don't really modulate the audience. It's just big laugh after every single sentence.
Well,
Like
yeah,
if
you time it. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you watch, like they did that thing where somebody put on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. Like you could think of the weirdest thing. Like today, I watched Pulp Fiction in the correct order.
Oh wow.
Broken up into chunks.
Yeah,
Or just
there was
the whole-
somebody that used to
The whole
sell
fucking
that
movie,
on
the
like
whole fucking Pulp Fiction, where that some clever editor, because in some places they have to make editorial choices,
Right. Mhm.
Like where characters are in the same place at the same time. But it made me realize something about the movie that I never realized before, and that was when Tim Roth and Amanda Plummer, the whole Honey Bunny thing, when they're talking about robbing the bank at the very beginning of the movie. Because now the beginning of the movie, because it's in chronological order, the beginning of the movie is Christopher Walken in the flashback with the watch.
So they started. They
Everything
edited it
happens in the proper order
in the proper order.
because the
Okay,
storyline jumps around so much.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about in the proper order of that it was filmed. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really crazy if it's the order that scenes were filmed.
Because you were saying
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
see anything on YouTube, and I was like, well,
Yeah, but this is still somebody went to the effort of doing this, and then it's on YouTube. So I just watched it on my computer. I started watching, and every scene I was like trying to figure out what would come next, and then also just appreciating how good it is. And then I saw for the first time in this viewing today, I saw right when they jump up to rob the place is where the first segment of the movie ends and the credits start, and then you don't see them again until the very last third of the movie because it's the conclusion of the movie when they run into Vincent and the other guy the bad motherfucker wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, what he's got a cool name. What the fuck's his
Vincent
name?
Vega and
Oh shit!
God, I should know this.
Samuel L. Jackson as it's like Maurice or something.
Maurice.
Is it Maurice?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Is it Maurice?
It is.
Okay, Maurice.
Oh, right. Maurice. Yeah, he has the last name, though, right?
Maurice Wallace?
Yeah.
No,
Maurice.
Wallace is the other
No,
guy.
Wallace is being
Marcellus
raised.
Wallace. You're thinking of Marcellus Wallace,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
not Marcellus Wallace.
No.
He's, what's his fucking name?
I worked on a pilot.
It's driving me
with being
crazy.
raised.
Could somebody just tweet it to him because that's going to drive me nuts.
Tweet Redban.
What his name is. What's his name?
Casino or...
I just watched it today.
I could just IMDb it probably.
Stoner. Just IMDb Sam... Or just Google Samuel L. Jackson Pulp Fiction
All right,
character.
if you had to fuck one person...
It's not
in
Winston
Pulp,
Wolfe.
If you had to fuck one person in Pulp Fiction, who would it be? One girl?
Well, first of all, had to is not really the right way to phrase it because we'd all be very lucky.
Guns
We'd
to
all
our
be
head.
very lucky to get...
Well, it could be a dude.
So let me just
Julius Winfield.
Julius.
Damn,
And I don't think they
that's
say. I don't think they say Winfield much out loud.
Julius, yeah,
Never. They don't say it ever. Just Julius.
I'm gonna pee and look at Davey and Randy. 'cause
Let me
I have
tell
to
you the
go-
rest of this though,
Yeah.
because you're gonna love it.
Okay.
You're not gonna care.
I'll like it. Just getting nervous. I haven't thought about
In
what
that
I'm gonna
first
say.
10 minutes, if you're watching Pulp Fiction, you see John Travolta walk by in the background. But he's wearing that T-shirt, and it's the back of his head. He's got that long hair, so probably when the first time you saw Pulp Fiction, you weren't even used to seeing him that way. And he's in that first 10 minutes.
That rings a bell. I think
that's awesome.
I watched that a lot. When
You know,
I went
because he
to
says he's going to the bathroom, and he's in the bathroom when they start the robbery. And then that's why he comes
Right.
out with the gun, and then they have the whole Mexican
Holy
standoff.
shit!
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that's one of those movies. Like when it came out, it was so big, but there was like on college campuses, they had like the bootlegs of it. You know, like they would have bootlegs. And I probably had 20 Pulp Fiction parties. That's how big that movie was, where you could actually have a party and be like, dude, I got fucking Pulp Fiction. And they're like, what? Let's have a party. Like, that's how big.
Wait, after it came out on?
No,
bootleg.
when it first came out in the movie theater, it was my first bootleg
It's
I ever
a
bought.
great movie.
Dude, it's a beautiful
I've got
and,
there's things about it I don't like, but it's a great movie.
and the answer to who I would fuck would be like, I got a baby belly.
Oh, that.
the potbelly pig girl. Oh my god, that's my least favorite part.
Really?
Of the whole movie.
Oh well, I don't think she held up well, but back in the day, that
Bruce Willis's old lady in it.
Yeah. She's just pouting the whole time.
Is that the same
It's kind of
lady-
funny when he's like, Zed's dead and don't
Right.
worry about it. That's kind of funny, but
That's not the same lady from Pee Wee's.
No.
Big Top Pee Wee.
No,
And Rain Man.
no,
okay. I'm
What are you
thinking of her
leaving?
for some reason.
Okay, Sam Tripoli's out of here, everybody.
Sam.
This thing's not going to last 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Oh
Well,
my
it
god,
already-
how are
we
you
already
going to do
did
it?
2.5.
Huh? No.
That's all Sam Tripoli
mad at
asks
me,
people
Redban?
all the time.
It's a
You're
learning.
mad at me.
It's a learning
You're so
thing.
worried about it.
I'm more
Are you
mad
mad at him, Brendan?
I'm more mad at
Sam
Brendan
Tripoli?
Walsh.
I'm not Sam. Are you mad at me, though?
I'm more
from
mad
that
at
last
Brendan
part?
Walsh.
Are
for
you really,
everything.
though? Are you for real?
I'm not
Be
mad
honest.
at you. I'm not mad at you. How could I
I
ever be
think
mad at
people
you?
pull their punches
You're
when they're
beautiful.
mad at me.
You're beautiful.
I'm not. I know I'm not beautiful.
You
but
are.
I was.
Doug,
I got a little
Wait,
out of
I'm still
control
trying to
in
think
my
of who I'd have sex with in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
What other ladies are in it?
Gwen or the hot chick that was the hot chick from Kill Bill.
The crazy chick from Denny's when they're fucking.
The chick from Amanda Plummer?
Yeah, just.
She plays, mentally handicapped people way too well. She seems handicapped in that. She's like, she's got that weird voice. Yeah, she's good though. She's good at.
Oh yeah.
She's
I
good
know
at
what you're
robbery. Let's do
I haven't
a
seen that movie
robbery
in 10 years almost.
It's time for a robbery. But who else is in it? What other girls?
Well, you got. Let's see. You got Amanda Plummer. You got Maria, which is the girl I
Lucy
like.
Liu.
Uma Thurman. You
Uma
got
Thurman was certainly,
Rosanna Arquette.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah. You would
Ding,
do
ding,
Rosanna
ding,
Arquette.
ding, ding. Yeah, she was hot. Did you ever see the Blake Edwards movie 10 where she
Yes.
takes her top off by the pool?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's like 10 years.
She's
ago.
in.
20
But
years.
she was still cute in Pulp Fiction, though.
Yeah, but that was
I
also like
haven't seen her
10,
lately,
20
but
years ago.
I think she's been holding up okay.
All right, you choose.
One
it.
of my favorite
But
movies.
my old crush on her would push me all the way through to I'd want to be.
Oh, so you have that. You have that old crush thing. Because I actually I saw a movie recently. The Birds. I saw Birds, and I was like, that chick is so hot that I wonder if it would be easy to fuck her. Because then I could say I fucked the girl from Birds, even if it's old. Would you?
The girl from Birds.
Yeah, she's fucking hot.
What girl from
the blonde chick
Birds?
that's like, oh, Birds. The Alfred Hitchcock, or not Birds? Is it Birds? The one with all the birds.
The
birds. Yeah.
Tippi Hedren.
Yes.
But she's like 70.
I know, but I'm saying, could you imagine?
That's way out of like.
Yeah, but you imagine saying I fucked that girl. Like you're watching Birds, and I fucked her. Because she's so hot in that movie.
Someone her age now.
Is she still attractive to you?
Well, I looked her up on Google. Because this is serious. I seriously was thinking about like I could find this girl and she might be a cougar.
All this out,
and she's not bad. She's into like charities now and stuff like that. But how they get.
I think you have to have a serious crush on the person and sort of age with them to find them still.
Yeah, but you're talking about a girl that was in the movie 10. She's probably almost in the same boat.
No, but I'm just saying that I crushed on her for long enough that she's still cute to me because she hasn't had any stupid work done to her face. The ones like Meg Ryan could have been cute.
Meg Ryan was adorable.
She could have been the cutest older lady, and then she went and had all her fucking Joker stuff done to her mouth.
She fucked her fucking face up. That kills me.
And it's a shame, It's like it's a kind of a sickness, that people feel they have to.
Yeah.
Women,
girls have it bad.
Women, they have it very bad as actresses, unless they go the. Are you going to go see Glenn Close in Albert Nobbs?
Oh, of course.
The name makes
I'm
me
going to go
laugh.
with Tippi Hedren.
I'm excited about saying I'd like one for Knobs.
All right, I'm going to show you a photo of Tippi.
Knobs.
Now, I'm going to show you a photo of Tippi, how she used to look in the movie.
Dude, she's gorgeous.
She's fucking stunning.
But now she's a frail older lady.
I know,
like
but
imagine
fucking.
Friend.
I know, but imagine fucking her. That'd be.
Very
so hot. All right, so here is Tippi in the movie Birds, and
she's
just
cute.
Delicious and gorgeous.
Yeah.
And now here's her now, which is. She's not bad. Like
Dude,
I bet
that is
her,
not. If you saw a lady that looked like that, you would never want to get with her.
That's what I'm saying. But if you were to say, "No, I fucked the girl from Birds,"
just to say it, who gives a shit? Say it
can just
anyway.
say it.
Yeah,
No,
just
but
say
we're
it.
gonna bump into her.
you know that
Say
pussy's
that.
still
Met her
rocking.
over it.
Probably that pussy's probably still rocking. You don't
She
think
lives
so?
she lives in Pasadena, dude.
Does she?
We can get it done tonight.
Probably.
Turn off the camera so I can wink at you.
All right. We just did that by mistake, and it worked out.
So how are people watching this? Are they watching this video of me right now?
Yeah.
And how come do the cameras just change randomly as opposed to when somebody?
Yeah, I control all the cameras, and then he was controlling Yellow
so
Band.
there's
was
always somebody
controlling it.
deciding where to cut to.
Yeah, it's usually who's ever directing the
I'm
conversation.
just curious how it's being directed because
It's kind of a game.
There's periods of time where it feels like it's just changing randomly. It doesn't feel like you're.
Well, sometimes I'd like to get the reaction because that's a lot of people are like, no, I want to see the reaction of when people are talking. I want to see it.
Yeah, they want to see television. Watching shit on a computer is fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's really flat. So you at least are giving all these different angles.
Well, and people
It
are
definitely
watching
makes
this
it
on
more interesting.
Apple TV now and stuff like that too.
No, this is crazy what you got going on here.
I'd like an Apple
You have
TV.
like
You don't have one?
basically a TV show.
Apple TV is the best. Man.
An Apple Teeny? Yes, I'd love
Apple
an Apple
Teeny.
Teeny.
We got some right
Just
here.
one Apple Teeny before I go.
Where are you going? Why do you have to leave? Oh, you have to
I
do
gotta
something
go
tomorrow morning.
because I am acting in a film tomorrow.
So?
I almost said short film, which I just should have said.
Well,
Because
you wanted
saying
to make
film is
yourself-
almost like, hey, I'm in a film.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you say
who would you
film,
fuck out of
then you
Pulp
know
Fiction?
that you're
Did
not
we ever
making
say
any money
that?
on it.
You would fuck.
Say what?
Who'd you would fuck in Pulp Fiction? You would fuck that one girl.
Rebecca, or no.
Or Patricia Arquette. Is that who you would guess?
Rosanna Arquette.
Rosanna.
That song Rosanna by that band is
about her.
About her.
And
Rosanna,
when I was younger,
there will never be another girl who sucks my dick.
and's got a brother married to Courtney Cox.
And another
Rosanna.
brother that dresses up like ladies and turned into a lady. I'm not sure which
And
he
then
is. 'Cause he
Patricia.
doesn't get as much publicity as Chaz Bono.
Here's a random movie. Have you seen
After Hours? I've been trying to get to that.
Where
That's
the
when
Day
I first
Takes
fell
You?
in love with.
She's
Rosanna
so
Arquette.
cute in that movie.
She's so cute.
And
That
so-
movie's great.
But
Cheech and Chong are in that.
That movie is like a fucking dream, a recurring dream that I used to have of like getting so close to getting laid and all the weird dream shit that keeps you from getting
Right.
laid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
I know
such
exactly what you
it's
mean.
such weird coincidences and circumstances. But in dreams, you're often like, even if it's not getting laid, you're on some sort of quest, and the weirdest things are tripping you up.
Yeah.
I wake up frustrated more than scared or happy.
I never have sex in dreams.
What?
I don't think I do either. I have.
never
had a
have
little
sex
bit.
in dreams.
Dude, I could hook you up, man.
I think I've only had
this
sex
flying
with girls I've
penthouse
actually
pet.
had sex with.
I don't
think I've ever
it's
been able
always
to,
that
I
kind
haven't
of
been
shit.
able to drum up my own fantasy.
Seriously? Have you guys ever had wet dreams? Because that's one thing
Not
I've
really,
never had.
man.
Hey, there's no smoking in here, sir.
I'm not smoking. I've never had wet dreams though. Have you ever had wet? Like all my friends, every time
Not
I say I've
really.
never had a wet dream,
Maybe
they're like, "What? Are you fucking
once
stupid?"
or twice, but I don't even remember a specific time.
Well, yeah, unless it's kids that have gigantic loads ready to go.
Why don't you guys sit down?
Gigantic.
Because
I
I'm
have-
out the
I have to
door.
leave. You
He's
don't
got to
have to
do a
leave.
set.
You
I
don't
gotta
have to
go.
leave.
Yeah,
I'm in a
I have to
film
pee,
that's
too.
short.
He's in a film. They're gonna cut it down to a short version just to use Doug.
Yeah, I got to shoot a whole film tomorrow.
Yeah, and
it's
they're
a
just gonna
short,
whittle
but
it down.
come on.
It's directed by Harris
Short
Whittles.
film.
I wish you would do a new
called short film.
super high me. I wish you would do a new one of those.
Well, you know, I'm also editing a movie, another movie.
Which
that
movie?
that I made?
What's it about? Can you say?
It's called. I thought I told you about it.
Oh, maybe you did. I'm pretty.
Yeah. It's called. I don't want to bore people with it, but it's called The Greatest Movie Ever Rolled. And it's a play on Morgan Spurlock's Greatest Movie Ever Sold.
Oh, so you're just like hunting this guy down now.
Yeah,
you're
no,
just
I
like
I just
just walking
decided that
behind
that's
with
the
it. Game
formula.
on.
I don't have. I don't want to make I don't want to make a specific sequel to Super High Me. Like I don't want to do it for longer or something like that.
Right.
Because that's just sort of my life now, is smoking all the time. So
right.
I want to. I want to do.
Super
I just want to
Salvia
do more
me?
of like this is what my life is like kind of movie. But his movie, Greatest Movie Ever Sold, was about putting product placement in a movie to raise money to make a movie about product placement in a movie. And my movie's going to be about going on tour to raise money to make a movie about going on tour to raise money to make a movie.
That's good. That's great.
I'm gonna go in there, guy. I'm getting nervous.
Have a good set, buddy.
All right, come back.
Let's hear it for him. Brendon Walsh, everybody.
Oh shit.
This lighting is really
Okay, so now I'm back.
entertaining.
Yes. Now you're back.
Now you're talkative.
Well, I'm talkative. It's just a couple of us now. Like,
Are you on a mic?
An option.
Get on a mic.
I'm on the mic now.
Yeah, because I'm going to
See, earlier, I mean, there's so, you guys
gotta
are so
get it to the
dominant.
3-hour
Like,
mark.
what can I say? There's all these dominant forces at the table. Like, I'm just, I should
Yeah,
listen.
no, this is a
Now
great
that
time
he's
to jump
standing, you
in.
can
That's
do
the
it.
idea, and that's what Redban has created here, is a collective of newer and older comedy minds and, like minds in other areas, just getting together around a table in between sets.
With a trophy.
And it's supposed to go continuously for 3 hours. I don't know why those guys shut it down.
If they shut it down.
Well, they told me to shut it down, and the girls were heading out at the same time. So
Well,
it's
you
like,
know what?
oh,
See,
They had
that's
a million
that's something you have to
reasons why they shut
learn.
it down.
Oh yeah,
You're beat
They're like-
down.
Yeah, you're
well,
new.
it was just gonna be me in the room. It was everybody but me.
You know what? That's when you just have to own
go
up,
with it.
and you
Own
have to
up.
It
talk
was
about your
hilarious,
feelings.
though, when he was describing it, he was going, we didn't know this, we didn't know that, we didn't know... Like, that's how many...
Nothing.
I do the same thing. I'm not judging them, but too many decisions are made on what you don't know. Like, people sitting around just hypothesizing instead of just going with... Brian did not say anything about turning it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't say anything about keeping it the same or changing it, so let's keep it the same.
Yeah, just let it go.
That's what he would want
Okay.
if he didn't say...
It is what it is.
That's right. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, does it? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I know,
why
but
did it need to be shut down?
yeah, there is no reason. People
Yeah, no
freak
reason.
out like Brendon
Oh,
Walsh.
exactly. Oh, take, yeah.
Hey, take the nunchucks off of it if there's nunchucks on. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
well, yeah, they weren't taken off. They just kind of fell off.
That would have been hilarious if I was like, Brendon Walsh, what an asshole, and he runs in to get the trophy. Gets the
Brendon Walsh was on a podcast. I don't know if he talked about this already, but Brendon Walsh was on a podcast recently where he said a bunch of stuff. And I had to take the video down just because I don't want to get banned from Ustream. But now he was like, oh, I need to review this video. He doesn't remember anything, but he was like threatening TSA agents. He was dropping the N-bomb. He was just going crazy.
Because he was drunk?
Yeah, he was so blackout drunk. Like he gets blackout drunk.
He's a super nice guy, but that scares me when somebody gets super racist when they're drunk because that just means that they're they might be super racist.
Did they email or flag you about it?
No, they didn't do anything. I pulled it immediately off just because,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I have a relationship with Ustream to the point where the guy that owns the company is a fan of our podcast and stuff like that. So I don't want to like burn any bridges.
With comedians, sometimes it just becomes like you're drunk and you lose control of your.
Right.
You're just trying to shock value is the best way to make other comics laugh.
Right.
But like, I've never really prescribed to the like. There's got to be a really funny reason to drop an N-bomb or...
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I say it with my girlfriend all the time just to be like, hey, man, give me this, you stupid... Bleh. You know, like, as a joke, but, like, you know...
You really say it, though. You don't just make that...
No, I say it just like that. I go...
I drop it every now and
You say it
then.
in private, though, right?
Yeah.
You don't say
yeah,
it
I
out
never
there.
say it out
of Denny's.
Yeah.
I write it frequently.
You do? Yeah.
It's part of jokes.
You know, Pete's funny. He is, like, the most funniest Twitterer. Like like you read his shit and it seems like you should be a writer for like a famous comic. That's what you should do.
I write a lot of one-liners.
But you never go on stage. Like you've been on stage what, twice? Last time you were on stage was the
last
show
time I went on stage was because you talked me into it and told me to go on stage.
Right, and it was good. It was great. Yeah, you're last. You just wrap it up and say
thank you for coming. Yeah, tell them what hotel I'm in.
Yeah.
No.
Red Roof Inn.
But yeah, I
That's
read
right,
I read a bunch of bullshit, but I have a lot of stage
Well,
fright.
you write short jokes that also have the N-word in them?
I write all kind of shit.
I like that's interesting.
I read all kind of jokes, but I have stage fright, and all my friends are professional comics. So for me to get on stage, I feel I'm nervous. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you can read it from your phone.
Yeah,
then.
just read it from your phone.
Yeah.
Read all your tweets.
That's what you
your
did, didn't
tweets.
Well, I did it one time, and he said it was okay, and I thought it sucked. But.
No, I thought you were really good, but you could tell you were completely scared.
Oh,
and
I was sweating my balls off.
But the words still are funny.
Yeah,
You know, if you're reading them
the
off
jokes
tape.
were great. I mean, he did good. He did really
you
good.
just got to ease into it. Just do it that way.
Yeah.
Just get up and read your tweets.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Stop
it.
smoking so much weed.
Don't it's not a big production, and the next comic will do it the way you're supposed to do it.
Or just get paid by somebody to take all your jokes, and then you'll feel like
Well,
you
I'm
just
open
gave
to
your
whatever,
baby.
to-
I do a whole, I have a track on every album now where I just read tweets that I wrote over the course of the past year.
Do you ever buy jokes, Doug?
We do tweet offs on my Benson Interruption podcast.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I'd love to get involved in that.
Yeah, you sounds like you got good tweets.
Yeah,
I'm just
I've
curious
crushed
about the
some people
N-word
in the
ones.
Yeah, like.
If I had money, I would buy jokes. If I was like a hardcore comic, like I don't consider I do comedy for fun, but I if I had it as a career, I think I would buy jokes all the time.
It's almost easier to write one than to review a bunch of jokes that just don't.
Oh, really?
It's just hard to figure out. Like, if they make you laugh, it's just like it might not be your voice. Like writing for people for like talk shows and stuff, they have to generate so much material. And then that comedian has to be great at going through and picking the best jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like 500 jokes from today, Mr. Letterman, and he has to pick 10 of them or whatever. It's a weird thing to me.
Yeah,
I don't like either end of that equation. I don't like having to choose between that many, and I wouldn't want to have to write that much. Because it's all diluted if you're just writing about the same thing over and over and over again.
Then you're a
it's
factory.
more fun to write one great joke about the one thing that you want to say.
It is weak, but a lot of the most people that are telling those jokes to are just stupid Americans that are going to laugh at whatever.
Well, also you get
I mean,
an
that
audience.
sounds terrible, but it's true.
No, but also people in their living rooms aren't necessarily laughing, but they're watching an audience laughing in the studio audience. But those people are whipped into a frenzy and told to just laugh at everything.
Right.
Yeah. So you're
if you
right.
write something
It's just-
super witty, they're not going to get it.
Yeah, but when you're watching it at home, some people know that some people know the difference between everyone has their own sense of humor. So some people can watch something and just because there's a lot of people laughing on the TV, they don't necessarily get sucked in and think it's funny. And now there's a lot of good comedies that don't even people love Modern Family and that doesn't have any laughter in it. And people can figure out. I still can't get into it. I watch it and I can't.
What shows do you watch? Like, do you have like a?
I love. I guess probably number one would be Breaking Bad.
That's
Okay,
a good show.
that stresses me out. I can't watch it.
That's a
It's
great
very
show.
stressful,
Yeah,
stressful show.
I don't like it.
And then
But,
also
yeah.
stressful, so you probably don't watch it, is Walking Dead.
No, I like Walking
That's
Dead.
very good.
Okay, good.
I like that. Well, I read the
Walking Dead
comic
is
first,
tense.
so I read the comic first, so I know
Gives
what's
you
going
hints.
on.
Gives you
Did
hints.
you
It
watch
gives you hints. Yeah,
They go off in a lot of
it
different
follows
directions.
it so well, though. It's they do it really well.
They go
I'm
off
really
in a bunch of
surprised.
different directions.
Did you watch Prison Break when it was on?
Yeah, I loved Prison Break.
Very good.
Season 1 was amazing.
Prison Break was so amazing.
Okay.
Come back on the podcast.
Season 1 was fantastic in Prison Break, but then it sort of went downhill from there. I also thought Damages had a great first season, and then since then I haven't been that into it.
You do American Psycho at all? That's on my waiting list. I'm ready to get through Walking Dead first, and then go American Psycho. Not American Psycho.
Horror Story.
American Horror Story.
American Psycho, is that on your mind because they said in the news that it might be remade?
What the fuck is that about? That movie's not even like 10 years old.
On Twitter, he was as mad as you were about it.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I think it's an okay movie, but I love that I don't
movie.
think it's sacrilegious to remake that.
No, but that's like
they could have such a different spin on it. They'll make it more of a horror movie.
Yeah, but there's no reason. We already know the idea. Like it's like Spider-Man. They're redoing Spider-Man for no reason.
Well, I'm against remakes entirely, and but you have to make concessions because they insist on making so many of them. It's kind of like hating 3D. I've had such a hard time with that.
Oh, I don't like 3D.
I don't like it, but
it's
they keep making everything in it now.
All right. If you guys hate 3D, you guys need to come to my bed, and we'll all lay down. Look.
Sorry, Mr. Jackson.
No. Look. I have a California King. We can easily put like a pillow fort in the middle.
Sounds like a podcast.
And then I'll show you. I'll just show you a 3D movie in bed, and it's so much better. It's definitely a treat. It's like a dessert. It's not something I do every day. Well, it's more like I do it once a week, once every 3 weeks. But when you watch it, when you watch it, you don't feel the glasses after 5 minutes. You're done with it. But after a while, you're just like, wow, this is.
I used to actually work in the Hollywood industry.
Can you say what movie you did in 3D that never was released?
Well, now it's actually released. I worked on Harry Potter 7 Deathly Hallows to convert it to 3D.
Right. And why did they not release it in 3D originally? Because they advertised it in 3D and then they just didn't do it.
Basically, Warner Brothers was trying to push it out way faster than the studios that they're actually having to make all the stuff.
Right.
Like they were trying to push it within 3 months, but it needed like 6 months. So it was supposed to get released last year, but it didn't. And then they decided to do like a Christmas thing with both of the movies coming out this year. And like a lot of the 3D stuff, not everybody can see it. Like there's about 3% of the actual human population who can't see
the 3D
stereo.
That's some geeky
like people with
they got the numbers all wrong down at Wall Street. It should be the 3%.
Well, it's actually like people with double vision.
Yeah, let's occupy a 3D theater on behalf of the 3%. No, it works for me when I wear the glasses, but the glasses, like the last one I saw, I enjoyed the Tintin movie, but the glasses were just so heavy on my nose, and these particular ones.
I never think of. Oh, all right.
These particular ones were pretty fancy, so the 3D looked pretty cool.
Would you choose a 3D movie?
It was one of the better 3D, but I mostly try to see, especially the ones where it's a conversion one. I'll just try to see the flat version.
Well, there's two.
But the trouble with that is they're darkly the projecting on those can be weird from theater to theater because now it's just everything's run by robots and stuff.
Well, there's two different types of 3D movies that are kind of coming out, or like in TVs and everything. There's like the ones where you actually wear like the big heavy set glasses. And there's the one that you actually wear like super thin and lightweight, and that don't require a battery.
I prefer the lightweight, but I prefer to just because most of the movies that they're saying are in 3D, nothing ever pops out at you, and the popping out at you thing.
Talking about a purple stripe on the front.
And the things coming out at you that loses its luster after a while. I didn't see Harold and Kumar in 3D, but I'm sure they've got so many jokes about 3D and stuff jutting out into the audience that, it's going to be, it's like trying to make, like the latest Scream movie wasn't that great because.
There's a new Scream movie?
Yeah, Scream 4.
When did it come? When did it come out?
Last year.
Oh.
Yeah. But I finally got around to seeing it recently, so that's why it's on my mind. But it just sort of doesn't work because there were 3 scary movies that made fun of. So now you have 6. You're 6 movies in.
What about?
And the most recent one was a comedy that wasn't as funny as the comedy before that. So why go back to it?
Right.
Sort of
what about Jackass though?
The genre's sort of been destroyed.
Jackass 3D was brilliant 3D. I thought
that's one of the best 3D. The best 3D movies are Avatar, Jackass 3D. Tintin's pretty good. Oh, and another animated one that I thought. No, I'm good. Well, another animated one because I really am going to leave. The other animated one that I thought was. really good was How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, dude, that's
I
on
heard
my,
that was good.
I bought that movie. I still haven't watched it. I heard Caroline was really good too in 3D.
It looks really cool, but like I've watched it on TV and it still looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like, the 3D version they made of Nightmare Before Christmas, I went and saw that, and that was just a joke. Like, it was barely different.
The thing that pisses me off the most is how Hollywood is treating 3D, where, like, as an example, Avatar, you cannot just go to a store and buy Avatar 3D. You have to buy a certain version of, like, 3D glasses that are only for, I think, like, Sony or Panasonic.
It's completely a revenue stream. It's
Yeah.
completely a revenue stream.
They're handling it totally wrong. If they want it to catch on,
well,
no,
to
you make it.
To get rich now, they're handling it perfectly.
You think?
Yeah.
I think how they're handling it now, like me, who has a 3D TV, is like, fuck you. I bought this TV
Yeah, but look at how
for
long the
Avatar.
backlash. Look at how long the backlash is taking on 3D movies. They re-released Lion King, a movie that was made so long ago.
Is there
and
hash in this?
And when they
Yeah.
they were making it, they were doing nothing to suggest that it was a 3D movie, other than drawing pictures that had some depth to them. And that movie, Brian, could you do a more distracting thing when I'm trying to make a point to you? The movie was the #1 movie at the box office 2 weekends in a row, with every ticket buyer for their children and for themselves. Every family went to that movie.
Can't believe you're turning down hash.
And
That's all I'm
paid
thinking.
extra. They paid extra money because I'm mad about 3D.
So how do you,
they paid extra money that movie made another fucking over $100 million in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Titanic 3D? That's coming out in 3D.
Are you serious? Or doing it in Titanic 3D?
Yeah,
now that would be interesting.
I might fucking go just because all the shit at the end is great
I've
to
never
see on
seen
the big
Titanic
screen
ever.
again.
When it all falls
Brian
apart.
Posehn has never seen it either.
Brian Posehn hasn't?
Yeah. But the boat falling apart, it's masterful. I mean,
Yeah.
James Cameron is an amazing
Yeah,
filmmaker.
James, I give it up for him.
I love everything he's done except
Me
for
too.
Avatar.
Avatar? Oh, dude, I like
Draw
Avatar.
the line
You don't
at
like the
Avatar.
3D sex?
I'm gonna watch it again soon, but I didn't like it.
You've only seen
I
it
thought
once?
the 3D looked really cool.
You only saw it once?
I read
I
an
saw it
Avatar
twice
from
in the theater because
Blockbuster right
people
before they
told
shut
me.
down. Never returned it.
All right, I'm gonna
Still
go.
have it.
I'm gonna take off.
All right.
Oh, did I step on his toes?
Yes.
No, I mean, it's just like I've been wanting to go
I pissed him off.
I've been wanting to go for a while, and if every time I speak, someone else is speaking, then that's really time to go.
No, come on.
No.
Because it's like, why am I staying here late to
Don't do that
also
to me.
be?
I'm turning down his
you
mic.
just talk at the same time. You got it.
Yeah, I'm turning
It's so
down
funny.
his
He
mic.
was so shy, and
I
then
know.
somehow turned the corner, and then became talk at the same time guy. But
damn, I wish there was.
But that's good though. I'm glad you're coming out of your shell.
There was something I
because
wanted
he
to
was,
ask you,
He was
Doug.
just going to read Twitters on stage, and now he knows how to deal with someone else's talking while.
Did you watch? Did
Oh,
you
it's
go
trying
to
to
the
perform.
last UFC? Did you see the Mayhem fight? Did you see any
The
of that?
what?
Did you go to the UFC last UFC?
Yeah, I was there.
What I
That's
heard?
another reason why I wanted to leave because I wanted to get out of here before you brought that up.
Oh,
what happened?
Oh, Mayhem lost.
No. But did you see like that? There was. I heard. I haven't seen the whole UFC. I just haven't watched that one. But I heard it was like super bloody. Like,
Oh yeah, it was an amazing card. Like the two of the earlier fights were like one in particular was probably the best fight ever, and then another one was also amazing, and then Mayhem lost. So it's just
God.
it just sort of like for me it just sort of
that sucks.
And because I've never rooted for an individual wrestler or fighter in UFC before. I always just watch from the point of view of like. And I sort of think people in the stands kind of do too. They kind of cheer for whoever's winning. Like they kind of like that somebody's winning. Even when somebody gets boos when they come out, when they're really railing on a guy, the crowd goes apeshit. Like, yeah, he's doing good at winning. So that's always been my attitude: is just sort of watch a great fight and just sort of root for may the best man win, and not really care which one wins. Just want to see the best man win. And so then to meet Mayhem, to meet Jason Miller. Become friends with him, I mean, it's not like we're tight or anything, but, if I write to him or something, he writes back, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy.
Everyone has losses. That's the thing you have to think of. Like, it sucks, but everyone has their loss, and it's just unfortunate. But I couldn't imagine.
I think he'll come back. I think he's, I still think he's a badass dude. But I was so pumped to see him fight, and going into it, he was a little bit of an underdog. Like there's a lot of talk that people didn't think he was going to win.
Right.
So I was just really like hoping more than I ever have at any of these fights before, because Joe gets me in all the time, and it's the best.
Yeah.
So I just.
It's so weird that you
actually, for the first time in a long time, we're bummed out by the outcome of a sporting event.
Right.
You know, because usually I don't care which team wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't even have really a hometown thing. Like I don't.
Me neither.
I don't
I'm from
root- I don't
from
root
Columbus,
for a
Ohio.
team just because I'm from there.
Yeah, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. We had nobody. We had no professional teams.
So, but they all latch on to something, right?
Yeah, we latched on. We're the capital of the Ohio, but yet we had no no professional teams. So we latched on to the Cleveland Browns, and then they got sold to like fucking Chicago or something. I don't even care. And then it was like every single one of our teams just sucked, and it was awful. But our college team, but the Buckeyes were the best. So we
All
were
right,
like
I'm
into
gonna go.
college.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, see. But no,
That's
it's
another
to me.
great
It's
way to lose me. Start talking about
I know.
sports.
Well, no.
Sports.
I seriously, when I talk about sports, my fucking ass bleeds. But like, that's what it's amazing to me that you got into UFC. You're into UFC more than I'm into UFC.
I'm into live sports. I'm into being I'm into being at things where.
Are you in it for the party? Are you in it for the?
I'm in it for I'm in it for everything. I love the experience. I love being part of the crowd cheering something on. I love seeing like at some of these UFC fights I've seen. You know, people do physical things that I'll probably never see again, and certainly might never have seen right before my very eyes. You know, I mean, it's great how you can watch UFC on TV and it's still awesome, but being there's something so exciting about it. I want to, if I can work it out, I'll go to the next Olympics. You know, I want to go.
That would be cool.
I want to go to a Super Bowl. I was going to go see a Dolphins game this Sunday. Graham Elwood's going without me. So say hi to Graham Elwood if you're a Dolphins fan and you're at the game. He's going to be. We were going to both go, and I had to rearrange some stuff because I'm shooting a film tomorrow.
What's the film? Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, it's a short film. We've been joking around about bragging about shooting a film, and it's just a short film, and you're not getting paid.
Don't be worried about it.
Did you see his microphone off for reals?
No.
He can talk. He can talk. He's good. All right.
I'm back in.
Yeah. Because you're so quiet now. Well, yeah. I don't want to be like.
I was like, I'm defeated. I should just.
No.
Shut
It's not your fault. It's I'm
fault,
running at
man.
I'm running at the mouth, and you decided to participate.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what happens in a smoking circle. Like, there's like 15 conversations going on. It's only 5 dudes standing in a circle. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard. Like that's why I like hosting things where I'm high and the guests aren't. You know? Because then they're just more straightforward, and I can just sort of I'm a little less
Well, I'm usually a low man on the totem pole in these
excitable.
situations.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are pros. I'm just a dude.
You're newer. But how long has the team been in effect?
The team.
Davey and Goliath.
I don't know, man. They've been making out for many years, I think. Actually, what's cool is I can't wait. They have a show next Thursday, and the creator of Adventure Time is on their show.
Those dudes are gay?
No.
I was going to say, I have no gaydar. I had no idea those guys.
No, they're not gay.
I'm embarrassed as fuck because I'm
Sit down and grab
get it on
a
a microphone, sister. Get some wine.
Is there still more wine? How many drink
Put
it
your
all?
purse where he can't get to it.
No, not at all.
Grab some. Yeah, get in here. Get on the mic. Let's go.
Why are you
guys.
depressed?
There's plenty of people here, Brian.
The fucking guy was just like, yeah, aren't there girls here that get naked on fucking magazines? And I was like, fuck, I'm so high right now. Like, don't do this to me.
Oh, because they think because Sam Tripoli's involved, it's a naughty show.
So I had to go up there, and then they're like asking me shit, and I was like, "Durr." Like fucking bright lights. I felt like I was being abducted. And
It's really bright in there.
Yeah.
It's really, you can't see anything.
Anyway, it was the wrong moment for that in my life, I think.
Uh-oh. So you were called up on stage? That's what happens?
I was called up on stage to verify the fact that my vagina is all over the internet. And so I did that, and then I thought I would be done, but then it got drug out, and
So they pretty much called you up on stage without telling you beforehand, and that's not cool.
Veronica's standing behind me, and I'm just baked as a fucking cake right now, and I can't even process. I don't know, whatever. It's all good though. So what's up?
Yeah.
What kind of cake? Like a pineapple upside
Just
down cake?
the not the best cake,
Oh, not good cake?
It wasn't good cake.
Like fruit cake?
Yeah. Yep.
Ew. That sucks. I'm sorry about that.
Ice cream cake. Ice cream cake
It's
and
all
ice
good.
cream cake.
I'm glad to be back in this side of the world. so
Yeah.
over here.
Yay.
Don't you love that? Remember that Baskin Robbins commercial?
Yeah.
Ice cream cake and ice cream cake. Ice cream cake and ice cream cake.
It's like
That
take on the
little
banana.
dinosaur doll jumping around.
Yeah, it's take on the what is that? The banana.
Who's a banana?
The banana song.
I know it's based on something, right?
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter and jelly time.
Peanut butter and jelly time. Do you think they had to pay for that?
Yeah, I guess. What? Yes.
That's her vagina?
Yeah.
No. That's someone else's vagina.
Okay, I don't care about someone else's vagina.
I'll tell you if it's hers. Let me see.
I'm only obsessed with one vagina right now.
Well, who's the vagina you're obsessed with?
The one we keep talking about.
The girl from the Birds.
I want to see the picture.
What?
I'll be discreet about it. I'll look at it. I'll look at it at home.
What? Whose vagina are you talking about?
Nobody's. Be cool. Yeah, don't. Please apologize for laughing.
I'm sorry for laughing.
No, her. She said I'm sorry.
Oh.
You really are high.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, see, Brian, that's something you're going to have to do is get some comics in here. Don't just have everybody all high.
Yeah, I know.
Because somebody.
I need some straight
somebody's
edges.
Gotta, yeah.
Yeah, I need some straight
this
edges.
happened to us last time we got high at your place.
Uh-oh.
And that lady kept calling to say that she was obsessed with me and telling us about her boyfriend problems.
Oh,
Remember
we
that
had
one
a call-in
night?
show.
We were just
Do
fucked
you want to do a
up and
call-in?
just
Do you want to do a call-in, Doug?
No, I don't. I want to leave.
You don't want to take some phone calls?
Another thing I don't want to do is
You don't want to hear
phone calls.
some. You don't want to hear some
I don't want to know
questions.
what people have to say. I want to just sit back and enjoy this disjointed.
Oh, she's
stony-
listening to me right
this
now. She's going to
stony
mail me a dead
conversation.
animal or something.
Wait, so
Oh,
are you
no,
naked
don't
in
mail her a
movies
dead
or in
animal.
pictures?
Yeah, both. That's my other magazine over there under that plate of fries.
So what kind of mail do you receive? Is it just
Mostly
lunatics?
dick.
Like
mail?
dick pics?
Pics of dicks?
Or like letters
Like, yeah.
from dicks. Like
no, I
assholes.
get like dick pics. Like it's.
Is that acceptable?
Well,
What
Are
do you
you
do with
offended
those?
every time, or are you just kind of like, what are you
well,
going to do?
I
It's
get
another
this
dick
one
pic.
guy who emails me repeatedly and says, "Dear Miss Parker, I respect your opinion so much and all this shit." And then he asks me if I would would you call my penis pretty or handsome? And then I'm just like, I don't call it things like what
Semantics.
Yeah. So
Listen, Miss Parker, I really need some feedback on this because settle a bet for me.
I just feel like
Is
a naked
my
man.
penis-
I feel like a naked man isn't sexy unless he's on top of you.
Is it
you know
handsome?
what I mean? In
Yeah,
the dark.
No, that's women don't care that much about. I mean, they'll like an occasional what do you call it, like Chippendales dancer, because
Just
it's
to look
fun
at,
for
they're
a bunch
cute.
of women to like. Oh, she's touching it. Isn't that hilarious? But yeah, the whole women just don't care about it as much as men care about seeing the opposite
That's
sex.
because
junk.
titties are awesome.
Yeah, I think the female
Titties
body
are awesome.
They are
Ass is
awesome.
awesome.
Better.
Legs are awesome. Eyes are awesome. I can't even think of a thing that I don't like except for Uma Thurman's toes.
Thurman's toe.
Christina, how was your set tonight?
It was
It
good.
was hilarious.
I was a little meow. It's so bright in there, you can't see anybody.
Can you talk about the Facebook thing, please?
All right, I'm going to go on that last laugh that I got. It's a good time to go.
Why?
But nice to see you all.
It was great to see you, Doug. Thank
It's
you
always
for
a pleasure
for
to
coming.
be on Death Squad and tell
Dude.
him I'm sorry for yelling at him for talking at the same time.
That's all right.
He stepped on some gems.
Yeah, he stepped
or
on
some dumb things that I was going to say because I'm high.
No, thank you for coming, Doug. It's always
My
you're
driver's
always
outside, so I got to get going.
you're always welcome here. I love you, Doug.
Hey, is anyone going to finish the fries in the magazine?
And the magazine.
Bye, Doug.
Bye,
Bye,
Dougie
Doug.
Poo. So what was the Facebook thing that you were talking about?
No, it's this bit that it's always changing and morphing, but it's basically this whole thing about why I'm afraid to have kids, and it's not that I don't like children, it's that I'm afraid of the person I'll become. I'm afraid of becoming a mommy, because like all my friends that I grew up with, now they're on fucking Facebook posting inane shit about stuff their kids do, and it's like, dude, not that I don't like your kids, but I just don't want to know the minutia of their fucking daily lives. Like, I don't give a shit that Cooper's down for a nap finally, and it's vain and it's vulgar, and I don't post updates about what Tom's doing. Like, hey guys, Tom just took a shit. I'm gonna post that on. Why is it okay for people to do it?
That
with
would
their
be more
kids?
interesting. You saying he took a shit would be more interesting than somebody seeing their kids taking a nap. Even.
What about those Facebook pages where,
Kills me.
or like the Facebook for the babies? the actual things for the babies,
Well,
where
that-
the babies have a profile.
Can I tell you something? That's a little more respectable because at least you're giving that kid their own identity instead of co-opting the identity of like a mommy. And that's like, I'm no longer a person. I'm just a mommy now.
Minivan.
Yeah,
That's all I see in your future.
What happens? Like you lose your identity entirely, and now you're just it just especially it's a white woman thing.
And
I
what's
don't
up
see
with the
Latinas
jeans?
doing it.
After that, you're just screwed. The pants.
Sorry? Oh, the mom jeans.
The mom jeans.
You mean sweatpants? Are
Nope,
they the
mom
sweatpants?
jeans. They're
Like
No, they're just higher. I think SNL did a
Do you-
sketch about mommy jeans.
Do you think though that those people are just the same kind of people that like it's just them? It's not that they have kids that they're just like fucking posting everything about their kids because they would be posting about anything because their life is like that. Like they just like look I got things, you know, like you know what I mean? Like if they didn't have kids,
Yeah.
they'd be posting about their cat or their dog. Or
That happens
Hey, you
too
do that,
because
don't you?
No, I don't think so.
like there's still a bunch of girls like who are in their early 20s and they do nothing but post pictures of them going out to the clubs and such.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
To a certain degree.
I don't know.
You just are
because-
scared of kids, I think.
No, I think there's more of a weird vanity because number one, you're not allowing that child to have their own identity, and you are kind of making your entire identity just being a mom, and it's vain. You're talking about somebody nobody fucking cares about. I don't care about a 2-year-old. I don't know your 2-year-old. Is what I'm
Right.
saying. Like I know you. I know that you like to go to clubs. So if I see a picture and like, oh my gosh, she's got her fucking tits out. Like I get it because that's the connection I have to you.
And not surprising.
But why am I forced to care about this 2-year-old? Like I just.
You're just scared of kids.
I have a
Kills me.
friend who takes pictures like in front of
fucking
other
boring.
people's cars, like with her Louis Vuitton shit and like all this stuff, and she'll stand in front of a Ferrari, like, and this bitch doesn't even have a car. So that's even funnier
hilarious.
than the crazy psycho moms. Like, bitch, get a car.
That's creepy.
Weird as fuck, right?
She's just like going on random fucking Ford Tauruses and be like, "Yo, I got a baby."
Yeah, right.
I got a baby.
Fucking just the stupidest thing you've ever seen in your life.
That's
Yeah,
Anyway.
I just don't want to be that person. I
Where's
don't know
Veronica
why.
Ricci
Why
at?
can't you have kids and be normal?
I think she's. Well, basically, after that shit happened to me on stage where everybody was like, hey, be funny even though you're high as fuck, I ran and I don't know what happened to her. So
I don't know.
that's.
Yellow Band, you want to take
Oh,
control real quick
no.
just so I can find
Alright.
make sure she's not
Yellow
getting raped?
Band.
That's my favorite thing of the night. is
I think
that
she
whole
stayed
yellow
in
band.
there. I think she stayed in there. She's
Yellow
like
Band
taking
is
pictures
good.
of people on stage and putting them on Twitter and annoying the shit out of everybody.
I like the Yellow Band is accepting his new name of Yellow Band.
I
love
have.
that.
I have.
Band's cool like that.
It
I have
is
a
cool.
fellow yellow friend. And his name is Twinkie because he is yellow and squishy on the inside.
Aw.
No, my friend
Aw.
Twinkie. Nope, not you. I promise.
There you go, Yellow Band. This is the first time I've seen Yellow Band in the studio. What's your story? Where'd
Me?
you come from?
Well, I've been helping Sam with the Naughty Show
Oh,
for
hi.
the past year and a half.
Okay.
Since I've been out here. And I was helping out with the website, and then I started doing some of the cartoon stuff, and then more of the slides that that they all see, and I set up the show on
Okay.
the DVD.
Well, that's cool. So you're like useful and smart and stuff. Not like comics who don't know how to do shit. Oh, what's the whispering? Redban's got secrets to tell. Oh, I want you to come in my beer.
I feel
All
like
I heard was anus, and then that was it.
Yeah, I know. Put this fry in my asshole.
What? Chicken nuggets and buffalo sauce?
Where are you from, Yellow Band?
Crystal's. Gina's.
Well, I moved here from Michigan,
Oh,
from
okay.
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit, yeah.
Gina Marie.
Yeah, but I don't consider myself a Michigander.
Yeah? How come?
I just didn't like it.
It's good to meet you.
I just didn't like it.
It's cold as fuck, that's for sure.
There's that, but then like kind of my big thing was that there was like a lot of people there where like if you wanted to do something, it was so hard to get anything done, as well as like to hang out with people. Because like most of the time you had to drive out, and then even then when you get somewhere, people just like change their minds all of a sudden a lot more
What?
than they do here.
Yeah, LA's pretty fickle that way too, though.
I guess I haven't seen that.
Real flaky. Well, that's cool. Welcome.
Yeah,
I'm glad
thanks.
you're here. I like you. I like his energy. He's very chill.
Yeah,
Very
Yellow
chill
Band's
guy.
the bomb.
Yeah,
Why
what's
am I the
up?
bomb?
He made us a bunch of trippy animation for the
Can we
background.
put on your laptop? Play it from your laptop?
Yeah, but then there's no camera angles. I don't have it hooked up right.
Well, there's this camera.
No, that's what we're watching.
Christina, you were hilarious.
Oh, thanks, Veronica. You're so sweet. I really like your hat today. When are you going to do stand-up?
I don't know.
She was thinking about doing
When I pop a few
comedy
out, you know.
school thing. Like doing
It's because my friend runs it. You're going to make fun of me again about this?
Don't drop any names.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Like she was thinking about doing a comedy school, like learn.
Oh,
learning
don't do
anything.
that.
My friend runs
Don't
it.
go to a
I was
Which
pressured.
is it?
I
What
was
school
pressured.
is it?
I can't say.
Don't
Oh, is it a
don't do
male
it.
or a female? Tell me that.
I'll tell you off.
Okay.
We know
Off
who it
screen.
is. Right?
I'm not necessarily opposed to those. I did one like a million years ago when I very before I even started, because I was like, if I wanted to try anything, I would learn about it first. So I took a class, and the thing it's good for is to give you a nurturing environment to start, but then just leave. Then you have to leave the nest and go and do open mics and fail a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But what's wrong with learning how the structure of a joke?
Brian is so anti-comedy school. It's not even funny because Doug Stanhope
not,
told him it's
yeah.
bad, so therefore it's right.
It's not good.
No, I just think that if you're funny, you're funny. You don't need somebody to tell you what's funny and what's not. Because then you're it's based on their comedy.
Yeah, they don't.
You know
That's
what I
why you
mean?
shouldn't go to the school.
That's why you shouldn't go to school, period.
They don't.
You know
They
what?
don't
You're
tell
either
you what's
smart or you're
funny.
not.
Yeah, but comedy class, if it's done somewhat right, they don't tell you how to be funny. They just tell you, like, hey, here's how the structure of a joke, a setup and a punch.
Well, do you have to tell people how to be funny, or are they just fucking? They're just.
You
funny
just
or
either
You can
not?
sit on my
are
lap,
not.
Randy.
You either got or you don't. There's timing and stuff. You can only advance
How about
so
you,
far with technical skill.
You can sit on my
but
lap.
either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
It's just like what you do. Either girls have what you guys have, the ability to flaunt and be sexy.
I don't know if I have
or
it.
they
I'm just a
fucking don't.
pervert. So.
See? But that's your thing. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I would fucking be mortified if someone was like, take your panties off.
Exactly. Some people can get naked in
I
front of a
can't.
camera. Some people can't. And I'm surprised that I can. But it takes a lot of booze to get to this point. So
Really?
Oh, I
Fuck,
could
man.
never. I'd be so fucking...
I get pissed when I have to like put on a robe to answer the door to anybody. Just like, what the fuck does everybody want? And then, but you know that about me.
Do you ever
Come
answer
on.
the door completely naked?
She and I have answered the door topless to the pizza guy. Yeah.
I was a pizza guy. Where were you?
That seems like a good idea.
She was getting Chinese then. That day.
I was busy that day. When was it?
It was like in the night.
Yeah, I was sick.
How did you girls know that this was something you could do? Like how early does that begin?
I needed money.
Really?
And
You were,
so
like,
did she.
broke?
Okay, well, we both needed money, but I came to her, this is hilarious, as a virgin, because I wanted to be able to, like, know that I could be naked in front of other people, because I was super churched out, and she wasn't, but we were
You were
neighbor
churched
friends.
out?
I was, like, the
She was
big-
modern day Amish. The only thing that she was allowed is radio.
I was church kid. I was the biggest church kid on earth, and I was a 19-year-old virgin.
She sung opera.
What?
Yeah, I was an
She
opera
sung
student.
opera.
And then I came to her and I was like, "What's up? So you want to go try to take our clothes off at an amateur night?" And I didn't
She
know
saw a
she was already
newspaper
a
ad.
stripper. I didn't
She saw a
know. I didn't
newspaper
know she was
ad.
already a stripper, and she wasn't going to
I
tell
wouldn't
me
tell her.
because she thought I was going to judge her or something. And then she's like, "Yeah, we can go do that. That's cool." And then
They're like, oh, hey.
and then after that, I couldn't stop taking my clothes off and just turned into a whore, pretty much.
You got on there, and right away, it's like you weren't even shy. I was so surprised. I was still shy at that point, and you just got up there and went crazy.
Yeah, I lost my mind. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
So you
but-
felt that it was like, I can do, like it was natural to you.
It was.
Like-
It was like, oh my god. Not only am I super comfortable naked now, but like people are paying me to see me naked, so
Right.
that means it's extra awesome.
Right.
And I could be wrong about that, but that's how I felt.
No, it's how you feel about it,
So-
though.
No,
She just channeled her opera energy, except instead of doing opera, she was just naked. So
Well, you know, Sam Tripoli and I have had this discussion before that strippers, porn stars, people in sex work aren't that different than stand-up comedians. It's that my belief is that there's something wrong with all of
We're all
us.
fucked in the head
yeah.
a little bit.
And you guys express it through your physical body.
I think it's like
Comedians
if you got
express it
molested
through
by your
this.
mom or you got molested by your dad.
Well, I'll
You're
be
either a
the-
comic or a stripper.
Brian was
Yeah.
molested by his mom.
I was both. So that's why I strip and do comedy.
Brian's mom molested me too.
Is that right?
She's huge into
You
it.
old pervert.
She's a foxy lady.
Community service.
There's a three-way
They're
hand
so
punching.
ridiculous. It's so cute.
Yeah, thank you.
I know, but that was great.
I got it in Canada.
So I guess we should continue the podcast.
All right, yeah.
I know who's gonna start talking about shit because
Making two strangers kiss is great.
Hey, Brendon, you want to switch out with Davey? Or Pete?
No, give me a minute. I'm on a smoke.
Fine, bye.
I want to smoke.
Yeah.
How'd it go, Brendon?
It was fun. I mean, I was pretty lazy.
Brendon said he was pretty lazy.
I was goofing around.
He was goofing around.
Randy and Davey saw it. I mean, the crowd seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah. That's fun, though.
Ours was not planned.
I'll remove myself. Here, no, please get up here.
Here, you two can sit here because I know you like to get to sit together.
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever
If you
done
guys
a
can kiss.
podcast-a-thon where you just do it for 24 hours?
Are you getting paid for it or what? Fuck, man.
No. Redban.
Sleep is important.
Have you ever done a 24-hour?
No, but
We
it
should
seems
do
like I
one.
need to do one.
We could do it. There's enough people.
Sounds
Comics
like a
don't sleep.
Shroomcast.
Yeah, I would have to probably do shrooms or something.
Fuck that. Not with this laser shit on. I'd be like,
Not
there's
with the
Jack.
laser shit.
Are we still talking
Up
about being
all
13
night.
and losing our virginity and shit?
If you want to,
I have a million. I have a million stories.
I wanted to
About
ask you because you're like, I waited a long time, but I didn't know how long that was.
I
but
waited until I was 22.
All right, I was
What?
19.
I waited until I was 22. You were
do
19.
what?
Yeah.
But that's
Are you-
long for a woman. Well,
to do
this is my-
sex?
to
to do sex. I think it's.
Wait, what are you doing in your life when you're 22? I'm Randy. Hi, I'm back.
Hi, and this is Davey. I'm talking about when I lost my virginity at the
Wait,
age of 22.
where does that place you? At 22, you are
College.
college age. What year in college?
My first senior year, I took 5 years.
First senior year. So what age did you enter college? 19?
18.
18, 19, 20, 21.
My first senior year. I took 5 years. It was my fourth year in
So
college.
you're a senior in college. Classic.
It was the
college
summer. No,
story.
this is the thing. It was the summer after my first senior year, between fourth year and fifth year.
I didn't lose my virginity till I was like pretty deep into college.
Nerd.
with an emphasis on
Balls
deep.
deep into college.
Nerd alert.
Nerd
No.
alert.
I told this story in the podcast. It was we were both virgins, and my girlfriend at the time.
Not about us. He's talking about not
Yeah.
us.
Tell mine
Okay.
next.
My girlfriend had rods in her back, and it was a very.
But he didn't ask for that. He
No,
didn't ask for that.
I didn't ask for it. She was beautiful. She's beautiful. She's a very beautiful.
And that's
woman.
why she was dating him, because she had rods in her back.
Yeah, because that's the only way I can pull a beautiful
was the
woman.
doc-
Guys named Rod, though.
Davey was the
It
doctor
like-
that put the rods in her back.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we lost our virginity to the song "Tainted Love."
Tainted Love.
Oh,
It
Soft
did.
Cell.
Oh, you
Good
said that.
album.
Yeah.
And
Sex Dwarf is also on that album.
I don't know. It's music because
You know
I grew up
what?
in a conservative household. I grew up churchy.
Maybe if you
Maybe
knew
a
it,
little
you'd
more
get
than
laid
you.
before
Davey
you're
lost
20.
his virginity to Tennessee
guarantee
Ernie
you
Ford
didn't.
singing
Tennessee
worship music.
Yeah. It was a song just called Jesus.
Man.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Hi.
Some Jesus, baby, Jesus.
Don't have sex. No, I lost my virginity in college. I wasn't in high school or anything. I wasn't
yeah,
in
but
high
you were
school.
much cooler.
You
were a
that
soccer
defines-
superstar.
Soccer superstar Randy Liedtke.
Yeah, I have the body of a
Redhead.
soccer player, so I
The
had
red
to play
streak,
soccer.
they called him.
Clearly, I had to play soccer with a body like this.
The girl, Christina, you'll like this. The girl I lost my virginity to was who I was engaged to when we first met, that I was always on the phone with.
Kidding.
Engaged to be
no.
what?
Yeah, married.
Oh, shit.
So
At the
that's
time.
crazy. You could have been married right now.
I could be married right now. And,
Nope, she
and
put a
not
stop
being on
to
this
that.
podcast, I'd be back.
Was
I-
Christina married yet when you first met her?
No, she
No.
was not. She
3
was
years
not.
ago I got
I
married.
think
Look at
you
how the
were.
way things
I think
work.
you were getting out of a relationship.
Yeah, I was dating this lawyer.
Oh,
I was
classic.
living with
Me
a-
too.
with an
Oh, that
ex-
guy,
no, you
Jerry
were not.
Segura? Everybody she's dated has been named
She was
Segura.
passed around the Segura family.
Yeah, it's Tommy's older brother. Yeah.
Have you ever been married?
No.
No?
How old are you,
You looking to?
Emily?
How close? How close have you been?
I just turned 17, so
I will be
Randy
leaving.
and I, Randy and I
will
were
be
just
leaving.
Randy and I were just watching Hot Dog the movie. And
Have you
there's-
seen
there's
that
this-
film?
There's this plot point where this,
She's 17 and they show
yeah,
her
she's
boobs.
like 17. I turned 18 in April, and they show she's like fucking this like 22-year-old man.
It's actually really smart because they show like
Hot dog.
20-year-olds
Yeah, that's really
boobs,
smart.
and then they like make you want to see the good girl's boobs, and they show them, but then you're
My
like,
theory
"She's
about
17."
Hot
Like a
Dog the
creep
movie.
after
My
that.
theory about Hot Dog the movie now is like it's like I Spit on Your Grave or all those other like rape horror movies where
Yes.
it's like they make you really attracted to the girl, and then there's a horrible thing that happens to them, and then you're like, "Fuck! I was thinking that thought." you know. And then these guys force her to do that, and then she
They
gets her
didn't
revenge.
force her.
But like
They
Hot
didn't
Dog the
force
movie, you're
her.
just like
Sorry.
she's 17, but she's hot, like because it's
But then
like a
that's okay.
28-year-old
No,
playing a
it's not.
17-year-old, and so you're like, oh fuck, for 17 you're really hot, and then she finally like. She shows her breasts.
Wait. For a 17-year-old, you're really hot?
Yeah,
Aren't most
Davey,
17-year-olds
Davey's
pretty, like...
I never saw anything until I was 22. My limit is 22-year-old.
Davey was
for a
blind.
22-year-old.
No, but I mean, young youth
Wait.
is attractive.
No, I know, you're hot when you're like 15.
Yeah, because
No, I know.
Yeah, you're hot.
I'm agreeing. I'm
I
just
was
saying
telling
you didn't get
Davey
to see
this. I was a total pedophile. I was a pedophile till I was 18.
He totally massaged feet for so long.
No, I was like totally into younger girls when I was younger.
Yeah.
How young?
When I was 15, I was a pedophile.
Wait, how young though?
That's
There's
like,
a-
that seems
When he
like...
was
We're going to
15,
get
he was into,
banned
like,
from
14-year-olds.
Ustream again.
No,
Every
that's a
time you got
joke.
the Bone Zone crew on.
That's a joke because that's me liking underage girls when I was underage. And if you don't understand
I never
my
had
comedy,
sex with an underage girl. I didn't have sex when I was young enough to have sex with a young girl.
You know what?
Yeah, I never did either.
I had my first girlfriend was older than me.
Do you feel like you're spending the rest of your life catching up?
Eating ketchup?
Oh,
I do.
like with young girls?
No, not with young girls. Just like because when you're like for me, I've admitted it. I'm 22 when
You're not 22, Davey. First of all,
22 right now.
You're
I lost
not
my
admitting
virginity
anything.
a
I
couple
lost
weeks
my hair
ago.
before I lost my virginity.
That's a bird. I'm taking the mic away from Davey.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Right, you're back.
Okay, there we are.
Wait, we need to give other people a chance
Wait,
to
Brendon
talk.
Walsh,
We're
did you
too
lose your
drunk.
virginity at a normal?
I was like
Normal?
17.
Age? Yeah, see that to me sounds
Normal.
about
Yeah.
right.
About, yeah.
Anything above that is like abnormal. Like,
No, but like
was-
most people are about
didn't
like between 15
Yeah,
and 18
I would say
or
that.
so.
Well, in city life too. Like, I grew up here
I
in
could
Los
have done it.
Angeles, and everybody lost it 10th, 11th grade.
I thought like you were gonna say like 10 or 11.
I was 11 years old.
I'm so I'm so jealous of all
10th
of
or
you
11th
guys.
Wait,
grade.
you count your first time?
I didn't even know guys existed until I got into college.
Really?
Yeah. I
You
was
lived in a
tomboy.
closet?
And you went to an all-girls
Went
college.
to
No.
all girls college.
No, I was a tomboy. Like in high school, all I did was play sports.
That's so constructive. I
What
wish I
type
had
of
done
what
that.
type of sports did you play?
I played soccer and basketball. We talked about that.
I know, but I don't
played
remember.
soccer and basketball, and then I
What position did you play in soccer?
played forward.
Forward. Congratulations.
What
You-
position do you play in the porno movies you're in?
Forward.
Whichever one is the most accommodating at the time.
So
Well, how long have you been doing porno stuff?
Like off and on for a couple, like 2.5 years. But you know, you get kind of like burnt out of camera sex, and then you're just like, gotta chill out on this shit a little bit, and then I don't know if everybody does that. I go back and forth, so I don't like.
I don't know. I've never done any porno.
Oh, okay. I thought you had.
Nope.
What are your deal breakers? What will you not do?
I'm really boring. Like I'm pretty vanilla. I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
Missionary only.
No.
Vanilla.
No.
No black guys.
Pretty
No black.
one cock at a time kind of person.
Yeah, DPs
you
are
know?
look horrendous.
Right,
They
yeah.
look
It's
horrible.
just it's like it looks like you're gonna need surgery afterwards or something. And
That is.
because they're not
so
gentle.
Much of my time trying to take the other guy out of my mind, so that's, you know what I mean.
When you're DPing someone.
Because you do
No,
that.
no, no.
Have you been doing that since you were 22?
Yeah. When you're trying. No. When you're watching.
His
When you're,
first sex was DP.
no.
I've never.
when you're watching pornography, you try to put yourself into the scenario. You know what I mean? So you spend your time trying to imagine yourself.
One
in
of
that
the
line.
persons in
If there's
this
another person
is
in
the
there. That's all of a
scenario.
sudden like, who is that? Is that Randy?
Oh, you see,
You're
I don't
putting
have
me-
that kind of
Wait a
fantastical.
minute.
I don't put myself in positions of
You don't do
porno or like. I'm not really into like Star Wars or like any fantastical
Wait, what
things.
the fuck does that have to do with?
Well, because like I think like
confused.
I don't
getting
put myself
deep
in a-
into fantasy is a thing with people that get into like Star Wars or
When you're masturbating to pornography, though, do you
Right.
masturbate to pornography?
Oh yeah.
So do you imagine?
Not me.
Randy's
I don't imagine anything. I just want to watch a hot girl doing something.
doing something.
Yeah.
Anything?
Okay.
Gardening.
Well, I tried
Or
to
like
Taxes.
whatever. I mean, I could like jerk off to something weird,
Yeah.
like where like there's not even any nudity. Sometimes,
Well,
like
the-
you could just be
yeah.
like, "Oh, that girl's cute."
Yeah,
and
or like
she's
apples.
got a nice
like that
outfit
was a
on.
really nice
She has
tasting
a nice
apple that I
outfit.
had.
She's shopping.
Sometimes.
I had
She's
a
at
Fuji
IKEA.
apple this morning and it tasted great. I'm gonna fucking jerk off to that. No, when the
Hey, wait! What's the weirdest thing? What's the weirdest thing you jerked off to?
Yeah,
Come on.
I've never jerked off to an apple.
Neither
Although
have
I did just buy a juicer.
But you did jerk off.
I did just buy a juicer.
With an
Juicing is
apple.
amazing.
I'm crushing.
All I'm
I
saying
feel
is
so
that
much more healthy.
For
even though
me,
I
I
don't
try
like it.
to I try to I guess picture myself in that situation so that it's easier to be like, oh, you know.
In Brendon's situation?
Yeah.
Because that's.
I guess
weird.
I'm more
How do you know
I'm more emotional about it. Like maybe I'm just like, oh, this person that I've never met and I are in some relationship where we would have been in this situation.
Or we're at a bus station.
It's very boring, right? It's very boring, right?
Wait, what?
We think you guys are talking.
I don't know.
Which one of you is a licensed psychologist, by the way?
I was one class away from being a psychology major.
Randy's really great. He's giving me some very good advice.
Yeah, stop worrying.
Do you guys get drunk and psychoanalyze each other?
Oh, no. Well,
Hey, tell me your problems.
it's
I'll
mostly
listen to
touching
them.
when we get drunk.
That's how I get close to people. I trick them.
Kiss.
No.
Now?
We would never.
I think that's the
our
funniest
set.
thing.
We kissed like 10 times.
There was
on
a guy
stage.
in the show.
All
Like,
that
to the
facial
left.
hair.
He was freaking out, and he's like, "They need to stop that shit."
Yeah. That's
That
what
guy-
you really? There was a guy, a homophobic
That guy should
He
drive
was
home
so
and crash.
homophobic.
Who
He was
cares?
the very like
Oh my
left
God.
corner, and he was just like, "They need to cut that shit out, man."
I'm not going to
So
accept
funny.
that. Rick Perry.
If he doesn't like gay people,
a
that's
good
fine.
kisser.
We're not gay. We're just friends that kiss.
I do think that, and I
It's
said
the
that.
new high five. It's the new high five. Right?
Yeah.
We're gonna take that to our grave.
We're trying to do it.
Yeah.
And I did it like when I
Yeah.
came up because there's always that phony baloney comedian handshake. It would just be funny to peck each other on the
You should
mouth.
start doing that.
Yeah.
Is your hello? A mouth
I'm gonna-
kiss
you know
would
what?
Be fantastic.
I'll do it. I'm in Tucson tomorrow. I'll kiss whoever I go up before
Would Stanhope,
or after.
Would
Neil
Stanhope
Hamburger.
kiss you?
I'll kiss Neil Hamburger.
Neil
on the
Hamburger. I don't
mouth.
know how
He might-
his
he's more of a character.
would react somewhere.
Brody Stevens probably wouldn't
I've told
tolerate
people
that.
Well,
that
Brody
I might-
Stevens.
I've told people that I want to give Joe Rogan a peck on the lips, and they're all like, "Don't do it. You'll be fucking dead."
Oh yeah.
Well, I made that
obviously.
joke. I said I was gonna kiss him on the lips the first time I ever met him, and then you guys all said that he would put me in like a sleeper hole.
I don't know. I mean, that's aggressive. That's assault.
No, it was
you
a
know?
joke. I clearly wouldn't.
Assault.
Wait,
It's loving.
job,
It
my
would be aggressive
kissing him
if
is
I
assault.
punched him in the face, not if I gave him a sweet kiss.
I mean, you can't kiss people against their will.
what?
Well,
they
we
don't
proved
have
it
to-
tonight that you can.
That's not cool.
Oh, tonight was funny, man.
We kissed a
Randy and
stranger.
Davey, we haven't talked about
I
it.
get to
Randy and
see
Davey made two guys.
They
Randy and
were
Davey kissed
horrified.
each other all night on stage. And not by all night. They weren't like Frenching or anything.
No, we're talking right now. We're not.
But
kissing.
they were like talking, and they would just peck each other on the lips throughout their act, like that.
So funny.
And,
I know.
and then they made a guy get up on stage, and then another guy get on stage, and then they snuck kissed them, like.
Well,
and then then the one guy kissed the other guy.
Yeah, so
We made a
how
guy
it
kiss another
happened,
guy.
we had one guy on stage.
So funny.
No, we had one guy on stage, and we said we're gonna pick another guy from the crowd, and he's gonna kiss you. And he was like, "I'm not comfortable with that." But then
I'm
we
not
found
gay, I'm not gay.
I picked a guy randomly,
So worried
and
about it.
he instantly said, "I'll do it."
yeah.
Like I pointed at him, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll do it." So I got him on stage, and then it was like this weird like standoff
Kissing
where no
festival.
one wanted to. But then I was like,
It was a love fest.
I was like,
that's what comedy should be.
no,
a
I
love
tricked the
fest.
guy. I said, Davey, give me a kiss. And then I
And
gave
then
him
you
a kiss.
kissed him.
And then he was like, oh, I'm a little warmed up to it. And then I
then
made
he-
the two strangers kiss.
No. And then after he did it, I was like, well, give me a kiss. Pass that shit on. And he gave me Randy's kiss.
It was very rapid fire. It was done perfectly. Where like I was almost to the point where I was just going to walk on stage with the trophy that I awarded you guys.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, this is going to go on too long, and like everybody here is tired, and I should just
Yeah,
get
the
up there and
show's
get
too
out.
long,
That's
yeah.
what you
And-
think every time we're on stage. Though.
No, not you. I mean, it just was like
No,
a
it was.
long
It was-
fucking show. I didn't
Yeah.
get up there till 12:30.
Yeah, we
and
did too long, too.
It was
yeah.
a 2.5 hour show before I even stepped foot on stage,
Yeah.
and you guys were trying to facilitate kissing from two straight guys
With-
in the
with
audience,
no
which
plan.
could take
With
forever.
One,
no
one was
plan.
questionable. One was questionable.
One guy might not have been straight.
Well, one
'Cause
guy's
he
from
was the-
Oregon. I'm from Oregon.
I know. Those guys were tweeting that they're coming here.
Oh, really?
They drove here from Oregon.
What? Wow.
But then you guys, I'm glad I didn't interrupt you because it came off perfectly.
It
Because
happened.
Randy faked the guy out and said, he was like,
I'm perfect at that.
like
Tricking
Randy and
people
Davey and
into
I
kissing
are
me.
on either side of the guy sitting on the stool.
They sat on his lap too.
Oh, they sat
we
on his lap as well.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
But
We're
they're on either
idiots.
side, and Randy's like, well, how about if I kiss Davey first? And Randy has to lean over the guy sitting on the stool. And as he was leaning over him,
Randy snuck a peck on the guy's mouth and kissed him, and then everybody went nuts. And then the other guy kissed Davey, and then the other guy kissed the other guy. Like, it all happened so quickly.
They went with it. Yeah, you
They
gotta-
went with it.
They went with it.
Should,
You got it.
honestly,
Beautiful.
honestly, it
So
should be the
funny.
new high five. We found out the other week that the high five was invented in like 77. So
What?
we want
Really?
the
No one
Not
was doing
before?
it.
There's no
Basketball.
medieval
Not before.
high five?
Basketball was how it was invented.
Yeah.
Baseball. or
So we
something.
want
Magic
the-
Johnson claims he has something to do.
and some other guy.
Magical Johnson.
Wait a minute.
We want
Yeah.
we want the bro peck to be the new high
Wait,
five.
wait. Hold on. Back it up. The bro.
The bro peck.
You
new
mean to
high
tell
five.
me that Magic Johnson invented the high five?
No, he said
No,
he
but it's
claimed
right
it.
in his era.
How cool is that
He
to invent the
popularized
high
it,
five?
probably.
Why do you think we're
Magic
working
Johnson
so hard?
probably made it as popular as it is now.
Yeah.
I actually did some back end
Crazy.
research after our podcast about the high five.
Back end research.
Yeah. I
We do that.
well, no, but like I was still fascinated by it.
The bro
and
peck.
was like, what, really, this really happening? And like all the stuff I read, it was like all the
So
stuff, the
dumb.
two weird things I read online. but
Wikipedia and
but Magic Johnson really claims that he had a lot to do with it, and it's right in the it's right in the wheelhouse of the era that he was popular,
Wow.
and I think he did popularize it.
Wow.
You think in like 20 years people are going to be claiming that they invented
The
like,
bro peck?
like the
bro peck.
Macarena?
No, because
like-
it's on record now.
It's on record now.
Oh, the bro peck. is
2011,
definitely-
December 8th.
Yeah, as long as the Mayans
Ninth.
are
Ninth.
wrong.
Technically, the 10th.
The
now.
bro peck was invented
Yeah.
here in Death Squad Studios.
Yeah.
I have a flight in 6 hours.
Patent that
At the
shit.
Ice House at
You have a flight?
Pasadena.
8 hours.
Brent,
Six.
where are you
Where
flying?
are you
to?
going? Where are you going?
Tucson.
Tucson?
Oh, that's right. You said
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Doing a benefit for skinny puppies and sick kittens.
Oh,
Hey, can we
skinny
plug our
puppy.
show real quick? Not
Yeah,
that-
can we plug our show?
That was a great industrial
th-
band.
n- this won't get to people in time.
Skinny puppy, yeah, I know.
Do you
I used to hang out with
like
people
Skinny
with
puppy,
that,
tiny
like that. I was in all that shit.
So
Front
was I.
242 and
Oh, no
fucking
way!
ministry and shit. Yeah,
I went
yeah.
to a Skinny Puppy show when I was like 15 or 16, and I thought
I
it
was
was
never
all tough.
really in the skinny puppy though. They were like way too much.
They're
noise.
crazy. It was a
Yeah.
crazy band.
They're
No,
like an industrial band.
Oh.
So they only played.
It was
when
like
you were
the
like learning.
Trent
how to work
Reznor's
at
the guy that
McDonald's.
figured out
Yeah.
how to take that sound and make it accessible to people.
Yeah.
Like-
really, Nine Inch Nails like
Yeah.
really encompasses all that shit, but made it palatable for regular people to listen to.
There was a girl I had a big crush on in high school that would like fuck her boyfriends.
No
to,
way.
To the Nine Inch Nails. What's that? I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal song.
What's
Yeah.
a later,
What's that called?
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People do that.
Yes, I
was
believe
so-
the album was
I
called
was so
Closer.
jealous, but I was al-
Thank
I
you,
would al-
Veronica Ricci. Closer.
I would always enter Closer. That's what it's called.
That's the song, right?
Veronica-
It's on
Veronica
the
knows
album.
She has sex to that song too.
Oh man.
Have you ever?
I've always wanted to now, but I would always introduce her to her boyfriends because I was too like, oh yeah, this is a nice guy.
Oh, because you're a good guy / bad guy.
Yeah, terrible.
Have you ever? I'm guessing no, but I've done this where you take too long to pick a song to have sex to, which results into you not having sex.
Are you always picking songs to have sex to?
No, it turns into a comedy bit for me. Where I'm
Like,
like, how about this song? No, you're turned off. All right, good night.
Did
Yeah.
anybody lose their virginity while listening to music? Because I did. I said it before. To Tainted Love. Did anybody else have
I did.
a song? What song?
I did Somewhere by My Bloody Valentine.
Oh yeah.
The word bloody was in the song.
My
That's
Bloody
too bad.
Valentine 3D?
I
or
fucked
My
the guitar
Bloody
player.
Valentine,
Love
the
that
original?
movie, yeah.
The original or the 3D version?
The 3D version of My
Dude,
Bloody
Brennan,
Valentine.
do you ever listen to Christian Death? They're real goth.
No.
Okay, they're pretty hardcore.
What
My,
about-
my high school boyfriend, I used to do it to Christian Death.
Wait, are they an actual Christian
Serious.
band? Death metal?
No, they're like a goth band. Christian
know-
Death, they're real serious.
It'd be hot to do it to DC Talk.
I don't know if I was into
Anybody
God.
got DC Talk out there?
I do it to Christian ska. It's cool.
Dude, there's probably no Christian ska. We should start
That's a
that.
Bam,
I
bam,
used to do
bam.
that
Chunk,
shit
chunk,
at
chunk,
school.
chunk, chunk.
No, there is one.
Waka, waka, waka,
There is
waka.
one.
He died on a cross for you.
I know who you're talking about.
There is one, and they were like,
you've ever been nailed onto wood.
no,
that you are the savior.
There is,
and that must be good.
There really is a Christian ska band. I remember
That's
when I was.
so
in high school.
Who is it? I
Well,
can't
you were
remember.
very Christian. You
I
were.
was
Very,
very-
Christian.
I went to their concert and I don't remember what
Who
they were
was it?
called.
I remember there was a
don't know.
song.
Striper?
The
I won't-
lyrics.
give me
Jars
like
of
3
Clay.
minutes. Give me-
Jars of Clay. That was a good one.
No, the lyrics were you like the
Supertones.
devil and the devil is bad.
Supertones.
Supertones?
That's what they were called.
No, there was one that I knew of that was different than that.
You ever
I
watched the
thought they were the
cartoon
shit.
Superbook?
No.
You never did? No. What religion were you? What religion? What sect of Christianity were you?
United Pentecostal.
Really?
Whoa.
I was
Wow.
Nazarene.
That's snakes and
Christianity
stuff, right?
runs deep.
Well, there's a lot
There's
of
like,
different
so
versions
what's
of
the
it.
difference
My poor
between?
parents they probably regret that shit.
From where?
A
Where
lot
did
of it.
you-
A lot
where
of
did you
a lot
grow
of the
up?
difference.
Now
A lot of the
poor.
difference between the sects are whether you believe in the Holy Trinity as
Yeah.
one person or as
Yeah,
three
that
different
fucked you up,
entities.
man.
Oh,
Too
wow.
many
If you had a more
conversations.
liberal upbringing, you'd be like, I'm
I'm a
not gonna
whore now and I like
fuck
being
people.
naked everywhere and like I bet my parents are just like, what the fuck?
Oh, do your
man?"
parents know?
Yeah, whatever.
They do.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
They're
Are
probably
you
not
open
jazzed
about it?
about it.
You know
You
what?
think
They
they've
actually
watched it?
stopped going. Well, they have my biker magazine I just did, and there's
Well, but
titties
that-
in it.
Where's
and
your
they're proud
biker
as fuck,
magazine?
So it's on that coffee table.
There's titties in it?
right?
Well, I would think like because I've said that I had this girlfriend who was beautiful and was like, you should try to get in Playboy or something, not like Hustler, like no, like jamming things in your pussy.
I mean,
but-
clearly they want me to be curing cancer, but
Well,
that
but, like,
wasn't
by
the
the
right
time-
choice for me because
when
I went to
you're-
church school.
When you're like, because we're always, even when you're like, I look like shit today. But you'll look at a picture of yourself 10 years from now and you'll be like, I was hot as fuck back then.
That's why I'm taking the pictures now because when
That's
well,
right.
everything's gonna get old except my tits, pretty much. They're
Well,
like
they'll
2
get
right
old,
now.
too.
No, they're not.
My
Two-year-old
tits are
titties.
the only thing that's old right now.
Yeah, but tits are like cats. It's like 7 years. Those are like 14 years old.
tits are like cats.
Not yet.
Dr. Davey.
you just saw them. I don't know.
Tits are like cats. You gotta
If they're
snuggle
fake,
'em.
if they're fake, sorry.
No, mine are real, and they're real saggers.
Nah.
They're gonna go down. No, you're right. You should absolutely enjoy it.
Do you have big tits?
Actually, no. I'm not. You can see them.
Is that I don't know. I mean, I kind of have a little bit of man
Do
boob
you
thing
have
going
big
on.
tits, Brand?
Well, I'm just out of shape. But
I was born out of shape.
I didn't mean that to be disrespectful.
No,
you
there-
can't
there
tell
was
if you have
Tom
big
Segura's
tits.
gonna pummel you into
Tom
the
Segura?
ground.
He's gonna pummel
I saw
you.
Tom. I was flying back from somewhere and I had a
will kill you.
layover, and me and Tom were on the same flight, and Tom was in the first group, and I was like in the fourth group to get on, and like we chatted a bit. I was
Southwest.
kind of
Yeah,
out
he's
of
a
it,
Southwest Airlines.
and we talked a bit. And then when he got on the plane, I tweeted to him at Tom Segura, I hope your fucking plane crashes. But I was on the same plane, though,
Okay.
so I was like,
That makes it okay.
what?
Oh, wait, yeah.
But you should never say anything.
You cannot
like that.
talk about bad
What?
things concerning planes or TSA.
Well, this was like 4
Or we will
months
have
ago.
to walk everywhere we go.
I'm not talking about the horrible TSA employees that should all be loaded in the ovens.
Christina, how long did you date Tom before you married?
Well, let's see. We dated for 4 years before we got married. But I knew Tommy from when I started stand up, so
Way
I've known
back.
him for like 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved him when he was an open micer. I remember I used to book an open mic at Tangier, and I just thought he was like the funniest guy ever. And I wanted him to come down every week, but I liked him so much, and he never perved out on me. He was like the coolest dude. So
He's
yeah.
perved out on me a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably because your beard
'Cause
smells
he's pervy.
amazing.
I
Yeah.
know. We did have a great time on that flight, though. He was like 10 rows in front of me, and I could see him. And what, the hardest I've laughed in a long time was I tweeted. It was all over Twitter, and I tweeted to him, and there was like a line of people like waiting, because there was some old bitch trying to get her. Somebody's holding up
Oh,
the
yeah,
line.
classic.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a guy
Women are
standing
terrible.
like right now, like Tom's already in
How
his
dare
seat,
you.
and there was a guy standing next to him. And I was like, I tweeted, touch that dude standing right next to you. And Tom totally did a stretch and touched him.
That's the best.
And then I said, I was like, I'll sneeze yell your name if you cough yell my name. And then he's like, okay, you go first. And I went, Tom Segura. and I hear, like if we were fucking totally over Twitter doing things to each other.
Great.
It was very fun.
That's so funny.
Brendon,
And then he
this just
accused me
makes
of farting at baggage.
I would have
claim.
farted
This
your
just makes me
name.
wish I had friends.
Yeah, Davey and I are business partners. We're
Business
not friends.
associates only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is neat though when you get on a plane somewhere random. Like I've run into Matt Bronger. Like I forget what airport we were at. Like in Ohio.
How
And
often
you're
did he
like,
hit
"You're
on
my
you?"
plane." It's so much fun though. They get to fly home with somebody. You're like,
I was
"Oh,
on
I'm
a
not
plane.
Strangers.
But you don't sit with them, and I actually enjoy like. I don't want to talk to people on planes, even when
Not
I'm flying with
strangers.
someone. I'm like, I like
What's
window
your,
seats.
what's your method of not talking to people?
I always have headphones in my head.
My method has always been to have to buy a book at the bookstore that's like from the history section. That's so
not
boring.
my method.
I bought Guns, Germs, and Steel one time.
It's a great book.
It's a great book, and I was reading it, and then this high school group of teenagers got on, and one of the high school girls had Guns, Germs, and Steel right next to me. So I spent the whole flight talking about Guns,
High
Germs,
school
and Steel.
girl?
Yeah.
To a
Some girl.
17-year-old girl?
To like a no.
We know how you
let's
feel
say
about
15, 16-year-old.
Oh, yeah? Perfect.
Right?
How'd she look?
I don't care. I was trying not
No,
to
you
talk to
care.
anyone.
You care.
I am severely.
Was she a
introvert.
big fat girl?
She was no.
Sure,
I
you
don't
know
know.
that.
Why
You
is
know
she big and fat? Because she's reading a smart book?
No, I'm just saying.
She wasn't big and
He
fat.
clearly remembers what she looked like. Was she hot? And then he goes, I
No,
don't know.
The only thing
He
I remember
knows.
about her is
How
that
dare
she was
you.
interrupting
She's
the fact.
reading a smart
The only
book.
thing I remember
No,
about
That's
her.
like one thing a dumb
It was
girl
just
would
proving
say.
that he was.
Why she got to be big and fat? Because she read a smart book.
You're in a smart bag.
She wasn't big and fat though,
They
was
raised
she?
smart.
Oh man.
What's that David Cross joke where he's? Oh no, it's Bill Hicks, where the waitress comes up to
You
him.
heard it here. David
Which-
Cross steals from Bill Hicks.
Uh-oh.
No,
Christina
Bill Hicks.
Pazsitzky.
No, wait, which one of them was
Bill
in
Hicks.
Alvin and the Chipmunks?
What you waiting for?
It was Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks joke.
No, when he goes, the waffle waitress
Oh, the
comes
waffle.
over.
Yeah, what you reading
What
for?
you reading for? Not what are
Oh,
you
yeah.
reading. What you
Yeah.
reading for?
That's a Bill Hicks. Yeah,
I
that's
love that
great.
joke.
So great. Yeah.
It's amazing how many things have come from older like George Carlin and Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
Where Waffle House waitresses have become a punchline
Yeah.
just from that one joke.
Yeah.
And I listened to this George Carlin album the other night, Wally Londo. I'm not a huge George Carlin fan, but that one album, it's my favorite album of his so far. And almost every premise on that album has been redone by other people in different variations of almost doing the exact same joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
George
That's
Comedy
all
has
under
a
the
pretty
sun.
short shelf life.
Yeah.
People are only aware of the last. I mean, even if you're a huge comedy nerd, you only know the last 10 years, maybe. Going back to
I
the
would go back to
mid-90s.
the '80s, maybe.
Well, I mean, there's this is a funny thing.
Mr. Show's a big bench point. For
Well,
a
but
lot of
that's not
people.
stand-up.
Benchmark. Yeah.
like
Not stand-up.
stand-up premises and shitty things to say about people.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, it's
people
'cause
go
the-
back.
The landscape has changed so much. You got fucking like the
Language.
Sorry, yeah, the farting things that we have these days.
Thank you.
No, it's like the petty sort of things that actually matter to people now. As opposed to back then.
But there's a lot more phony baloney comics out there now.
Thank you.
Too.
Well, but there's a lot of
No,
phony
it sucked
baloney
back
worries
then,
these
too.
days too.
Like I was just watching with Tommy. We were watching the Young Comics special from the '90s, and there's a lot of great people on there,
Right.
like Janine Garofalo and what's
and
his name?
there's maybe one or two clunkers.
Right, but I'm just saying that, and just that the bits are so dated, like you said. It's you could be a great comic, but looking at it now, you're like, God, everybody sucks. It's not
Yeah.
that they sucked; it's that everything's been done.
Well,
it was original back then.
They were doing hacky comedy before it was considered hacky
But
because they were the first
there's a
ones
whole
doing it.
new
That's what I'm saying.
generation
They
of
started it.
people that I think that just learn the mechanics of comedy.
Yeah.
There are so many commercial actors who like Davey who no, but not
Include
like
me.
no, they're
Include
just
me. I shot a
there-
Randy just shot a commercial.
There are
Thank you.
so many bullshit comedians now where it's just they saw, and some of them are very, very successful. Most of them are more successful than me, but it's you've never had an original funny. You were never the funny guy or girl
Yeah.
hanging out in your group of people. You decided you wanted to be in show business.
Yeah.
And stand-up comedy is a very easy
Way
thing
to
to
get into
conquer
it.
almost, where it's well, just figure out how to be animated and hump the stool properly. Talk about farting in yoga classes.
I love
Like,
farting,
just
yeah.
watch some fucking bullshit.
That's Randy
comedy.
and I right there.
Yeah, but
And
we're
then
not
you can-
conquering anything. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, but it seems like there's a whole school of people that aren't original
They're
or
actors
funny necessarily,
acting
but they
like
know
comedians.
what to do. Like, I mean, timing.
Well,
like, they have decent timing.
There's a lot of entertainment for people to take in and learn from, but there's not a lot of world experience going on that's necessary for you to.
Well, and it's a
gain
whole different
perspective.
motivation. Where
there's not a lot of
stand-up
perspective.
started.
There's not a lot of point of view out there.
Exactly. And stand-up started as like a weird art form, like an offshoot of like
vaudeville,
poetry, or the Beat Generation or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was people who just like started talking. Like, I'm not a huge
Modern
Lenny
comedy.
Bruce fan, but he,
Yeah.
like. That
Bruce
started
or-
a whole thing
Bruce
where
and
people
Pryor-
had something to say
Yeah.
and had a personality.
Yeah.
And now it's like there's just people who know that
I want to get to this level in the
Well,
entertainment
that,
industry.
and I think that there's also a fear. Like, I mean, I love that whole Bill Hicks, Sam Kinison, Roseanne, like that chunk of
Yeah.
stand-up for me is my favorite.
Gary
Because-
Shandling.
Yeah, okay.
Shandling's really.
You're not into him?
I've never listened to his album, so I can't
So
say.
funny.
His
But-
stuff I thought was like so farty until I hear him talking
Farty.
like you know.
What's so bad about fart jokes, you
There's-
fucking
no,
elitist pricks?
no. There's nothing.
I
There's
love
nothing bad.
farts and
Like I
shit.
love Steve Martin, and I, think he's
farted.
really
How dare
intelligent.
you.
But all of
Oh,
Steve
okay.
Martin's stand-up was farty.
No,
But
it wasn't.
Real,
No,
but it
it
was
wasn't.
really
Lincoln
smart.
Small's the best fucking comedy album ever put on tape.
Yeah, but it was like
And it's banjo and.
But it was
weird
intentionally.
fucking
It was
cerebral shit.
intentionally insane and farty because everything was so fucking political at that time.
Well, I go to the crap museum.
No,
Or no. The
no.
shit
I'm not
museum.
saying. I'm not
Yeah.
saying. I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm not saying it's bad at all. All I'm saying.
Well, topics aren't.
No, I'm
like,
saying that people can't say what they fucking want anymore because they're
Yeah.
afraid they're not going to get the TV show. They're afraid that their career won't advance if they say
Because
the
that's
things
what
that they
people
want to
want
say.
initially.
But are
It's
there
what they
any
want
real
initially.
comics editing themselves because they're like, well, this won't be a TV set, like, or
But that's
or if
what-
somebody hears me say the N word in this,
Yeah, all the time.
fucking-
I know people that have deals in television that they're like, I got to watch what I say on stage because I'm going to fuck up my deal with this and this network. Like, I can't say
Well, then
certain
all
things.
all the more
Name-
reason to
name
not
the-
put out the last Bone Zone because
Name
I
the
sing a whole
network.
song revolving around the N word, and I have a deal.
It was
with the
zombie
network.
without the word zombie.
Right.
Yeah, you do.
Clearly,
I don't think I would fucking no because I don't know. I mean, it's become more of a business than an art form.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
in the last 20 years at least, and like the 80s is when like I think that's what started it. Where because the 80s, you talk to these guys who were around in the 80s. Benson was around then too. And
I wouldn't even.
there
like-
was people were making a fortune
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
And-
even call it like an art. It's got to be like a true like you not even if you view it as art or not. It's just something you have to get out of your system. It's like a
No, it's an art form. It's like it's a fucking thing. A guy going up on stage with a point of view and a certain style that was unique. And
Yeah.
and being unique unto yourself, like you're just being yourself on stage.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who don't have a genuine personality doing comedy now. But it's like there are mechanics that you can learn of like, duh, or like, bleh, like
Yeah.
like making noises and like, oh, really, ladies? Or
Can we call out
like
someone?
you can go up on stage for 45 minutes and not say a word, or not
Tonight-
like
well,
no, you
tonight-
say a word, but not make a point about
Tonight-
anything. But if
tonight,
you
Davey
fucking
and I
ham
didn't
it up
make a
enough,
We didn't make a point tonight.
you could
We did not
you
make a
could
point.
fucking sell out some improvs on.
Well, we
weekends.
can't do that.
We
No,
could.
no.
Get on Mad TV for a
Based
little
on the
while.
bullshit we did tonight, we could get a television deal. There's there's a comic out there that's been on television and he's got like network deals and stuff like that who has learned that I've been watching that has learned that it's all in the cadence and not in the joke. He starts off like, oh, we're gonna. His setup is like, oh, well, the setup's going like this, and then the punchline is this. Like he does all of his jokes that way.
But that's a lot
and
of
he,
people.
and he does like 8 characters, and they're all like that, and everyone's like,
freaking out about this guy.
Who are we talking about?
I don't know how many characters he does. I'm just saying there's.
Can
a
I tell you
comedian.
though? I think it's so subjective. Like there are people that fucking hate my guts, and there are people that hate your guts
That's
and your
true.
guts, and it's like music.
Were you pointing at Davey or
It's
me?
like
'Cause
you know what
no
I'm
one
saying. Some people
hates
love
my
the
guts.
Grateful Dead. Me, I want to blow my fucking brains out if I have to hear a song from the Grateful
I'm not
Dead.
being bitter about these people. Like I don't
Yeah.
begrudge any of these comedians that I'm alluding to.
Yeah.
Aren't taking any money out of my pocket.
No,
like
no,
they're
no.
not. It's not like, oh well, fuck. If they didn't exist, more people would be into me. It's like no.
Yeah.
If you like that garbage,
Nobody's getting
fucking go eat garbage all day.
Nobody's getting a job that would be a job you would get.
Right. Yeah. I'm not like I'm
That's a
not
good
in
point.
direct
Yeah.
competition
No.
with some shitty comic
Don't
who
touch
learned how to
me.
cheerlead on stage.
Don't. No, I agree with you, and you're not, and that's the best thing to say is that none of us are in competition with each
No,
other.
like the whole
ever,
Dane Cook, people
ever.
shitting on Dane Cook.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
way
makes
off
me
board with that
crazy.
years ago because I used to open for Stanhope all the time, and people would try to ingratiate themselves to us by talking shit about Dane
Mencia?
Cook or Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
And it just got to the point where I was like, I just felt like there was too much negative.
But yet, Carlos Mencia
input.
just released a special that many people have already told me, like, hey, did you hear the new special? I'm like, no, I didn't even know he had a new special. And he goes, oh, no, he's still from Delirious now.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's just like, all right,
But
some people just need...
yeah. He stole from Bill Cosby. I watched it live, and I'm not like I never repeat secondhand where people are like, "Oh, Carlos Mencia stole this."
Carlos Mencia was all like, brain
When I was living in Austin, he did the whole fucking, and he stole from Bill Cosby himself. The biggest comedy
fucking-
thing ever in the world, and he tells that whole story about like having a son and teaching him to play football. That whole thing with and he's in the big game, and then like he goes to the end zone, and he's like, "Hi, Mom." He did that bit verbatim from Bill Cosby's biggest special ever.
He did it so often that you could say he did it mass
But
verbation.
he did it.
He did a mass verbation.
But the thing is, standing in the back of the room watching it.
Never mind.
I get it.
I got it.
But no, I get it. But the point I'm making is that it just doesn't matter. Like a guy like you could even after the crowd is filing out, buying everything Carlos Mencia has to fucking sell. You could be outside with a fucking laptop showing Bill Cosby's bit and going, he just stole this guy's bit. And they'd be
Mencia
like,
did it better.
we don't give a fuck.
They'll say
Fuck
that.
you. Why are you trying to make our hero? Like,
Yeah.
Carlos Mencia has so much power
Why?
over his crowds. Well, in the Southwest, because there's a big Latino, Latino people, like they don't have somebody.
Yeah,
The
there's
Carlos
no-
Mencia is their guy.
Yeah.
But I
And-
heard he's not even Hispanic. Is that true or is that BS?
Ned Holness. He's part
German
he's
Honduran.
German and
Swedish,
Honduran. Yeah.
Swedish, German, and British, right?
But
It's from Honduras.
watching his set in the back of the room, he could have ended his set with, all right, you guys, because he gets like preachy a little bit too.
Yeah.
He could say, when you guys leave this show tonight, I want you to go out on the streets. I want you each to stab a cop. And fucking, I guarantee you, if he did that, there would be like cop stabbings would go up 10,000% in whatever town he was in. Like people are into him to the point where, still a fucking Cosby bit. Nobody gives a shit. They're not aware of anything outside of you.
Yeah.
And they'll do anything you tell them to do. And there's no way to fucking grab everybody by the fucking collar and be like, listen, that's not what comedy is. That guy's,
Well, we got to wrap this shit up because it's already been 4 hours.
Even with a break in the middle.
Yeah.
10 minutes
That's total.
Are we doing
How many
an
people
after
are
hours
listening
shot?
now?
217 people. So
All of you guys go out and don't buy Carlos Mencia.
Oh, okay.
Go out and stab a cop.
No.
no.
And when you do it, say that Brendon and Walsh said stab a cop.
All right, there we go.
I never, you know what?
We need to stop.
I'm going to stop doing podcasts.
You guys you're going to have to start drawing podcasts in the
I'm
future.
gonna go give cops blowjobs to make
There-
them feel better.
there we go.
Emily's going to go
There we
get
Nobody
blowjobs.
stab anybody.
Don't
stab
stab
meaning like
anybody.
sex stabbing. Like,
Honestly,
give 'em, like, good-
everybody, You
give
have
him
to know what
give him like a
jokes
really long, nice hug.
Can they
and
have an
if you
option?
get a boner,
though? Can they
Emily
have an
will
option
blow
if it's
any
Which
cop.
one they get first?
Emily's blowing a cop.
Only to get out of tickets. Come on.
All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to the Ice House Chronicles. If you want to see a live show, go to the Ice House's website, icehousecomedy.com, and search for Death Squad, and follow all of us on Twitter. And you can get everyone's Twitter addresses at deathsquad.tv. And I also want to thank again Whiskey Logic, who bought something off the studio wish list. Check out their website, whiskeylogic.com. They have a new album that just came out, and blah, blah, blah. If you want to sponsor a upcoming Death Squad, just buy something off the studio wish list at deathsquad.tv, and that guarantees you some time. Just send me a note with the order of what you want me to promote, even if it is your balls. All right, thank you for listening, guys.